There we go. Hi, welcome in, folks. This is the 449th episode of the Dean Wither Show. For everybody who's tuning in and joining us on this great evening, I guess it's 6 p.m. out on the Eastern Slope. On EST. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. If this is your first time tuning in for the live stream, you're in for a treat. We debate Trump supporters for 4 hours a day, 7 days a week. Usually these streams get a little crazy because the Trump supporters are a little crazy. Yesterday was a big success, though. We changed 5 minds. That was incredible. Wow. Yeah, out of the 10 debates we had, we changed 5 of their minds. Hopefully we're going to keep up that winning streak today. We'll see how it goes. Listen, folks, also another thing that I wanted to quickly touch on. Like I said, usually we do these streams for 4 hours a day. Today we might be a little bit closer to 3 hours. I'm feeling really tired and really just disassociated, not too good in general. So we may cut the stream a little bit shorter just to give me, some more time to, I don't know, focus on my health. Maybe I should go get, tested for COVID or something. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. But anyways, before we hop into that first debate of the day, we always also like to go through the breaking news. Today's breaking news is actually kind of huge. It's insane. So in an interview while Donald Trump was in Europe for the G7 summit, he took jabs at the Prime Minister of Italy. That's Prime Minister Meloni. And he had to say that she was asking and begging him to take a picture with him and all this stuff, just boasting, gloating, putting down other leaders, the Trump thing. That's who Trump is. He does that every day. Well, in response, once again, the Prime Minister of Italy, Prime Minister Meloni, issued a video response where she named Trump, called him a liar, said that she never asked him for a picture, and condemned him for trashing his allies. This is huge. We have been likely at many points throughout Donald Trump's first term and second term today where world leaders have been fed up with him. He's a mess. He was, not just 6 months ago, threatening to impose tariffs on much of Europe if they didn't support him in his conquest and invasion of Greenland. And then he started begging them to help him on his war effort in Iran. Our allies are done with Trump. But what's really cool is that now they're finally saying it out loud. Take a look at this video that she posted on X. I will actually caption it for you, so I'll just say what she said out loud because she did record it in Italian, but there's captions at the bottom. So let's take a look at this together. This is pretty meaningful. Let's go ahead and put that up on the screen, and as soon as we go through this, we'll hop into that first debate of the day. Once again, this is Prime Minister Meloni from Italy. I need to mute the audio so then I can read it to you guys. While some things deserve an immediate response, Donald Trump's statements are completely made up, and I'm frankly astonished. I don't know why the President of the United States behaves like this towards his allies. It's not the first time. Moreover, I can only say it is more disappointing that he does not show the same determination with enemies of the West and the United States, whose leaders he instead treats with far greater indulgence. There is one thing he should remember. Neither I nor Italy ever beg. And that's the video. And once again, I think that this is huge breaking news. Finally, the quiet part is being said out loud by the other world leaders. While he's trashing on Europe, while he's trashing on the UN, while he's trashing on the EU, we have people like Putin getting his support and respect while he invites them to walk on the red carpet in Alaska. And it is so hypocritical and frankly disgusting. So it's really good to see that finally other world leaders are calling that shit out. Let's go ahead and at this moment in time hop into that very first debate of the day. Tony, I appreciate you for your patience. Go ahead and tell us why, if the election was held tomorrow, you would support Donald J. Trump as president.
Let's be honest. Harris, I would say she is like a smart individual woman, but I feel like the stuff that Trump does for this country is good for the country, and I feel like she just wouldn't give enough or do enough than what he does.
Well, see, listen, I think that's some bullshit because I mean, I think our country would be better off if he did nothing at all. But yeah, tell us. I want you to give us an argument. Inform us all, please. Point us towards the great things that Donald Trump has done so far in his second administration that have really set us forward.
I mean, I can't really like name off the top of my head, but like,
yeah, and we've
I can't
already
really name it.
we've already run into the wall. So just to clarify, when you said that Donald Trump is doing a lot that really helps us out, that really sets our country forward, that was some bullshit. You know, I don't mean to be insulting to you.
No,
I
you're
just
fine. You're
mean, I
fine.
just mean to be honest to you. Okay, the country's worse off today than it was a year and a half ago when Biden was president.
Biden was in office.
Because our country's worse off today than it was a year and a half ago when Biden was in president. It's impossible that Donald Trump has made great strides in making our country better, or else it would be better, right? So the reason why you struggle to think of, you know, the great things he's done in the last year and a half, simply because there are no great things he's done in the last year and a half. And because of that, I find your argument false.
Which is understandable. I mean, I have my opinions. You have your opinions.
But
And
it doesn't
everything.
seem like your opinions are underpinned by any fact.
Dean, you're such a good debater, dude. I can't like, I don't. You make me nervous, Dean. You make it like,
Tony,
I don't know.
Tony, you're making it really easy on me, man.
I know I am.
I
I'm
don't
giving you
know.
first
Maybe
debate of the day, and you're changing my mind, Dean.
good.
You're changing my mind, Dean.
Check this out. All right. So now that we've kind of gotten past that impasse of you failing to name anything good he's done in the last year and a half, let's go over a couple of the bad things he's done, right, Tony? One of the really bad things he's done is he started a needless war of choice that cost us the lives of 13 servicemen and women over $1 billion a day and killed 162 kids just for Trump to lose and to give Iran access to $25 billion by unfreezing their accounts and access to over $300 billion by lifting our sanctions on them with no promise that Iran will denuclearize. Just a promise that Iran will continue to negotiate denuclearization just like they did before the war.
I mean, like you said earlier, when with the little video and everything about how like our like the people who we're like united with, how they're not fucking with Trump. Because I feel like his first election, like the first time around,
Let's
when he was the president.
I just want to stick in the last year and a half. We could talk about his first term, but it's largely irrelevant.
Yeah, I mean, he's done some stupid things. Honestly, he's done some outlandish things for being a president of the United States, saying he's supporting, like, he's for the people. But, damn, Dean, you got my head hurting, Dean.
I'm going to move on to the next guest. How about this? How about you just think about it, okay? Just think about it a little bit, Tony. I'm going to leave you there. I don't think that continued dialogue with you will really do much more because it kind of seems like I already got you thinking, and that's exactly what I want. So think about it more. Love that. Welcome into You Sport Trump.
Yes, I do. I was up before.
You're back. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, dude. All right, man. What's the argument? Why do we support the moldy orange wannabe dictator's president? What's the argument?
I will still vote for him over any Democrat because
Yikes.
voting for a Democrat align. What?
Sorry, man.
Yikes.
Didn't mean to cut you off there. It was more of an ad lib. I just said yikes. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I'm tired of the group of people that is able to recognize when, and pretty much any other race but whites are killed. I honestly, I'm not a fan of a lot of what's going on. That we're still talking about a man that was on drugs that was killed by a police officer 5 years ago, something like that. And in the case of Carmelo Anthony, he walks into someone else's tent. All he gets is a shove, and he thinks it's. Now there's riots because of him because he stabbed someone to death that shoved him. And that is justified. And I know lots of black people personally that think it's ridiculous that there are groups of people in inner cities rioting because of that. But and they've made posts about this. And the
Where
whole
are
comment
the Carmelo
section,
Anthony riots?
there's tons of people going nuts because he got arrested for 35
Yeah,
years.
you're saying like riots in inner cities, like people are flooding the streets and setting buildings ablaze. Can you show me where these Carmelo Anthony riots are?
Okay. You know what? I exaggerated the riot a little bit. Sorry. There are people that do not agree with him being in prison and are outraged that he's in prison for 35 years for blatantly murdering someone.
Okay.
And are defending that. And that's
Yeah.
just completely.
Yeah, dude. Let's just go ahead and use our brains here for a second. let's assume that Carmelo Anthony should spend the rest of his life in jail, and everybody who says otherwise is nuts, because we're assuming for this debate that he is a murderer. So, would you rather be on the side where some people on that side will defend the murder of Austin Metcalf, or would you rather be on the side where some people on that side will defend the genocide of 12 million Jewish, Romani, black, and disabled individuals in the Holocaust? Because you forget that by refusing to be on the left, revolting from them because some of them are defending Carmelo Anthony, you are thereby siding with the side in which, in part of said side, defends Hitler.
So you're saying every white person that does not agree that he was killed defends Hitler?
Oh, okay. Okay, so your standard is every... wait, I'm so sorry. Could you repeat that?
Is that what you're saying? That's what you're saying to me right now.
No,
You're
my
saying
point
by
is that
being
you
on
said
the
that
other
because some
side.
people on the left are defending Carmelo Anthony. Even if we assume that he's guilty, this still doesn't mean that you should go to the right because some people on the right defend Hitler. That's my point.
It's a vast majority of the black community that is defending this.
Okay, a vast majority of black people. Okay, so you think that a vast majority of black people are defending Carmelo Anthony, and that's why you support a rapist as president. You think that a vast majority of black people are defending Carmelo Anthony, and that's why you support somebody as president who called for the execution of 6 sitting Democrats in Congress after they told members of the military to abide by their oath and uphold the law. You think that majority of black people are defending Carmelo Anthony, and that's why you support the president that defended the attempted topple of our democracy and then gave full and complete presidential pardons to the 176 people who attempted to kill cops on J6 on that day. Listen, once again, assuming Carmelo Anthony's guilt, because that is what is underpinning this debate, I'm demonstrating to you how even if we assume his guilt, you're still in the wrong here, is that this just seems to be racist, okay? You're saying that, oh, when a random black person defends Carmelo Anthony, that demonizes the black community and the left as a whole, but when Donald Trump defends calling for the execution of Democrats in Congress, gives full and complete pardons to attempted would-be cop killers, or rapes a woman, well, all of a sudden that means that man should be president. The only difference here would be the race of the person doing the thing that you think is wrong. And when they're white, you don't care, let's make them president. When they're black, you do care, they're deplorable, and you can never agree with them politically on anything ever again.
There were literally people on the jury that openly said that they were going to vote that he was innocent because he was black, and they got kicked off of the jury because of that.
Can you please respond to the point that I made here?
Can you reduce a little bit? That was a fucking lot. I don't remember half of it.
Okay. Well, you don't really seem like you were tracking. That's fine. So I'll just go ahead and try to, completely repeat it. So once again, my counter argument is pre-assuming that Carmelo Anthony is guilty, because I can demonstrate, even in assuming his guilt, that you are in the wrong and are probably racist, right? Because when it's one random black person or a group of random black people defending Carmelo Anthony, well, then all of a sudden, all black people and the left as a whole are deplorable and irredeemable. But then it's not just a random white man, but the president, a white man, who is defending calling for the execution of Democrats in Congress, raping women, sexually exploiting little girls, and defending giving full and complete presidential pardons to attempted cop killers on J6, then you want him to be president. I'm demonstrating your hypocrisy, which is likely rooted within blatant racism.
I also think that a woman, like let's say a woman goes out at night, and is she a bad person because she's nervous about a man walking near her? Because obviously most men are who commit rapes. Is that wrong?
I don't understand the nature of your question. I don't understand how your question relates to the debate. And on top of that, I also don't think that this is a response to a single thing I said.
It is. I'm saying you called me a racist because of what I said about a majority of black people. And I said that's literally the exact same thing as a woman. That's the same thing as a woman.
Oh, okay. Now I get it. So, folks, he's actually not responding to the argument that I gave him to demonstrate his pure hypocrisy and his blatant racism. He's actually just saying, yeah, Dean, you're right. I am racist. So the racist point that you're making is to say that because I think it's okay for... How is what racist?
How is that racist, what I'm saying?
The reason why what you're saying is racist is something that I've already demonstrated. Do you need me to demonstrate it again?
You haven't demonstrated anything. You said because
I
I'm
understand that
demonizing.
you don't have a brain because you're very low IQ, but I'll try to repeat the point. That's fine. Holy fucking shit. Once again, for the very last time, here's why what you're saying is probably racist. Okay? Once again. So you made the claim that you can never be on the left because you think that some black people are defending Carmelo Anthony's innocence. All right. My counter argument here is pre-assuming that they're wrong and that Carmelo Anthony is a murderer. Because even in the assumption of that claim, I can still demonstrate my point to be true that you are a racist. When it is a group of random black people that are defending Carmelo Anthony, you say all black people are deplorable and you can never agree with the left again. But then, when it's a white man who's not just random, but rather the president, who's defending, calling for the execution of 6 Democrats in Congress, who defends giving full and complete presidential pardons to 174 J6 riders who tried to kill cops, when it's a president who's raped women, defunded USAID, which is projected to kill 14 million people in the next 4 years, dropped a bomb on an elementary school in Iran that killed 162 girls, all of a sudden, you won't hold that same energy that you did against the random black people against this man, but instead, you'll vow up to make him president. That hypocrisy is what demonstrates your racism. And I'm like really operating on like half a brain. Like I said, when I first started this live stream, I'm like all tired and disassociated. I'm like,
Sorry, half the comments are
barely
saying
working.
that I went on mute and that I'm a pussy because I went quiet. That wasn't my choice, everyone. That was.
Are you
he
going
did
to
it.
respond to the counter argument?
Do you really think Kamala would have been better? This war
You can't
would also
respond
be
to it. Bro,
This war would
respond to
also
the
be
counter
happening.
argument. That's a
It
lie.
was fucking 2 minutes long. Listen, I don't respond to 2-minute questions. Say a couple sentences. You don't let me talk for 2 minutes. I barely got to say
That was 40
sentences.
seconds. How about this? For all the viewers of the live stream, did you guys track the argument that I've given this guest 3 times so far to demonstrate why he's probably racist?
I'm also reading
Yes.
a shit ton of comments that say Carmelo
yes.
was innocent. By the way,
Yes. So
I'm
a lot
reading
so a
many
lot
comments.
of people in that comments. Okay, so it seems like every single person who's watching this live stream tracked the argument that I gave you. The only person who didn't track the argument that I gave you is you. Tess, thank you so much for the galaxy. How about this? All right, Mr. Low IQ Racist. Repeat after me. Are you ready? Because now I'm going to have you repeat what I say just so you and your tiny little pea brain can get it.
Bring a random person up here that quote unquote tracked the argument and see if they can respond to it. I bet just because somebody sends yes doesn't mean shit.
So you think everybody who's saying yes in the chat is lying?
If you pick a person at random, I bet you money they won't even remember what you said.
If I picked every person out of that chat, if I brought every single person up from that chat that's saying yes, every single one of them wouldn't be able to repeat the argument. Is that your
If you
claim?
picked one single one of them,
I'm not asking you.
random,
I'm not asking you about one person. I'm asking you about every single person in the chat saying yes.
Okay, I'm sure some of them would have been able to.
So some of them would have been able to follow it. Okay, so at least you admit that the argument was trackable. I'm going to try to repeat it one last time. Make sure you listen very, very, very closely. It's very important that you listen. Telling us that you never be on the left because some black people are defending Carmelo Anthony and you think he's a murderer. All right. Here's my counter argument that demonstrates you're probably racist. Let's put our thinking caps on here. First, the counter argument pre-assumes his guilt, pre-assumes that Carmelo Anthony is a murderer, okay? Take a listen. You're telling us that you reject the left and stigmatize all black people because some black people are defending a murderer. But then, when not just a random white man, but the president, a white man, defends murder in the sense of calling for the execution of 6 Democrats in Congress, defends attempted murder in the sense of giving full and complete presidential pardons to the 174 people who tried to kill cops on J6, actually murders by dropping a bomb on an elementary school in Iran that killed 162 girls, all of a sudden, you don't hold that same energy that you do against black people, apparently, towards Donald Trump, white people, and the GOP.
Okay. And yes, just like both of those communities in any fucking situation, I'll stand by mine.
Oh, okay. That's a concession. So your line is just standing by your community, which means standing with white people.
Is that not what every single black person's doing when they're defending Carmelo Anthony?
You're just standing by white people. Yes. Yeah, you're just standing by white people. Yeah, can you turn your camera on?
No, this account doesn't let me.
Oh, this account doesn't. Do you have an account that would let you?
No.
No, you don't. Oh, fuck, dude.
I think it
Damn.
only lets you if you have like 1,000 followers.
Damn, you know, I really wish that you did have an account that would let you. Imagine how fucking ugly this guy is. I mean, how much of an incel do you have to be? How long do you have to be dwelling in the basement to become this insane? Yeah, you know what, man? Continue to stand by white people by supporting a rapist. Go out and continue to stand by white people by supporting an administration that has been covering up for pedophiles, child rapists, and molesters by refusing to release the Epstein files. Continue
Listen,
to
there's
stand
plenty
by.
I don't agree with, but it's better than standing by a fucking woman that's just going to screw my entire race.
Oh, it's better. Okay, it's better than standing by a woman that's going to screw your race. So you'd rather support a rapist than a woman?
What kind of fucking out of context?
That's what you just said. No, I just said, hey, continue to stand by white people and support a rapist. And then you're like, well, it's better than supporting a woman.
On CNN.
So you'd rather support a rapist than a woman?
Headlines on CNN with people excited. America's not going to be a majority white after this however amount of time. Why are we like celebrating this?
Oh, so in the headline it said America's not going to be a majority white after like 2052, and then it said yippee, or was it just factually reporting the accurate projection that after 2052 America's not going to be a majority white? Because what it seems to be the case to me is likely the journalists and the analysts that report that are just doing their job about better informing people about the future of this country in a very descriptive sense. I think the only person really taking an emotional takeaway here is you, saying, oh man, we're good. Are you scared to be a minority?
Let's continue to support.
Are you scared to be a minority? Are you scared? Are you scared to be a minority? Are you scared to? Are you? What a straw man! What a straw man! And what a lie! Are you scared to be a minority?
Let's teach 6-year-olds.
Answer my question. Straw man and a lie. Answer my question. Are you scared to be a minority?
No, I don't give a shit. I don't want to support people that actively want white people out of power. Just on like that's their main focus. Their main focus is taking white people out of
asked
power.
you one moment.
I couldn't give a shit less.
I asked you a question. I said, "Are you scared of being a minority?" And you said, "No, you're not scared of being a minority." So you'd be okay with. So you're okay with America not being a majority white country.
I am okay with America not being a majority not a white country. I am not okay with people that is their main fucking focus. That is their they think that's a huge.
Well, I'm gonna take one white person out of a position of power by removing you from the live stream. Let's go to get that next guest connected right now on the opposite side of that box if you happen to be MAGA. Welcome in, Santana. Sorry, I saw you after I kicked him. I mean,
no, all good.
After his response to my argument to demonstrate its hypocrisy and likely racism was, I'm just going to stand with white people, it just became a very unserious, explicit racist that I, just kicked from the stream. Because hopefully an argument insofar as like what's true isn't the claim that because white people think it's true. Like, and if you think that is what makes something true, like you're probably, better off on those, little Nazi 4chan, quote unquote subreddits. I don't know what they're called over there, than trying to hold serious political debate with me. How you doing today?
Good. No, listen, I just, you clocked it. He just wanted to come up and say black people bad. And, I was super interested to know if he knew anything about the Carmelo Anthony case, but I think that like you made a factual statement, like pinning this on just a subsection of people versus like what the reality is, and then how you align politically. Like it was just like he just wanted to say black people are bad, and you nailed it. So I appreciate you.
Okay, I appreciate you for coming up, Satana.
Yeah, absolutely.
You take care. Thank you. Wish I would have saw you in that queue earlier. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. We got Jeremiah connecting right now. Hey, Elizabeth, thank you for the $10. I appreciate you. Thank you. Caller saying that some black people defending alleged murder makes all black people dangerous is most definitely racist. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that's what he was insinuating there. With like this one comment that he made that I didn't directly respond to because I was trying to respond to the other 3 billion things he said. And I wish I would have had the chance to. Welcome into Sport Trump. All right. Yo, Cause, that is KOZ. Thank you so much for the $70 donation over on Super Chat. Cause, thank you so very much. That is so fucking kind of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please show some love to Cause down below in that comment section. Thank you so much for that love and support. You are the absolute GOAT. Cause with a $70 says, I love you, King. Love you too, Cause. Dude, let's get 700 Cause W's down below in that chat. Cause then goes on to say, keep it up. I appreciate you so much for the love. Listen, we will forever keep it up on good days and bad. We will always be here to have some fruitful discourse to hopefully change some minds. Listen, today's one of those bad days. I'm not going to lie. I'm really feeling out of it, folks. I'm tired as hell. I don't feel like I'm in the right mindset to be debating, but we're here nonetheless. Like I said, because of that, we probably are going to cut the stream around an hour short, but we'll see what's to come. Olivia, do you support Trump?
What's up, Dean? I requested to repeat your argument, but I'm a huge fan. I'm like one of your peers. Like, I'm a few years older than
I appreciate you so much. That's very kind of you. Maybe I should have actually brought somebody up earlier because I feel like somebody could have repeated it. Just know that I appreciate you. You're awesome. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Only op inside of the queue if you do happen to be an American adult that supports Trump as president. If you're like that last guest and you're in that queue to try to repeat the argument when that's something the last guest was saying, please do leave that queue at this moment in time. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Here we go, everyone. All right. Looking for the next guest. Welcome in, Michaela. Do you support Trump?
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to take that as a no. Let's go to get that next guest connected. We got no votes connected.
Charlie Kirk.
We got Crawfish Rants connecting. Let's see here. See if they're a Trump supporter. Here we go, everyone. Here we go. Kaylin, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. That is Cailyn. Show some love to the GOAT Kaylin down below while we're looking for the next Trump supporter. You're awesome, Kaylin. Kaylin with a 20 says, hey, Dean, my mom watches you every day. It's her 60th birthday today. She's watching. If you could please wish her happy birthday. Her name is Cheryl. Thank you so much. Cheryl, happy 60th birthday. My mom and dad had their 60th birthdays in the last couple years, and in fact, my dad's was like a month ago, and it was like such a big celebration. I mean, turning 60, I feel like that's a landmark. He took it all right. But just know that I hope that you have a great day. Happy 60th birthday. And sounds like you're a great mom, and I appreciate you so much for watching the stream. Shout out to Carolyn and Cheryl down below. Sorry, Kaylin and Cheryl down below. Hey, welcome into Sport Trump, Dylan. Bro, we got a bunch of bots in the queue today. I don't know what's going on. Just a fuck ton of bots, man. Let's go to get the next guest, Layla, connected. Jesse, thank you for the $15 over on Venmo, who says Titan has never heard of...
Kelowna?
Jesse, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to repeat it.
Talking about this. Raise your hand that has the same thing.
That's a child. Jesse, I don't know what that is, so I'm not going to repeat what you said in that, but just know that I appreciate you. I've actually never heard it myself, so I'm going to have to look that one up. Thank you so much, Jesse, for the $15. Ashley, thank you for the $10. She says, thank you for doing all that you do and changing minds every day. Hope you feel better. I appreciate you so much, Ashley. Let's get 100 Ashley W's down below. That's very kind of you. Let's go to get the next guest, L-Dog, connected to the live stream right now. Here we go. Welcome in, his princess. Do you support Trump?
Absolutely fucking not. I'm too European for that.
L-Dog, do you support Trump?
No, but I have a question for you.
Sorry, not right now, man. We're looking for some debates. Let's go to get the next guest connected, guys. Please do follow the rules. Hey, yesterday, we didn't have too many trolls. And in the first hour and a half, because we didn't have too many trolls, we were able to change 3 minds. So if you don't want us to change the minds of Trump supporters, feel free to continue to troll. But,
we are Charlie Kirk. We are Charlie Kirk.
You're doing what Trump wants you to do, dude. Trump loves it when people troll on my live stream because it quantifiably prevents us from changing minds. It quantifiably prevents us from changing minds. Do you support Trump, Jerry?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
What year were you born in?
2006.
And why do you support Trump?
because I think he's like the greatest thing to ever happen to this flat Earth, and I think we should, quit believing in the globe and all that. Then Trump is going to lead us to that.
Are you actually a flat earther or are you trolling?
100% flat. That's what the Bible says.
I think that this guy's actually a flat earther. Folks, they exist. They do exist. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Sure.
How do you explain the 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
I don't. That's the beauty of being in like flat Earth.
Okay, you're trolling. Take care, Jerry. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream right now. Only hop inside of that box if you happen to be an American adult that supports Trump. Listen, true flat earthers, when they're hit with that question, okay, they have about 3 trillion different explanations for it. Do any of them make sense? Absolutely not. Do their explanations make them seem stupid as hell? Absolutely so. But none of them will say, I don't have an explanation for it. Let's go to get the next guest connected. We got Big H loading in. We did get a restriction on the visibility of the live stream, folks. That restriction will hopefully be lifted here in around 10 minutes. So if you've noticed that our viewership's dropped by around 1,000, that's just because of that restriction. Okay, that guy's connection sucks. Folks, this has to be the worst queue. This has to be the worst queue of the live stream in a long time. I promise that I'm doing my best to find a debate for us here, folks. Like I said, when you guys don't troll, we change minds. When you guys do troll, we don't change minds. So if you're trolling, just know that that is exactly what Donald Trump wants you to do. He wants you to do that. Yesterday, in the first hour and a half when we had no trolls, we changed 3 minds. 3 minds were changed. Because we didn't have that many trolls. Quantifiably. For every 30 minutes of trolling. There's 1 mind that we didn't change that we could have otherwise. Per the average from yesterday's stream. Was it 4? Wow. Let's go to get the next guest writer connected to the live stream. Here we go. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
We are Charlie Kirk.
Let's go to get the next guest, Troy, connected.
Morning.
We are Charlie Kirk.
Dylan, do you support Trump?
Hello. I do.
How old are you?
I'm 20 years old, born 2006.
And are you a Trump supporter?
I am.
Okay.
Hey,
How
I
do
just
you
want to
support
say
Trump?
that Jesus loves everybody here, and I just want to say Jesus loves you too, Dean.
Wait, you could. I'm not a Christian, but maybe you can make me a Christian. When you say that Jesus loves me,
Yeah.
just to clarify, is this who you are referring to? Is that Jesus?
Oh no, I don't even support you, but I just wanted to be up here to say that Jesus loves you guys.
Is this Jesus? I don't know. Let's go and get that next guest connected to the live stream right now. Thanks for wasting our time, man. We're looking for the next guest, everybody. Lots of trolls today. Hey, do you support Trump?
Yes.
Age?
20.
Clearly a liar. No! Like I said, folks, if you're trolling, that is literally what MAGA wants you to do. That is what Trump wants you to do. That's what the right wants you to do. Hey, how's it going? When you don't troll, we change minds. Welcome in, man. Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
What year are you born in?
2002. I'm 23. December 2002.
I have a question.
What's up? Can I fuck your dead grandma and kill a nigger? I want to fuck your dead grandma and piss on her grave.
In the band. Yeah, that's a right, everybody. My grandma died 2 weeks ago. I spoke about it publicly. Wow, man, really sad. You know how the right's just willing to say anything. You know, just think of like the worst things possible they could say. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Adam?
We are Charlie.
Let's go to get that next guest connecting. We're looking for the next guest, everybody. We got Jane White loading up. Sorry, folks. Like I said, I kind of came into the stream today a little bit disassociated, a little bit tired. Usually it's it's a bit easier for me to just kind of work through the trolls, but because of how tired I am today, it's pretty much just going to be silence until we find the next Trump supporter. I could try to come up with things to say, but it's like the people just don't care. We're probably going to end the stream in 10 minutes if we can't find somebody, folks. Just a little bit tired today, everyone. Just a little bit tired, so I don't really feel like working through all the trolls. Hey, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
Obviously. 33.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Are you okay?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like you are. It seems like there's something wrong with you. Like your name is Libs triggered by MAGA 69, and then your bio says making Democrats mad is my job.
Yes. Is that a problem?
Yeah, it just seems like you have a fundamental misunderstanding of the operation of the American political system. Like I think it's our civil duty and task to attempt to vote for and support the best possible movements to make the material conditions for as many people as better possible. And that's why I, as a progressive, would say, well, I want, universal health care so we could make your life better. I want a higher minimum wage and livable wages for full-time workers across this country so we could help to make your life better. We want lower taxes for the working class so I can help make your life better. All these things are supposed to be able to make your life better. But then, from your side of the spectrum, it's, well, I'm just going to do and say whatever I can to make liberals the most angry and to piss them off as much as I can. I think it's just a fundamental misunderstanding of how we're supposed to politically operate. But yeah, what's the argument? Why do you think Trump is a good president?
Well, I originally came up here to ask you, I was on Dean's live yesterday, and I was wondering how did you make it through Andrew Wilson's his stuff? Because I've been watching a lot of Andrew Wilson, and man, he destroyed you on a lot of shit.
What did I debate him on?
Oh, if you don't know, you can look on YouTube if you want.
I just forget. Like, what did I debate him on?
You forget. You shouldn't. Especially the one with the blindfold.
Oh, yeah, when I fucked him up with a blindfold on, that was great.
No, you didn't. I'm so sorry. You didn't.
I guess we're all free to have our opinions. Like you freely have your opinion. That an alpha man that can't even open up an olive jar is the shit. But you know what, dude? Why don't you go ahead and give the argument why Trump is a good president?
Are you sure about that? Because he destroyed you on a lot of shit. You got mad.
Like I said, what he couldn't destroy was that olive jar, dude. He spent like 30 minutes. He spent 30 minutes calling Naima a weak woman and saying that she can't open up the olive jar because she's a woman. And then she passes it to him. She says, "Here, you do it, Andrew." And then he can't do it for jack shit either. How embarrassing was that?
Like, you got so damn mad. Like, you
was I more angry than him after he couldn't open the olive jar?
I'm convinced you can't open it.
I mean, there's not a video on the internet of me ridiculing and demeaning a woman, calling her weak because she can, and then I can't either. No, that's Andrew, buddy, not me. Looks like you really are dazed and confused.
Aren't you the one that was saying that you said the N-word to somebody, the actual hard R to somebody?
No.
And then you try to apologize behind that?
No, that's not true. I've never called anybody the hard R. No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Either you or Parker, one of the two did.
Why do you guys have to miss, dude? You guys have this immunity to ever being right. It's funny. As it relates to politics, you are always wrong. As it relates to social issues, you're always wrong. And then even when it comes to the things that I've actually done, you are also always wrong. So it's like
See,
you can't even be
y'all
accurate in
being
saying that when I
newspapers.
was 14, I called one of my white friends the N-word without the hard R. No, you have to add on that incorrect nuance of saying it was me calling a black person the hard R.
No,
just
you
because
said
you can't be right. It's like you literally have a sickness from being right. But you know what? You've said a lot. But you know what you haven't informed us about is why you think Trump is a good president. It's funny coming from a man
He's the
that
best.
bases his whole personality
Well,
off of owning the
I'm more
libs.
concerned about-
You can't even give an argument for why he's a good
I'm more
president. And the
concerned
reason,
about,
I
Andrew
would
Wilson
argue,
ripping you-
the reason why I'd argue you're more concerned about Andrew Wilson is because you can't give an argument for why Trump is a good president.
ripping you a new one. You
Right.
had to mute me at the end of that.
Well, I mean, I'm just going to mute you
that's what
until we
you're
hear an
good for,
argument
is,
insofar
like,
as why
muting
Trump is a good
people.
president. Sure, why do you think Trump is a good president?
I mean, that's why he had to get you on a different panel just so you wouldn't mute all the time. You and Dean are mute jockeys.
I appreciate
So
you
why
for your
would I
input.
want
Why
to
is Trump a
mute?
good president?
Why would I want to debate somebody that's going to constantly mute somebody?
Yeah, thank you. Why is Trump a good president?
To think that you're actually smart when you're really not.
I appreciate you for your input. Why is Trump a good president?
And on top of that, like, why do you have to have people feed you information through a like through another computer? Like,
Oh,
what's that?
interesting
What's that
allegation.
all about?
Thank you. So why is Trump a good president?
I'm asking you a question.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
why?
people don't. The answer
Aren't
is
you
that
not
it's
good?
false.
Ain't you a good debater? Ain't you like one of those really good ones?
Dean, by the way, he said you and Dean. I guess Dean and Dean, everybody. Can I get an argument for why Trump is a good president?
I'm concerned about you. Like, why can't you come up with your own thing, like your own stuff? Like, I'm genuinely concerned
Okay.
about you, Dean.
Thanks
Like,
for your
I'm
concern, man.
concerned.
I appreciate you so much for your concern, my guy. I'm here to debate Trump supporters and hopefully discovering truth, hosting fruitful, productive, linear dialogue. The purpose and the point of this live stream is to talk about the productivity and the outcomes of Trump as president. And that's why I've continued to ask you why you think that Trump is a good president.
Well, I am concerned about you, sir.
I appreciate you for your concern. You're gonna tell us why you support Trump.
After Andrew whooped you, did he have to wipe you too?
Okay. Well, I appreciate you for thinking about my ass. It's strange, but why do you support Trump?
Hey, y'all think about some strange shit too.
Okay. Why do you support Trump, sir?
Like, did he have to pat your head when you was done? Like,
No. Why do you support Trump?
It's like I am so concerned about you. Like, to me,
I really appreciate you.
You're my
Like I've
top
already
priority.
like I've already told
Trump
you.
can be on the side for a minute. Like,
listen,
I'm concerned about you, sir.
Like I've already told you 4 times. I appreciate you for your concern. That's very kind. Now, why do you think Trump is a good president? Honestly, maybe
and
I'll
like
just
I
get.
said, I'm
maybe
talking about you, sir. I'm not talking about.
Maybe I'll just get the ball rolling here. So I think that Trump is a bad president because he's destroyed our economy. There's not one macroeconomic indicator that's
there
better
he
off today
goes.
than it was a year and a half ago when Biden was president. Another reason why I think that Donald Trump is pretty bad is because his character sucks. He's a rapist. He's a felon. He sexually exploited women and girls on top of the fact that he's quite racist. Another reason that I think Trump sucks is because his foreign policy is absolutely abysmal. He just lost a war to Iran and now is fostering an exchange of $325 billion to Iran just to try to get us back to the same position that we were in 10 years ago before Trump pulled us out of the JCPOA. What do you think about these reasons why I don't think that Trump is a good president? Considering the fact that you're a Trump supporter, I'd assume that you have a response to them.
No, because I don't debate mute jockeys. But I'm willing to ask about you, though.
Okay, so I just want to clarify. You were unwilling, okay, to give us a response about how and why you support Trump as president, even
I am
though
unwilling.
he's destroyed our
unwilling
economy,
to give you-
lost a war, and raped a woman?
I'm unwilling to give you any information because you don't take these seriously.
I would argue.
So, besides getting clips and whatnot.
So I would argue that it's not that you're not willing to give a response, but you can't give a response because
No, I
objectively,
can. I can. I'm thankful that you can think for me.
Objectively, you look terrible to the audience, including the Trump supporters. Even like the Trump
do not
support.
care about your sheep.
I'm even talking about
sheeple.
I'm talking about even the Trump supporters watching. The Trump supporters are saying, "Get this guy off the stream. He has nothing. He's making us look like shit."
Pretty sure that's your sheeple.
So if you were a Trump supporter watching, a Trump supporter join my live stream and then say, "No, Dean, I won't explain why I support Trump even though he's a rapist," wouldn't you agree that they look pretty bad?
Why do I owe you anything?
Well, it's not the simple fact that you owe me anything, but rather that you requested to join my live stream with the topic being,
I did for a
how do you still
specific
support
reason,
Trump as president?
not for Trump.
Okay, so you didn't join the live stream to own a lib?
I did. And I'm looking at one.
Okay.
I'm smiling one at that, thinking that he's actually.
Oh, 1 second.
did
Lindsay,
something.
thank you so much for the $10 donation on Venmo. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who says, the World Cup is bringing so much unity, so wholesome. I hope you've seen it too. Well, I appreciate you for the $10, Lindsay. Can you please thank Lindsay for the $10 donation?
Jesus Christ, he has a loud ass mouth.
Can you thank Lindsay for donating me $10?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't think grifters.
Oh, you don't thank grifters. So why is Lindsay a grifter? Because I'm asking you to thank Lindsay.
Apparently, you are one.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Okay.
Why are you asking people for money?
Oh, well, so the thing is I don't ask people for money. I just tell individuals that if they want to support me and they support the show,
So
that they can donate to me through my bio on Venmo and PayPal and then Linktree and pin message over on YouTube. I don't know. Maybe the reason why I ask people for money is so I could be, stacking
Just like
a little,
that $20
couple more bands than you. Couple more bands than you.
Just
How
like
do you feel to get
$20
mocked?
that you were
How do you feel to
supposed to be
get
getting,
mocked
but you
by a
didn't?
liberal?
Just like that $20.
Jesse, thank you for the $20 over on PayPal. I appreciate you. Jesse says, I'm so sorry about your grandma. I could tell that she was loved, and people making fun of that are just disgusting. No, they're literally just trying to think of and say the most disgusting things they can. So I appreciate you so much for the $20, Jesse. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much. Let's get 200 Jesse W's down below. Thank you so much for the $20. And then Benita, thank you for the $10. She says, what's going on in the U.S.? Nothing makes sense. Anyways, keep up the good work. Love from Sweden. Well, love to you and love to Sweden. Thank you so much for the $10. That is very kind of you. Thank you so very much for that love and support, Benita. You are awesome. Thank you so much. What do you think, them?
Did that guy ever give you your $20 yesterday?
No. I mean, a lot of Trump supporters are very cowardice. So you didn't come up here for a debate about Trump. So what did you come up here for?
To see how much you got whooped by Andrew Wilson.
Well, I don't think I did. I don't think that you could provide any evidence for
I know you don't think you did, but I know you did.
Can you provide evidence to substantiate your claim as being true?
All the YouTube videos that you were on with him.
Okay. So just saying all of the YouTube videos that you were on doesn't give me like a reference to like one specific video, one specific part of a video, or like one specific argument that I made that like he refuted successfully. How about this? What's one argument I made that he was able to refute?
Listen, you can't refute any of them. You would just
so what's an example of one argument that he made that I couldn't refute?
I love being vague with you. It is so great.
Okay, so you recognize you're being vague. So like, what's one specific argument that he made that I couldn't refute?
Any of them.
Okay, can you point out one?
I probably could, but I don't feel like pulling up a YouTube.
Okay. So I know that Andrew Wilson did not beat me. My evidence is a bunch of YouTube videos, and I destroyed him on every claim.
It might as well have you on like a little leash.
No, I might as well have him on a little leash. I destroyed him on every claim that I made and he made. It was so good, I destroyed him.
So when does it take for you just to block me already? Like, when does that happen?
Yeah, sure. After you answer a very simple question. So you're claiming that Andrew Wilson.
All damn day.
You're claiming that Andrew Wilson beat me.
He did.
And you have no evidence for it. And I'm claiming that I beat Andrew Wilson.
All of them.
So then pull up like one specific of them. Pull up one specific video. Give me a reference to one specific claim that I made.
So you know the one I mentioned about the bandana that you had over your eyes, so you wouldn't.
But you haven't been able to mention like a specific claim from that video. You haven't been able to point towards like a specific argument that was given.
The video speaks for itself.
Okay. Well, if the video spoke for itself, then you'd be able to point us towards a specific claim made in the video.
It does take you a long time.
How about this? How many amendments are there in the Constitution?
I played the fifth.
Yeah, how many continents are there?
There you go. Get that
how many continents are there?
I played the fifth.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And yeah, how many times did you pass third grade?
I'll play the fifth.
Yeah, that's another way to say zero, but that's not a number you know yet. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Please and thank you, folks. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream right now. We got Snowfall loading up in the box right now, everybody. All right, let's go to get the next guest connected. Yeah, folks, this is MAGA. We've been live for an hour. So far, MAGA's just come up and said that they want to have sex with my dead grandma, scream the N-word, and be really annoying with no arguments like that last guest. And I'm actually like correctly representing like what the people who've joined so far today have said. We've had 2 Trump supporters. The first one said that he wanted to have sex with my dead grandma, then scream the N-word. And then the second Trump supporter gave the performance of that last guess. So it really does seem like MAGA is down badly. MAGA's really in the trenches today. Listen, folks, MAGA can't debate me, and they know it. And that's why it's, I want to have sex with your dead grandma. That's why it's, Trump is a good president, but I will refuse to debate you instead of here's why Trump is a good president. That's just because of how disgusting MAGA is. Ellie, I appreciate you so much for that interstellar. It's been a while, Ellie. I hope that you're doing well, and thank you so much for that love and support. Please show some love to Ellie down below. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Absolutely, Dean.
What year were you born in?
2000.
Okay, how old does that make you?
25.
What month were you born in?
October.
Okay,
October
let me
6th,
let me thank a couple people, then I'll pass the mic to you. Miss Elizabeth, thank you so much for the $100 over on Super Chat. Elizabeth, that is so kind of you. Thank you so much, Elizabeth. Let's get 1,000 Elizabeth W's down below. Seriously, thank you so much for that love and support. You are fantastic. That is so much money, and I'm very, very, very grateful for you. Elizabeth with $100 says, Dean, that comment about your grandma was so uncalled for, and when you already fell off today. And then to deal with a bunch of ad hominems, you're a testament to the patience and kindness of all of us here. Also, lack of compassion to Trump supporters. Take care of yourself. Well, I appreciate you, Elizabeth. I'm going to try my best to take care of myself. Like I said, I was really tired coming into the stream today, and these Trump supporters have not made it easy on me. Thank you for the $100. You are the absolute goat.
Absolutely.
If you're a Trump supporter, hop inside of that queue if you're watching and you want to support what we do here, you want to support me, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio and TikTok, pin message on YouTube, and the handle's at the top of the phone screen on TikTok as well. It's just Dean Withers without the letter E in the last name Withers. So take a look. Go ahead and take it away, Ewan. Why do you support Trump?
It's actually Ewan.
Are you in the bath, Ewan?
No. I'm just washing my hands real quick.
Do you typically wash your hands in a basin of water, or is that just something that you happen to do?
Yeah, it's not that weird. It's part of my culture.
Why do you support Trump, Ewan?
I just think he's a cool guy and he gets shit done, you know what I mean?
What's your favorite thing he's got done in the last year and a half that's made America better?
I think that one thing that he's done in the past year and a half is honestly the way that the Freedom 250 fight, I thought that was sick.
I think that guy's in the tub. I think that guy's in the tub, everybody. He's rub-a-dub-dubbing in that tub, folks.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
right, welcome back.
Let me not forget.
Are you ready to give the another disingenuous argument that I defeat and then you crash out?
So you've been running from me for a week, but
or maybe I've just
running from the Renee.
Maybe I've just been making you wait.
Okay. Yeah.
So why do you support
perceive
Trump?
it that way if you want? Wait, why are you running from the Renee Good debate? You say it's justified. Defend your belief system. I'm going to challenge it.
That you mean not justified?
Yeah, you say you're saying it's not justified.
True.
All right, do you want to defend your belief system?
Sure, there wasn't an imminent deadly threat.
All right, before we start, you don't debate Myron because he doesn't engage, but you debate flat earthers.
Yeah, flat earthers engage in debate better than Myron Gaines.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so
I'm not even fucking trolling. That is actually true. Like, flat earthers will at least like try to justify their theory. You know, you ask them to investigate the 24-hour sun in Antarctica. They try to come up with like some like model of the world or like refraction of light to explain how this phenomena could be naturally occurring given like the world they think that we live in. But I mean, then you just give a debate to Myron Gaines that you know, women are equal to men, and the next thing we know, he's, you know, screaming, crashing out, and throwing slurs. You know, flat earthers do debate better than Myron Gaines. Do you actually agree with Myron there? Do you think that men are superior to? Do you think that men are superior to women?
Not in a human perspective, but physically, yeah.
When you just say physically, you just mean stronger on average?
I mean,
do you think that men make better leaders than women?
Men created the infrastructure we live in. Men invented pretty much everything. and men take on the hard rules of society.
I appreciate you so much for that awesome future tank. You are awesome. I appreciate you. Okay, well, I would say that both men and women take on hard rules of society because living in society tends to be hard. The human experience isn't easy. But for you to overlook the very hard contributions of women to society is quite demeaning of you. I would say it's pretty hard being pregnant for 9 months and then giving birth, and that being a realistic expectation of women, not to mention that who set that system up? Who created the system and in which way the social systems in this country are governed? That would be men. You have men to thank for apparently putting women in an easier situation.
Why is it that women are
according to you.
overrepresented in college and have higher IQs, but they still don't take on the higher? They still don't take on the harder roles of society and don't control any infrastructure points.
What specific roles?
The garbage man. Military.
because people with college degrees typically don't become garbage men.
Listen, it may be funny. Look, it may be funny, but let's be for real.
So do we live in a garbage?
Be a garbage man.
Do we live in a garbage man supremacy? If you are a garbage man, then you're better at leading.
I'm naming a hard rule. I'm naming hard rules.
Would you like to be a garbage man when you grow
up? Me personally, no. I'm not saying.
So you're
because
a woman?
I'm a man. I'm not saying
because you just said that women don't want to be garbage men.
Hold up.
Then I ask you if you want to be a garbage man when you grow up, and you say no. Does this mean that you're a woman?
I'm a man. I'm gonna end up in a better role or a harder role than a woman. I'm just saying the generality is men take on the harder roles. The generality is men are gonna be the garbage people.
Yeah, because for generations, men told women that in order to work, you need the approval of a man. You can't work 55% of jobs according to the IRS because they're specifically designated for men, and you're just straight up banned from working at night. And we need you to stay at home and get, and be forced into doing domestic labor with no pay. I don't know. Maybe if men didn't create a system of a society in which governs women to be delegated to the house, and rather would have explored women's for generation to freely explore. One moment. The workforce. Well, then it wouldn't be the case that there are some jobs in which are disproportionately worked by men. I think that you have men to thank for that. Like a really good example of this is surgeons. 85% of surgeons are men. Is this because men are better at surgery? No. Women surgeons outperform men. If you're
no, it's because they want to take on that role. They actually want to take. It's not that they can't do it. It's just that they don't want to take on the role. Most likely.
Okay, so you reject that women are better at surgery than men?
No, I'm just saying they're most likely just not going to take that role.
So what I would say, and I'd appreciate if you want to interrupt me, is the reason why there are more men that take on the role of being a surgeon compared to that of a woman is because society says that's a man's job.
No, because women have the option to become a surgeon if they want.
It doesn't matter if you have the option in the sense that this company, it will not technically not hire women. What matters is that these social pressures that exist say women, you should stay at the house, while men, you should go out and work. And when society says that men should go out and work and women should stay at the house because men are better at providing and leading compared to men, well, that's exactly what we're going to see unfold. Okay, that's what happens. You're still interrupting me when I'm trying to give you an argument. Could you wait your turn?
Dude, you're talking for 5 minutes. I'm trying to.
I said less than 3 sentences.
You're making 100 points.
I'm going to put you on mute, and then I'm going to repeat what I was in the middle of saying. Generally, I can track an argument when I'm getting interrupted time and time again by the guest. But today, like I said, I'm quite tired, so I don't know if I could do that as well. You're going to have to allow me to finish speaking for us to even have a cohesive argument. So once again, starting from the top, the reason why I think 85% of surgeons are men is because society says it's a man's job. And you can't deny that when that's a part of your argument. You fight to uphold traditionalism. You fight to uphold these primitive social structures that say men are better at leading than women. In fact, this is literally the argument that you're in the middle of making. And after generations of women being told this repeatedly and men being told this repeatedly, well, then we'll see a dictation where there are more men in which fall under these social pressures that then go out and work these jobs, and more women in which are subjugated to these social pressures and which then stay at the house. I mean, there are grandmas alive today that didn't even have the legal right to vote when they were 18, that didn't get the right to open up a bank account until they were in the middle of their life. And once again, the reason why men are more likely to be surgeons compared to women is definitely not that they're better at surgery. And that was proven by a study done by the American Medical Association that demonstrated if you're operated on by a woman compared to a man, you're 33% less likely to die or experience any negative post-operative outcome.
Are you going to let me speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're saying women are oppressed in the workforce?
I'm saying that the reason why, once again, to repeat the argument since apparently you didn't hear it, the reason why 85% of surgeons are men is because society says that that's a man's job, okay, for generations, okay? Women have been told to stay at the home while men go out, work, and provide. There are grandmas today that grew up in a world where they literally couldn't work and couldn't open up a bank account until they were in the middle of their life, couldn't report rape in the context of marriage until they were in their 50s or 60s, okay? And once again, the reason why I bring these things up, the reason why I bring up the oppression of women in many senses that exists throughout America and throughout the patriarchy is to demonstrate that just because men are overrepresented in a field doesn't mean that they're better at performing in it. And we know that because of the study conducted by the AMA that I just gave you that proves women are better at surgery.
Am I engaging in this debate more than Myron Gaines?
Yes.
Okay. So women, I'm asking you, are women oppressed in the workforce? I'm asking you.
I literally just gave you an example to demonstrate a version
I heard
or a
you said they're oppressed in society. You're saying society, societal norms,
the workforce.
Okay? I'm asking you directly, are women oppressed in the workforce?
Dude, the example that I just gave you was an example of women experiencing oppression in the workforce. Yes.
Okay, so if women are oppressed in the workforce, what happens if you call a woman a slut at your job or school?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your job in school is. If you call a woman a slut and you're a priest at a church, who knows, they might give you a promotion. If you call a woman a slut and you're a New York City billionaire, who knows, they might make you president. Like I said, it depends on the workforce.
So you'll get fired and you'll get suspended or expelled.
Trump raped a woman, calls them piggies, and he's president. Are you sure that a man will get fired from his job if he's mean to women?
Well, here's the thing. He actually didn't.
Oh, no, he certainly did.
This.
That's what the unanimous jury of 9 determined.
Some shit from 30 years ago. They held their testimony for 30 years. Okay, that makes it even worse. Why did they wait 30 years?
Oh, wait. Yeah, this is something that we debated on. And at the end of the debate, you said that you don't know enough about it to have a conversation with me on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already went over the rape case.
And I wanted to debate on Renee Good.
You already went over the rape case. So we'll actually go over something different now. Since we already had a debate about that. That was very embarrassing for you, by the way. So once again, your question was, if you're a man working a job and you call a woman a slut, what will happen to you? Well, I say, who knows, you might be able to become president. And then I mentioned Trump in the rape case. And you said, well, I deny the rape case. We already had a conversation about it. That was bad for you. Okay, well, what about Donald Trump sexually exploiting naked women and girls at the beauty pageants that he owned? Apparently, if you're a man, you could sexually exploit women and girls and become the most powerful leader of any nation in the world.
All right. So Renee Good was justified because she drove, because we already talked about that.
No. You asked me a question. I'm not going to let you run away from the answer that I'm giving to your question. I gave you an argument to demonstrate the systemic oppression of women in America, okay, through the workforce and through traditional social norms. And then in response, you say, oh, Dean, well, if women are so oppressed, why will men get fired from their jobs for calling women sluts? Then I said, I'm not so sure that's true, because a man was able to work his way to the presidency after publicly boasting about sexually exploiting the naked bodies of women and girls. And you're just going to completely ignore that? Go ahead and concede that, yeah, of course women are oppressed in the workforce. And it seems like your counterexample here doesn't work.
Hold up. I'll sound dumb and concede. If you call a woman a slut in your job, you won't get fired. I'll concede. You're right.
Okay, so then you agree that traditional gender norms are bullshit and women are absolutely oppressed in society.
That just broke down my whole entire argument. Yep.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you for now becoming a progressive.
We're gonna talk about Renee Good.
Why? You want to concede more than once in a singular debate? Sure, that's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, Renee Good was murdered.
So she wasn't, because she was there impeding an ICE operation, a federal operation. And instead of following lawful commands, she decided to back up her car. ICE agent has his gun out, pointed. Instead of following the lawful commands, she drove her car towards the federal agent who had his gun out, and he stopped the threat. So,
yeah, well, you're already wrong. I was
What was
hoping
that?
that you'd at least be honest in your description of the events that unfolded. So you said that she drove towards the agent. Have you watched the camera footage captured from the cell phone of Agent Jonathan Ross?
yeah, I watched multiple angles. I watched his too. Yup.
So then you'd see Renee Good turning her wheel as far away from Agent Jonathan Ross as she could have?
She still drove towards him.
Okay, so just to clarify, you
doesn't- it
accept
doesn't
that she
matter.
did turn her wheel as far away from Jonathan Ross as possible.
It doesn't
right?
matter. They're
Well,
not
it does.
there
It does
to
matter,
see,
but we'll
okay,
get on to that debate next. I'm just trying to see if you could agree to this or not. Do you agree that she turned her wheel as hard and far to the right as possible?
I mean, maybe, but that doesn't matter. That it doesn't matter. ICE isn't
Well,
there
it does
to
matter
determine,
because that
"Oh,
changes
well,
the direct
she's
the
turning
path
this way.
of the
Maybe
vehicle.
maybe I can go this way, and then
I want to
and then, like,
clarify. Listen to me. The reason why that matters is because that changes the path of the vehicle. In order for her to be driving towards Jonathan Ross, this means that Jonathan Ross would have had to have been in the path of her
No,
vehicle.
she was still driving towards him. She was literally still driving towards him.
And that's why he was
if you're
leaning
in
over the
if you're
top
in
left bumper of the
agent's-
car.
If you're in the agent's
So I just want to clarify.
position,
That's why he was off
you're
to the
not-
left
You're
of
not
the
going to
vehicle.
be able to tell the tires, the wheels turning. You can't see the wheel turning when you're in his position. You're going to see a car coming at you, and
Oh,
his
that's
gun
not
is out
true.
too.
That
Who in
claims
their right
false.
mind-
That claims patently false. We
His-
know that
his-
Jonathan Ross saw the wheel turning because it was captured on the cell phone footage from his hand. And if you're
You
going to
can't
say
tell
now,
that
oh,
you-
well, he wasn't looking at her. You know, of course he was looking at her. You said it yourself. He had his gun drawn, pointed at her. In order for him to be able to point that handgun at Renee Good, he had to have been looking at her, which means he had to have seen the fact that she was turning her wheel away
matter
from
of
him.
milliseconds,
But
though.
funny enough, milliseconds, you know, the amount of time that it makes to make a decision and not shoot a gun. But anyways, so funny enough, none of this actually matters geared towards the conclusion that Renee Good was murdered. The reason why I say that is because by the time he had fired his third shot, he was actively chasing down the car as she was driving away. And according to the autopsy report, it's that third shot that killed her. And in
Well, he stopped
accordance
the threat.
in accordance with the law, you are only authorized to engage in the use of lethal force if there is an imminent threat that is present. Now, see, I disagree with you. I don't even think there was an imminent threat present during the first two shots when he was kind of off to the top left bumper of the vehicle that you're arguing put him in the path of the vehicle. But I bet we can agree by the time he fired that third shot, he was not within the path of that vehicle. There's no argument otherwise, meaning there was no imminent threat to the lives of anybody within his her
Okay,
immediate
so he's
vicinity,
supposed to know-
meaning that shot was unjustified.
So he's supposed to know if he stopped the threat right then and there after those two shots. He's supposed to know if he stopped the threat.
Yeah, you are supposed to
hit
know.
her and hit a fatal shot.
So you are supposed to know that a vehicle is not a deadly threat to yourself when the vehicle is driving away from you and you're chasing
a
it
vehicle
down.
can be seen as deadly force. You do realize that, right? It has the capability of taking a human life.
My point is that it's not an imminent threat to you when it's driving away from you and you're chasing it down.
It
Do
was
you agree?
driving towards him.
When he took his
at the
third
beginning.
shot?
He didn't shoot when she was driving away.
That's not true.
It is true.
Then obviously you haven't watched the footage. He took
He didn't.
three
He didn't.
shots.
She didn't drive past him and then like, oh, shot.
The first shot was when he was leaned over the hood of the vehicle, pointing his gun at her through the windshield. The second shot was when he was already off to the side. And then the third shot was when he was actively hunting down
He was
the
still.
vehicle
He was still
by
getting
chasing
hit. That's when he
after
got
it.
hit. That's when he got hit.
He got hit during the third shot?
The second shot. No, the second shot. He got hit right there.
Okay, when he was off to the side and he landed the bullet through
No, he
the
wasn't off to the
driver's
side.
side
He got
window.
hit. He
That's
wasn't
what the
off to the
third.
side.
The second shot was through the driver's side window. I think you're talking about the first shot.
He still got hit though. He was still
During the first shot, the second
vehicle-
shot, or the third shot?
the second shot.
Okay, he couldn't have possibly gotten hit during the second shot because the second shot was through the driver's side window. How could
It was
how
to the
could
side.
he
It was.
how
it
could
was
he
to the
have been
side. It
getting
doesn't matter.
hit?
The
How
car
could
was still.
listen? So we have a car, and on the left of that car is the driver's side window. How could anybody that can land a shot through a driver's side window be getting hit by a vehicle? Not to mention that the bystander footage clearly shows that there was around a foot between him and the vehicle. But once again, we're back to doing that thing where we are deliberating the first two shots.
He's moving.
I've already clarified.
he's
Listen to
not
what I'm
only
saying. I've already clarified.
He's not only shooting, but
I'm
he's
asking
moving out
you.
of the way.
I'm
while
asking
getting
you
hit.
to. I'm asking you to listen to me. I've already clarified. I'm asking you to listen to me. I've already clarified that I disagree with you, and I don't think that there was any imminent threat that Renee Good was purporting towards the agents during the first two shots. You, of course, think otherwise. You think that he got hit during the first two shots, and then he was on the side of the vehicle. Okay. Well, actually, those first two shots are not relevant towards the evaluation on if Jonathan Ross is a murderer, because those first two shots, once again, according to the autopsy report, did not kill Renee Good.
Okay, let me ask you this.
It is the third shot that killed Renee Good. And because, in accordance with Connor v. Graham, SCOTUS case law, DOJ policy, the 2nd, 4th, and 14th Amendment, in order for an LEO engaged shooting to be justified, there must be an imminent threat the moment
He
bullet
stopped
that
it. He stopped the
kills
threat.
the individual
Yo, are you gonna-
is present. So
Yo,
in other
yo,
words, you have to
are you
argue
go-
that there was an
What are
imminent
you-
threat during the third shot.
Listen,
so here's my
I've heard-
question.
I've heard-
What imminent threat
you've
did
made,
Renee
like,
Good pose to Jonathan Ross during the third shot?
You've made 100 points, bro. I get your point. Are you
Okay.
So you're finally
so what's
gonna let
the
me
imminent
speak?
threat that Renee Good posed during the third shot?
What was the? It doesn't matter. He was moving out of the way.
It does matter.
While shooting. Yes, it does.
Okay, you agree that it does. So what was the imminent threat, please?
The car has the capability. Let me ask you this: who in the right mind drives towards someone with their gun out,
you seem to be
pointed at
dodging
them?
my question. Do
No,
you
no,
agree?
no. Who in the right mind?
You seem to be dodging my question. My question is, what was the imminent threat during the moment of the third shot that killed Renee Good?
Her car.
Okay.
Who in the right mind drives
Perfect.
towards
Let
her?
me-
You're saying the
let
first
me
two
look
shots
for
were
an
unjustified
image.
because she wasn't a threat. Who in
I
the
have
right
this.
mind drives
I
her?
have this on my computer. One moment, because I'm going to
Okay,
go one
okay.
point at a
No, you're
time.
dodging. You're
I
pivoting.
want to go one moment. I want to go 1 point at a time. The question was, what was the imminent
so
threat
you want to go one
that
point
Renee
at a time
Good,
with me, but I can't go one point at a time with
purported
you.
to Jonathan Ross?
Oh,
and you
my
said
gosh.
her
Yo,
car was the imminent
This
threat.
guy, bro.
So now
Yo,
we're gonna pull up a still.
How do you still
screen
have supporters? How are
of the
people still
car
listening to
during
you?
the third shot?
So I can't go one point by one with you, but you
Perfect.
can go 1 point by one
Here it
with
is.
me.
And
Okay?
of course, it glitched out.
And people are still listening to you and think this is logical. Okay?
Here it is.
Who the hell was that?
Previous guest I was making fun of. I have about 1 billion images loaded up into the OBS.
All right. Incel.
I don't know why he's talking to himself in a mirror while I'm trying to pull up a photo of Renee Good shooting. There it is. All right. This is a still screen screenshot of the moment Jonathan Ross took his third shot that killed Renee Good. The question that I asked
the threat hasn't been stopped.
was, did Renee Good purport an imminent threat to Jonathan Ross when he took his third shot that killed her? You said yes. So I will ask you, in this image,
Yes,
what
other
is the
citizens.
imminent threat?
Yes. Other citizens. She could have hit other citizens, yes.
Okay.
It is a fleeing
Anybody-
vehicle at the same time. She is
Anybody-
fleeing while driving towards a federal agent.
So in this
The threat hasn't been
screenshot, she's
stopped.
driving towards a federal agent?
The threat hasn't been stopped. The
So I
third
just want to
shot,
clarify.
the
I'm trying to
threat is
ask you a
stopped.
question. In this screenshot, is she driving towards a federal agent?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
She's fleeing while trying to hit a federal agent.
It does matter. Let me
The
tell you
threat-
why.
she could hit other citizens. That's why it's justified.
Okay.
The
Anybody
threat hasn't been stopped.
Anybody who's driving a car on the road could hit other citizens. So according
But
to your
she was
standard,
posing a threat though.
you are
She wasn't
interrupting
following
me.
lawful orders. She wasn't
You are
following lawful orders.
interrupting me. Let me know when you're done so I could respond without the consistent interruptions.
Yeah, I gave my point. Respond to that point.
Okay,
Go
thank
ahead.
you. So I have a
Go ahead,
couple
respond
things
to
to
it,
respond
what I just
to.
said.
The first thing that I want to respond to is I asked you, what was the imminent threat that Renee Good was poising during the moment of the third shot, like you said there was? And you said, well, she's driving a car on a roadway where she could hit civilians. First and foremost, the standard in which determines what an imminent threat would be is not could kill somebody, but is at an imminent risk of actually killing somebody. Like, for example, why do you think that it is illegal for cops to kill people that publicly carry guns? Because although they could use that gun to kill somebody, just like anybody, including Renee Good,
is the gun pointed at the officer?
Could use her car to kill a citizen.
If the gun is pointed at the officer, that changes the situation.
Perfect. So
This
because
is
the car is
situation,
not
the car
pointed
was
at the
driving towards
officer.
the officer.
So because
Okay,
the
a car
car was
drives.
not
Yeah,
driving
that's
at
not
the
threat.
officer,
A car
because the car was not pointed at the
A car
officer,
drives
there
towards
was
the
no
federal
imminent threat, and the shooting was
That's
not
a-
justified. Thank you for conceding. You
No, I
get
didn't
it.
concede. I'm
Yes, you
proving
just
you
did.
wrong.
You just said that if somebody was carrying a gun in public, the only way they would be an imminent threat is if they were pointing that gun like at somebody. Okay, so what would the parallel be here? Well, because Renee Good is not pointing
he's
her
spam
car
moving
at an
it.
ICE agent,
Yo,
therefore Renee
At the end of the
Good
day,
was
she
murdered.
She still drove her car towards a federal agent. She was a threat.
Okay,
And
so it
she
is
was-
your argument.
She was fleeing while trying to hit a federal agent.
Yeah.
That
And I've-
third shot stopped the threat. You
I've tried-
You don't understand. It's not like the guy's carrying his gun and then he gets shot. That's not what Renee didn't drive her car regularly like she was going to go to the store and get shot. No, she posed a threat. While fleeing, she tried to hit an officer. She was driving towards an officer, and the third shot stopped the threat.
All right. I've explained this concept to you 4 times. I'm going to explain it to you for a 5th time just so I could try to help educate you. But I feel like the reason why
And then you're
still
gonna run?
So I feel like the reason why you're still repeating these false claims after me explaining it to you 4 times is because the other 4 times you didn't actually listen to me. And
You're
my
the one
evidence,
repeating claims. You just admitted you're going to repeat your claim.
right? Because the claim that I'm going to repeat debunks what you just said.
No, it quite literally doesn't.
Okay, so what
Comparing
am I going to
apples to
repeat?
oranges, literally.
So what am I going to repeat?
You're gonna say, the whole if a guy has a gun and he doesn't
Nope.
point it.
Nope, that would be
That's
an
what you said.
analogy.
If a guy
My
has a
point
gun
wouldn't
and
be
he
an
doesn't point
analogy.
it,
See, this
you
is
can't
why
kill
it's
him.
important
If
to
Renee-
listen.
if Renee
This
Good-
is why it's important for you to listen. We know now that you
After
are
the
not
third-
listening to what I'm saying
After the
because you
second
just
shot-
said, Dean, what you're going to
Hold up.
repeat, okay, is largely irrelevant and doesn't matter and
wanted
doesn't
me-
prove me wrong.
you
But
wanted
then you
to
don't even
explain-
know what I'm going to say.
Now
So,
you're
okay,
muting-
I'm going
you're
to
muting
say
me.
it. Yes,
When
I am muting you
when I'm-
because I asked you to repeat
You're
what I
muting
was
me.
going to say, and then you start going off about an analogy related to somebody who's carrying a gun in public. No, that's not what I was going to repeat. Listen to me very closely. All right. So you agreed that at the moment of this interaction, Renee Good was not an imminent threat to the LEO. Fantastic. But your argument,
Could have been a
insofar as
threat to.
okay,
She was
you
a
are
threat in
interrupting me.
general. She was a threat in general.
Was she an imminent threat?
Yeah, she was.
Define imminent threat.
Son, she drove. I'll give you an example.
No,
Driving
I
your
don't want
car
an
towards a
example.
federal agent
I
when
want a
his gun is pointed
definition.
at you. That's
What
an
is
imminent
the
threat.
define imminent threat?
I'll give you an example. Renee Good
No.
drove her car towards a federal
I don't
agent
want
with
an
his gun out.
example.
That's
I
an
want a
imminent threat.
definition.
That's an imminent
Define
threat.
imminent
That's
threat.
an imminent threat. That's an imminent threat.
I'm not asking you for an example. I'm asking you for a definition.
Okay, how would I know what an
Define
imminent threat
imminent
is?
threat.
How would I give you an example if I don't know what an imminent threat is?
I'm not asking you for an example. I'm asking you for a
Okay,
definition.
then, so I wouldn't be able to.
Define imminent
I
threat.
wouldn't be able to give an example if I didn't know what it was.
So then it should be really easy to define it. So define imminent
Okay,
threat.
yeah, I'll give you an example.
No,
Renee Good
not an example.
drives
A
her car.
definition.
Yeah, something in the moment that can kill you or cause seriously bodily harm or injury.
Can a man with a gun kill you?
If it's yeah.
So a man with a gun is an imminent threat, so cops could just kill people who are open carrying?
If it's pointed at you, it's justified to shoot them. If it's pointed at you.
Okay, but a man with a gun that's not pointed at you can kill you. So it seems like
Did
an
Renee-
imminent threat isn't just merely
Renee Good
something
posted-
that can kill you.
She
Okay?
was al-
Because there are many things. We got to wait for him to stop so I could explain this to him. So you're making this debate very difficult. So there are many things that can
Okay,
kill
I'll give
you.
him. I'll give you an analogy.
Okay? So, like, for example, guns can kill you.
No, I'll give you an
This
analogy.
doesn't make any... Okay.
Okay.
No. You're gonna stop.
Hold up, I'm gonna.
No. It's my turn to speak, dude. By the way, this guy's kamikazing the debate because he knows that he is losing. Folks, Trump supporters do this to me all the time on this live stream. This is their debate tactic. Once I get them in a position where they literally cannot debate their way out of the hole that they put themselves in,
I'll give you an
they just
analogy
start
right now.
kamikazing the debate by
Right
just
now, I'll
doing this
give you an
thing where they just always want to speak
I'll give you an
and
analogy.
act like children. It's the
Okay, then go
intentional
ahead.
torpedo of
Go
productive
ahead.
dialogue.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's the intentional torpedo of productive dialogue, everybody.
Go
It is
ahead.
the oldest tactic in the book. You're
Go
telling
ahead.
me to go ahead. I literally can't until you stop speaking. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Wow. All the Trump supporters today, so ridiculous, let me tell you.
Go ahead.
So I asked this guy what an imminent threat was. This guy said something that can kill you. No. An imminent threat is not something that can kill you. An imminent threat is something that is going to immediately kill you, if not prevented.
In that moment, yes,
Okay?
I said that.
You're interrupting me.
That.
No, you're interrupting me. You're interrupting me, dude. When you
Well,
do this,
now you're mischaracterizing what I said.
You're interrupting me. You're interrupting
You're
me.
mischaracterizing what I said.
I'm not
so
mischaracterizing what you said.
yeah, I'm
You're
gonna
interrupting
interrupt.
me. Yeah, because you want to just completely torpedo the productive dialogue of the conversation. I get it.
Did I not say in that moment?
This is what all Trump supporters do.
Did I not say in that moment? Yes or no?
Anything that can kill you that you're in the vicinity of could kill you in that moment. That doesn't make it an imminent threat. The reason why that's not an imminent threat is because we have to go from could to
What's the
would.
difference between immediately and in that moment?
That's not the difference. The difference is between could and will.
Okay, anybody could immediately kill you. What's the imminent threat?
Right, exactly. There would be no imminent threat in the
Yeah.
scenario
So
of somebody
what the
that
hell are
could
you talking
kill you.
about? Why are you saying that?
Because you
Why are
argued that
you-
an
why are
imminent
you
threat is
trying to
something that
debunk
could
the
kill
definition,
you.
the literal
when I'm
definition?
telling you that an imminent threat is something that will kill you.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
I said.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So you agree that an imminent threat is something that will kill you in the imminent moment. All right. Describe to me, describe to the viewers, describe to every person watching at home how Renee's vehicle will kill the agent off to the
Okay,
side
now let
of
me
the
give you that
vehicle
analogy. I'll answer that.
unless the
So if a
agent
guy-
shoots and kills Renee. I don't want an analogy. I literally want an explanation
You gave the
of how
analogy.
in
The
this
fuck are you talking about? You
moment
gave the analogy.
Renee Good's
So I'm gonna fucking debunk
vehicle
it.
would
So you're
have
gonna
killed
listen,
that
okay?
agent
I'm gonna give you
if
this
that
analogy.
agent
The
did
guy
not
with
shoot
the
and
gun,
kill
right?
Renee Good.
He
You
doesn't
are
pose an
running.
imminent danger
You are
just by
running. Stop
having it.
running.
Okay.
No, that you're
Let's
actually
say-
running.
No,
you're
you're
actually running.
running. Let
This
me
is
say my
craziness. No,
What the fuck?
you are running.
You're saying
this
I'm
does not
running.
include
You
an
are
analogy. You are
literally
running.
running.
No, you are absolutely
that's
running.
you.
This doesn't
That's
include an
literally
analogy.
you.
All right, listen,
What are
everybody.
you
We're
talking
gonna let
about?
him give him his analogy, and then we're gonna
Are
get him
you
back on
serious?
point. He's so scared to give a
Okay.
description on how Renee Good's vehicle would
Dude,
have
I'm
killed
trying
Agent
to
Jonathan
debunk what
Ross
you're
if
saying,
Agent Jonathan
and you're
Ross did
saying
not
I'm
shoot and kill
running.
Renee.
I'm trying to debunk what you're
Go ahead.
saying, and you're
We'll get
saying
him
I'm
back to the
running.
point after he runs. Go ahead.
Okay, you're saying the guy owning the gun isn't imminent danger, right? Okay, if he shoots a gun that person's direction doesn't hit him, and then he puts the gun down, is he no longer an imminent threat?
Yeah.
And it's not justified to kill him?
Yeah.
It's not justified to kill him because he shot a bullet your way and didn't kill you.
So if somebody shoots a bullet and then throws the gun on the ground, turns around and runs,
No, and then
in fact,
and
they're
then,
no
and then-
longer an imminent threat.
No,
yeah.
not throws to the ground. No, he didn't throw the. Renee Good didn't get hop out the
wait,
car.
wait.
Did
Okay,
she-
I'm
did
so
Renee
sorry.
Good jump out
I
the
was
car?
gonna let you speak to try to like run away, so then I could get you back on topic. You give me an analogy of somebody putting a gun on the ground, and then I like correctly represent
No,
that by
not
saying
the
throwing
ground,
the
not
gun
the
on the
ground.
ground, and then
No.
all this. That's what you
No.
just said, bro.
I didn't say on the ground. If he puts the gun
Yes, you
down,
did.
if he points it down, not puts it on the ground. If he still has it in his hands but points it down,
Oh my fucking god.
he's no longer an imminent danger. And you're
Yes. So
by
so
your
that-
logic, he's no
that-
longer a danger. So it's not justified to kill him.
So the reason why that person would still be an imminent threat is because they could pick that gun back up in less than half a second, point it at your face, and fucking pull the trigger. Now, the
Because
difference
he already
is,
did it. He already did it. He already did it before. He was a threat.
well, I can
and
tell
he
you the
has a gun. He
differences
still has a gun
between
in
the
his hand.
analogy that you're giving me, okay, and what happened to Renee Good if you shut up for more than 2 seconds. I don't know if you can.
Go ahead.
Dude, for everybody watching, literally keep track in the chat of how long this guest lasts before he interrupts. Fucking hell. I swear, these MAGA chuds are so embarrassing.
Okay.
Dude, I got 2 words in. 2 seconds. Y'all didn't even get to 2 in the chat. Oh my God. All right, listen, buddy. I understand that you want to completely kamikaze and torpedo the debate because you're talking to somebody much more intelligent than yourself. Many idiots do that. But you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. Okay, self-control is very important. Do you agree?
No, self-control is terrible, bro. It's the worst thing. Imagine having self-control. Imagine.
At least you're honest. Okay. I'm going to start from the top again. If you interrupt me, I'm probably just going to kick you, dude. All right? If that's what you want, which I know it is, feel free to hit that interrupt. I know that's what you're going for. I know you're going for that kick.
That's what you want.
If that's what I wanted, then why am I not kicking you right now?
You
Because
want a
that was
reason, an
interruption.
excuse to kick me. You want an excuse to run.
Then why am I informing you ahead of time?
Because that's your excuse.
No, I could just kick you and then say I kicked you because you interrupted me. Instead, I'm choosing to inform you.
Yeah,
and I haven't kicked you yet because I'm trying to get you to
want to justify your excuse.
I'm just, what if, do you think it's possible that it's true? I'm just tired of you constantly interrupting me every 2 words.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you think it's possible I'm tired of you mischaracterizing what I'm saying?
Try to control yourself while the other person speaks in the debate. You're saying that I'm mischaracterizing what you are saying.
And you make a point for 5 minutes.
You just let me say 2 words, dude. It's either self-control or gone. Which one is it going to be? TikTok has taken away my ability to mute you. The UI glitched out. I literally can't mute you.
Let's go.
So it's either self-control or kicked. Which one do you want?
Are you going to speak for 10 minutes straight?
Tell me which option do you want? Do you to control
Are you going to
yourself?
Speak for 10 minutes
no,
straight and get
you're not
mad when I
answering my
interrupt?
question. Are you going to control yourself or are you going to get kicked?
Are you going to speak for 10 minutes straight and get mad when I interrupt?
He can't even answer a simple question. All right, I'm going to start speaking now. You interrupt me, you're probably gone. Okay?
Okay.
So there's a couple differences between the analogy that you gave and what happened to Renee Good. The first difference is that inside of that analogy, a man picks up a gun, points at an officer, and pulls the trigger. That's demonstrating intention to end life. But because in the cell phone footage we saw Renee Good turn her car as hard and far to the right as possible, and she announced that she was going to pull out after her wife told her to leave, this would be there would be a demonstrated lack of an intention to end life. Once again, your argument that she purported an imminent threat to Officer Jonathan Ross was not that she intended to kill him or that she tried to kill him, but rather that he just happened to be within the path of the vehicle as she attempted to flee. You specifically used the word flee. The word flee would represent somebody attempting to leave and not somebody attempting to kill an officer. Also, not to mention, if she did intend to kill the officer, then she would have turned her wheels to the left. The second point that I'll make right here is the second difference between the analogy that you just gave and what happened to Renee Good in the real world is the mobility and access of being able to take a gun that is pointed at the ground in half a second, pull it up and point it to somebody and pull the trigger after you've already demonstrated an intention to kill. In the real world, Renee Good could not have reoriented her vehicle from the orientation present in this screenshot to then be oriented in the direction of the path of Officer Jonathan Ross to then kill him. Okay? A comparable analogy of how hard it would have been for her to reorient her car in the direction of the vehicle, in the direction of Jonathan Ross, would be if somebody had a gun, accidentally fired it with an officer in the vicinity, and then threw it on the ground and run 50 feet away, and then that officer killed that person standing 50 feet away. Because there was the accidental creation of what is an imminent threat, which I reject. We're just assuming this for the purpose of the argument. And then this individual very clearly ended that imminent threat by dropping the gun on the ground and walked away. Very similarly, in the real world, what happened to Renee Good, of course, is I don't believe there was ever the creation of the imminent threat, because I don't think that Officer Jonathan Ross was ever within the path of Renee Good's vehicle. But for my argument, I am pre-assuming that the first 2 shots were justified because he was in the path of the vehicle. The reason why the shooting was still murder is because by the time he had taken his 3rd shot at Renee Good, it was clear that Renee Good was fleeing the scene, and it's clear by the screenshot that he was very much so out of the path of the vehicle. And the moment that the officers were out of the path of the vehicle, the imminent threat was over. My one last response here before I pass you the mic would be your claim that she was still a threat because she could have hit somebody down the road. Anybody on the roadway could have hit somebody down the road. It's not that she wasn't a threat. Anybody driving a car is a threat. It's rather that she wasn't an imminent threat. There is no clear example or description of how/why in this screenshot Renee Good could have and would have immediately killed somebody if Agent Jonathan Ross did not take that third shot.
Okay, so Renee Good was given lawful orders. She didn't follow them, and the ICE officer pulled his gun out to detain her because she was threatening to drive away. She drove towards the ICE officer. Whether she turned her wheel, how many degrees, is irrelevant. She drove her. What they're there to do is to identify the threat and stop it. So what you think is irrelevant to what happened.
The argument that I gave you to demonstrate that Renee Good was murdered pre-assumed everything that you just said to be true. And it still demonstrated how she was murdered.
Okay.
So please respond to the argument.
She was a threat. She literally was a threat.
The argument that I gave you.
She didn't follow lawful orders.
Mm-hmm.
The guy had his gun pointed at her and she drove towards him.
Once again.
They're not there to determine how many degrees wheel turns.
The argument that I gave you presumed that the first two shots were justified because he was in the path of the vehicle as she was driving away. You didn't even.
So you're basing
it. To the argument.
You're saying it's unjustified based off the third shot.
Because that's the shot that killed her. Yes. You could cope laugh your way all throughout your life, and
she was fleeing. She posed a threat, and she was still fleeing. He stopped the threat. What you think is irrelevant.
From detention is not an imminent threat that justifies a cop to kill you.
Did they, when they were fleeing, did they have a weapon and chasing someone?
What?
That's the example. Like,
I don't understand that question.
Okay. She was giving lawful orders. Federal agents were present there.
Disobeying lawful orders is not a death sentence.
To begin with. You admitted she was a threat.
No, I pre-assumed that she was an imminent threat during the first two shots for the argument to demonstrate how she was murdered. Even in assumption of that claim. Because, once again, the standard that justifies... Let me speak. The standard that justifies an LEO shooting and killing somebody is not that they were an imminent threat, but they actively are the imminent threat. The moment the imminent threat stops, which in this case you're arguing was Jonathan Ross being in the path of your vehicle, right? Right?
Law enforcement doesn't have a duty to retreat, so...
Right, that's the imminent threat. Jonathan Ross being in the path of your vehicle. Can you agree that is the imminent threat?
No, she's the imminent threat driving towards him.
Okay, but the imminent threat is that he was in the path of the vehicle as she was driving towards him, right?
Yeah, she drove towards him. She wasn't supposed to.
So check this out. We just agreed that the imminent threat was Renee Good driving towards Jonathan Ross. So do you agree that this imminent threat would end the moment Renee Good is not driving towards
because
Jonathan Ross?
If she was an imminent threat before, if she was an imminent threat, how does it make it just because she's not driving? Now she's not driving towards an ICE officer. Now she's not an imminent threat. While she was fleeing, the whole point was to flee, and she drove towards a federal
the moment
agent.
She was no longer an imminent threat, the shooting was not justified.
What makes her not a threat anymore? She's still fleeing.
Because Jonathan Ross was no longer in the active path of her moving vehicle.
She's still a threat. It's not specific individuals. She was a threat.
Okay. So
and she was
who
still
was
fleeing.
in the path of her vehicle at an imminent threat of being killed when Jonathan Ross fired that third bullet?
You can't drive your car towards a federal agent. It doesn't matter. You're still a threat.
Okay. Well,
after the fact,
the agents can't kill you. This has been adjudicated by Connor v. Graham. Okay. Let me describe to you the case law. Let me describe to you, not legally. Let me describe to you the case law and the subject matter. Okay. So an imminent threat, as we already agreed, okay, would be a threat in which, if not stopped, will immediately kill or seriously harm somebody, right?
Okay, she's still a threat, though. I
Dude,
didn't say
listen,
she's an imminent threat. She's still a threat.
Okay, but she's no longer an imminent threat. And being a
Yeah, she's
threat,
still a threat,
is
though.
not the legal standard that justifies a cop
She
to kill
could
you.
be. She
being
still could be an imminent threat based off
is what
her
justifies
already-
a cop to kill you.
She was already an imminent threat by fleeing. She's still fleeing.
Okay, so fleeing
she could still
is
be
not an
threat.
imminent threat unless there were to be somebody else in the immediate path of her vehicle while fleeing.
Yes, while fleeing, she was an imminent threat because she
Okay,
drove
so
towards
who
the
is
federal
immediately in the
agent.
path of her vehicle while fleeing in the screenshot?
She's still fleeing. What?
Yes.
What makes you think she
Yes.
won't be a
I agree.
threat,
I agree
an
that she
imminent
is
threat?
fleeing. But fleeing is not an imminent threat. Then you're also saying, what makes you think she
But while
won't be an
fleeing
imminent threat in the
before-
future? So an imminent threat is permanent in the now. You can't kill somebody because you think they will be an imminent threat in the future. If they are not an imminent threat now, then you do not have legal
It
justification
is now.
to end their life.
It's
Then who is
literally
in the path
still-
of her vehicle in the screenshot?
It's literally still in the.
Who is in the path
moment.
of her vehicle in the screenshot?
She was still a threat.
To who is she an imminent threat to?
Citizens. She
What
drove towards
citizens?
a federal agent.
What
She
citizens?
drove
Wait,
towards a
I'm so
federal
sorry.
agent
In the
while fleeing.
screenshot, what citizens are standing in front of
What
her
makes
car?
you think while she's still fleeing, she won't be an imminent threat after she just was?
Oh wait. So
She
you
was
agree?
still a
Okay,
threat.
so I just want to clarify. You're arguing that she could be an imminent threat in the future, but she's not an imminent threat at the moment.
Because
of
she
the
just
screenshot?
was.
Okay,
She
perfect.
just was.
Okay, got it.
And she's
so do
still
you
fleeing.
agree?
She's still
do you
fleeing.
do,
That's
do
the
you
thing.
agree? Do you
She's
agree?
still
Do you
fleeing.
agree? Do you agree? Let me speak. That therefore the shooting was murder because your argument is that when Jonathan Ross killed her, she was not actively an imminent threat now, but rather
But she was still
that
fleeing.
she could be an imminent threat in the future.
Yes, because she's fleeing, and when she
Fleeing
and at the beginning
is
when
not
she was
an
fleeing,
imminent
she
threat.
drove towards.
We already went
because
over
she
this.
drove towards
The
a
definition of what an imminent threat is the fact that you are going to kill somebody
Hold up, let me
or
speak.
seriously harm somebody unless you are stopped.
Okay,
and that
if she
and that
didn't drive
threat has
towards
to
the
be
federal
imminent.
agent, if she didn't drive towards the federal agent,
Okay,
it would be seen
sir,
as
I'm going to
fleeing in
kick
general.
you if you do not listen to me. I've already clarified for this on you. Okay, I'm trying to get you to clearly articulate the imminent threat present in this screenshot at this moment in time. How about this? Do you accept that the moment
I
the
already said
imminent
she was a
threat
threat.
ends...
She could be
One
an
moment.
imminent threat.
Do you accept that legally speaking, the moment the imminent threat ends, the LEO does not have legal justification to shoot and kill you? Do you accept that?
Wait. You're still arguing whether I think.
Do
it's an
you
imminent
accept
threat.
the moment that the imminent threat ends, the LEO does not have legal justification to shoot and kill you?
No, because you're still a threat and you're still fleeing. She's
Okay.
still fleeing.
Okay.
She's still fleeing. That's the thing. That's why she was the imminent threat, because she was still fleeing. That's why it was caused as an imminent threat, because she was fleeing while driving towards a federal agent. Okay? If she didn't drive towards the federal agent to begin with, it would just be seen as fleeing. She was never a threat to begin with, so it would be unjustified. But while fleeing, while starting to flee, she was an imminent threat, and that's the point. She's still fleeing. She could still be an imminent threat. That's why there's probable cause. She could still be an imminent threat because she's still fleeing.
Okay. Perfect. Are you familiar with Tennessee v. Garner?
No.
Okay. The reason why you're not familiar with Tennessee v. Garner or any SCOTUS case law on the subject matter is because you were simply uneducated on the subject matter. I asked you a very clear question. My question was, do you agree that the moment you are no longer an imminent threat, the LEO cannot legally shoot and kill you? You said no. You said, Dean, I disagree. It does not depend. It does not depend.
It does.
So I have two references that I could give you. Okay? My first reference is Tennessee v. Gardner. In this explicitly established that officers cannot use deadly force on a fleeing suspect, even if that fleeing suspect had previously demonstrated an imminent threat, and concluded that officers can only shoot and kill people when they are demonstrating an imminent threat, and the moment they are not demonstrating an imminent threat, they no longer have legal justification to shoot and kill you.
There was citizens there. There was probability she was an imminent threat because there was citizens there and she was
Okay.
still fleeing.
Were citizens in the immediate path of her vehicle?
It doesn't matter. She still drove towards a federal agent.
The reason why it does matter is because you're attempting to argue that maybe she was an imminent threat because maybe she could have killed a citizen. Well, we already established that the legal standard of what is an imminent threat would be being immediately at the imminent risk of killing somebody. This would mean in order for her to be at an imminent threat of killing a civilian would have had to have been in the immediate path of her vehicle. Do you understand why it now matters?
That's not how it works.
That
Let me
is how it
explain.
works.
Can I explain?
Yes.
So when you're an imminent threat, when you start to flee, it doesn't matter after the fact if you're still fleeing.
Wrong. Tennessee v. Garner.
That's probable cause to
Wrong.
assume that
Tennessee
they could
v.
be an
Garner.
imminent threat.
Tennessee v. Gardner says otherwise. This is explicitly, this has been legislated. Explicitly, Tennessee v. Gardner, which was a SCOTUS case, concluded that you are wrong. And that officers do not have any legal justification to shoot and kill a fleeing suspect, even if an imminent threat was presented. The moment the imminent threat ends, there is no legal justification for that shooting. That is explicitly what Tennessee v. Gardner concluded.
Did she stop fleeing?
No.
Exactly. So she could still be an imminent threat. She didn't stop fleeing.
Is not
if she
an
stopped
imminent
fleeing,
threat per Tennessee v. Gardner.
Does it
That is
say-
what
does it
Tennessee
say-
v. Gardner legislated.
Okay, but she was still fleeing though.
And that is something that SCOTUS has determined
the imminent
is
threat-
not an imminent threat that justifies
The imminent
a cop
threat
to
never
kill you.
ended because she was still fleeing.
Fleeing is not an imminent threat per
No,
Tennessee v.
it started
Gardner.
by an imminent threat.
And then
And she,
that imminent
she
threat
continued to
ended.
flee. She
Yes.
continued to flee.
But
What do
while
you not
fleeing,
get?
she was not an imminent threat per the ruling of SCOTUS in the Tennessee v. Gardner court case. Listen.
Yes, when you're fleeing after you cause an imminent threat and you're still fleeing, you still reasonably can be an imminent
Tennessee
threat.
v. Gardner says otherwise. The Supreme
Okay.
Court has ruled otherwise. That's not true.
Okay, actually, no, that's not what he's talking about. If she stops fleeing, that's what he's talking about. The reason why she's still in imminent danger is because when she started fleeing, she drove towards a federal agent. That's the reason why.
How many times?
When she's still fleeing, she's in imminent danger.
How
so
many?
no, that law doesn't
how
apply
many-
to this.
How many times am I going to have to repeat this? Okay. When there was nobody in the imminent path of her vehicle, she was not an imminent threat.
She was, because when she started to flee, that's how it happened, because she drove towards a federal agent and
we
she's
are
continuing
already-
to flee.
After that federal agent was not in the path of her vehicle, she was not an imminent threat per SCOTUS case law. Tennessee
She
v.
was
Gardner.
because she's still fleeing.
I'm
She was
telling-
because she's still
Dude,
fleeing.
I'm giving you literal SCOTUS rulings that say you are wrong. Can you please address the literal
Okay,
SCOTUS
let me
rulings
give you an
I'm giving
example.
that say no? Please address the literal SCOTUS rulings I am giving you that say you are wrong. Address Tennessee v. Gardner.
They're not saying I'm wrong. because
Have
she's
you
still a
read
threat.
Tennessee v. Gardner?
She's still a threat.
Have you read Tennessee v. Gardner?
You told me, and I
Have
still know it
you
doesn't
read
apply.
Tennessee v. Gardner?
You gave me what you gave me.
Have
the
you
law.
read Tennessee v. Gardner?
No.
Then how do you know that it's not saying you are wrong?
Because it's saying when they're not a threat anymore, imminent threat. She's still an imminent threat because she's fleeing, and that's how the imminent threat was caused.
I would once again, suggest that you actually look up the resources that I'm giving you. The case of Tennessee v. Gardner specifically establishes that officers cannot use deadly force on a fleeing suspect, even if previously an imminent threat was present, and had ruled that force.
She's still an
deadly
imminent threat.
force-
That's what I'm saying. She's still an imminent threat.
Okay. Who was at imminent threat of dying? Do you agree that if
citizens? Citizens.
Okay. So there were citizens that were at an immediate risk of dying.
She was fleeing.
Do you agree?
She
do you
posed an imminent
agree
threat.
that in order for a citizen to be at an immediate risk of dying from Renee Good, they would have had to be within the immediate path of the vehicle?
She was still fleeing.
You're not answering my
She was still
question.
fleeing.
Do you agree that in order for a citizen to be at the immediate risk of getting hit by her, they had to have been in the immediate path of her car?
Yeah. And if they were, she would have kept driving.
So please demonstrate to me the citizens that were within the immediate path of her car in this screenshot.
It doesn't matter, bro.
It doesn't
matter
because you just said that she was at the imminent threat of killing citizens. You made the claim that she was at the immediate threat of killing citizens. You agree that in order for her to be at the immediate threat of killing citizens, there had to have been citizens in the imminent path of her vehicle. So show me, where are the citizens that are in the immediate path of her vehicle in this screenshot?
She was already an imminent threat.
This isn't an
They
answer
have
to the
reason
question.
believe-
Show me
they have
the
reason
citizens
to
that are in the
believe she's
immediate
still
path
an
of the
imminent
vehicle.
threat.
This is not an answer to the question. Show me the citizens that are
It
at
is.
they're
It is
in
an answer
the
to it.
immediate path of her vehicle, or concede that there were no citizens that were at an imminent threat of getting killed. Either concede or
what do you
demonstrate
not
to me the
get?
citizens that were in the path
How
of
many
this
times-
vehicle.
How many times do I have
Either
to explain
concede or demonstrate to me the citizens that were in the immediate path of her vehicle.
Okay, I'm gonna explain this one
Either
more time, okay?
concede or demonstrate to me the
I'm gonna explain
citizens
this to
that
you
were in
one
the
more time,
immediate path of her
alright?
vehicle,
I'm gonna give
because
you one
you
more
made the
chance.
claim that
I'm gonna
citizens
give you
were at
one
the
more
imminent
chance,
threat of
okay?
getting hit by Renee Good, and then you
I'm gonna
agreed
give you
that the
one
only
more
way a
chance
citizen
to
could be at an
comprehend this.
imminent threat of getting hit by Renee Good is if they were in the immediate path of the vehicle. So you
Listen,
just
listen.
argued that the only way a citizen could be at the immediate threat of
I'm
getting
going to
killed
give you
by
one more
Renee Good
chance,
is
bro.
if they were in the imminent threat of her vehicle. So either show me the citizens that were at imminent threat of getting killed by Renee Good, or concede your argument.
Okay, so this is hard for you to understand.
Either show me the
imminent- the
citizens. No,
imminent
you have two
threat
options here. I'm not going to let you
is
run.
her
I'm
fleeing.
not going to let you run. Either
reason
concede
why
that there was no
her
citizen
being-
who was
the
at the
reason why
imminent
fleeing
threat
is
of
the
getting
imminent
killed,
threat
or
was because
show
she
me the
drove
citizens
towards
in
a
which were at
federal
the
agent.
immediate that were in the immediate
The threat
path of her
hasn't been
vehicle.
stopped, and she's still fleeing.
Cool. Do you remember when you agreed? Do you remember when you said that there were citizens in which she was at an imminent threat of killing?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. Do you remember when you said that?
I remember saying she was still an imminent threat.
Do you remember when you
because she's
said that
still
she was an
fleeing.
imminent threat to citizens?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Do you remember then saying that in order for her to be an imminent threat to citizens, they would have had to have been in the immediate path of her vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay. So then show me the citizens in the immediate path of her vehicle, or concede.
I also said she's still fleeing.
Okay.
That's
Are
why
there,
she's an imminent threat.
Okay. Where are the citizens in the immediate path of her vehicle?
She's still
Okay.
fleeing.
Okay. Thank you. Now, where are the citizens that are in the immediate path of her vehicle? Because you said that in order for a citizen to be at
I
an
didn't
imminent
say
threat,
that's the only reason. I didn't say that's the only
but you said it's
reason.
one of them. So we're going to go reason through reason. So demonstrate to me the citizens that were in the immediate path of the vehicle. Where exactly are they, dude?
Dude, that's not the only, bro. You don't understand it, bro. That's not.
We're going
that's literally not
one
the only
reason at a time. I understand that you're giving us multiple reasons, but we're going to go one at a time. You just acknowledged that you did claim that there were citizens that were at the immediate threat of getting hit by Renee Good. And then
You're
you
Monday
agreed that in order
quarterbacking
for a
a
citizen to be
specific
at the immediate
position.
threat of getting hit by Renee Good, they'd have had to have been in the immediate path of the vehicle. So in other words, you're arguing that it is
That is
true
irrelevant.
that there are citizens that were in the immediate path of her vehicle. Show them to me.
You're Monday quarterbacking a specific position that is
Show them
irrelevant.
to
I
me.
said,
Then concede it.
She is
Then
still
concede
fleeing.
it. Wait. Then concede it.
No, I'm not. No.
Then
concede that
demonstrate
she's
to
still
me where the
fleeing and that she's still a
citizens.
threat.
No,
She's still
concede that there
fleeing
were
and
no
she's still a
citizens
threat.
in which she was at the imminent threat of hitting.
She's still fleeing and she's still a
Okay,
threat.
but you do concede that you were wrong when you said that she was at the imminent threat of hitting citizens, right? You do concede that, right?
I'm saying she's still a threat.
Okay, but you do concede the whole citizens point, true?
No, I don't.
Okay, then
know.
where are the citizens in the immediate path of her vehicle?
It doesn't matter. She's still
It does
a
matter
threat.
because you agreed that there would
No,
have
it
had to have been
doesn't.
citizens in the immediate path of her vehicle in order for them to be at an imminent threat of getting hit by her. Do you remember agreeing to that?
Okay.
Do you remember
when she
agreeing?
started-
No, sir. Do you remember agreeing that in order for a citizen to be at an imminent threat of getting hit by Renee, they would have had to have been in the immediate path of her vehicle? Do you remember saying that?
When she started fleeing.
No, answer my question. Do you remember saying that?
What was your question again?
That in order for a citizen to be at an imminent threat of getting hit by Renee Good, they would have had to have been in the imminent path of the vehicle.
That's not the only reason.
But do you remember saying that?
Yeah.
Okay, you do remember saying that. Next question. Are you willing to concede that you were wrong when you said that there were citizens that were at an imminent threat of getting hit by Renee Good?
No, I didn't say there were citizens in danger.
Yes, you did. You said it 3 times,
No, I
and then you acknowledged that it's something that you said less than 10 minutes ago. How much money are you willing to bet? How much money? We'll roll back the VOD and we'll see who's right. If I'm right, you send me $100. If you're right, I'll send you $100. Are you willing to take me up on the bet?
Bet on what?
That you said that Renee Good is at an imminent threat of hitting citizens.
Yeah, she is. She literally is. What are you talking about?
Okay.
You're
Thank
saying you said.
Okay. So
No,
you
no,
are
you
arguing
said that there are citizens
perfect.
right there.
Okay,
in her
perfect.
pathway.
So you are agreeing that you are arguing that Renee Good is at an imminent threat of hitting citizens, and you already did agree that this would mean that there had to have been citizens in the imminent path of her vehicle. So please either demonstrate to me the citizens that were in the imminent path of her vehicle, or concede that you were wrong in saying that she was at the imminent threat of hitting citizens.
Wait, so one time I debated Parker. He said Trump deported 4 or 5 million immigrants.
I either concede that you were wrong when you said that she was at the imminent threat of hitting citizens, or show me where the citizens are in the imminent path of her vehicle.
No, she was still an imminent threat.
Okay, where are the citizens then?
They look, being in their pathway, them being in her pathway can be a reason. It's not the only reason. The reason she's still an imminent threat is because when she started
You
fleeing,
agreed that in order for her to be an imminent threat to any citizen, that citizen would have had to have been in the immediate path of her vehicle.
That's not the only reason. That's not the only reason.
But you argued that is a necessary that necessarily has to be true in order for her to be an imminent threat to a citizen.
I never said it was necessary.
Well, then what do you think imminent means? That's what makes it necessary, is the fact that an imminent threat has to be the imminent risk of serious bodily harm or death. If they're not in the imminent path of her vehicle, then she couldn't possibly be at an imminent risk of causing serious bodily harm or death to them.
Because she drove towards a federal agent.
No, the reason why that's not the
reason
why that's not an imminent threat is because an imminent threat is defined as being an imminent threat of serious bodily harm or death. And if there's nobody within the immediate path of her vehicle, there's no the reason why she can't is because if there is nobody that is in the imminent path of her vehicle, then she is not at an imminent risk of causing seriously bodily harm or death. But that is not. But there's no clear present. There's no clear present imminent risk of her causing seriously bodily harm or death. And if there's no clear present risk of her causing imminent serious bodily harm or death, then she can't be an imminent threat.
Okay,
immediate means immediate. That's what the word means.
Let me say this. If she started driving,
this is insanity.
And then the officer
no.
Do you agree?
Do you agree? Do you agree that in order for somebody to be an imminent threat while driving a vehicle, this means somebody's in the immediate path of their vehicle?
Dude, listen for a second.
No, answer my question. Is there any other way for somebody driving a car to be an imminent threat outside of somebody being within the immediate path of their vehicle?
No, dude, no.
How else could they be an imminent threat?
If she started fleeing, and the officer jumped in front of her car, that would not be an imminent threat because she was not driving towards a federal. If she started driving away after she ran over the ICE officer that jumped in front of her car, that is not an imminent threat because he chose to jump in front of the car.
That would be an imminent threat.
If she continues
but
to
they
drive
wouldn't
away,
be able. No, she actually would be. She actually would be an imminent threat of an officer jump. She actually. So she would. She would be an imminent. She would be an imminent threat of an officer jumped in front of her vehicle, but because she didn't cause the imminent threat, he couldn't kill her for the imminent threat. Okay.
Yeah.
But once again, my question is: do you agree that the only way somebody could be an imminent threat by driving a motor vehicle is if somebody is in the immediate pathway of their vehicle?
No, she was fleeing, and by fleeing, she drove in towards.
Perfect.
She drove in front
of
the
I want you to give me
any.
I want you to give me any conceivable example of somebody being an imminent threat while driving a vehicle without somebody being in the imminent path of their vehicle. Give me any conceivable example of that being true.
What do you mean?
I mean exactly what I said. Give me any conceivable example of it being true that somebody who's driving a car is an imminent threat because of that car without somebody standing in the immediate path of their vehicle.
Well, were they fleeing from officers after they drove
I
towards
don't
one?
want a clarifying question. I want an example of somebody being
No, 'cause
an
then that
imminent
would be an
threat
illogical
that could
fallacy.
immediately cause serious bodily harm or death
Then that would be an
without
illogical
somebody
fallacy. You're
being
comparing
in the
apples to
imminent
oranges.
path of their vehicle.
Is this all you do is compare apples to oranges?
The point that I'm trying to demonstrate to you is that
You're
a car can't
comparing
be an imminent
someone that
threat
drove their
if
car towards
nobody
a federal
listen
agent
listen
versus
what I'm
someone who's
saying
driving to the
is a
store.
car cannot presently be an imminent threat if there is not presently somebody standing in the immediate path of the vehicle. Do you
Did they
agree?
disobey- did
or
they
do you
disobey lawful
no? Do
orders
you
and drive
agree
towards a federal
that
agent?
somebody
That's
cannot
what matters.
presently be an
That's what
imminent
matters.
threat if there? Listen, I want a yes or I want a no.
You want an
Do you
example.
agree that somebody cannot be a present imminent threat if there is not somebody presently standing in the immediate path of that vehicle? Do you agree or do you disagree?
Well, it depends. If they were fleeing from
It depends is not an answer. I'm saying in all scenarios. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to either agree or to disagree with the following statement. It is
depends.
true in all scenarios that in order for somebody to be an imminent threat with their vehicle in the present, this means that there presently has to be somebody in the immediate path of the vehicle.
Okay, let me say this. If I drive,
Do you agree or do you disagree? Do you agree or do you disagree?
I disagree. Okay, here's why.
Okay.
If I think to myself, I'm gonna drive my car today and I'm going to hit and kill somebody and run them over. I'm not an imminent threat now, but since what led up to that, I'm in my car now and I'm planning on driving towards someone. Yes, that is danger. Yes, that's
yeah,
justified.
but that's not an imminent threat.
Okay, but it's justified though.
No,
She
it's
was
not
fleeing
actually. It's
after-
actually
she was
not.
fleeing after
It's
driving
actually
towards
funny.
someone, and she continued to flee.
Funny enough, it's not. Listen, so if you're driving your car and you pull over and you tell a cop that's standing on the side of the road that, hey, in 30 minutes from now, I'm going to use this car to kill somebody, do you think that cop could just take out their gun and shoot and kill you?
He can detain you.
Can he shoot and kill you?
No.
Thank you. Thank you for the concession.
No, it's literally not a concession.
Thank you so much
I'm
for the
giving you an
fucking
analogy.
concession. I just asked
Renee
you for a
Good-
scenario where somebody would be an imminent threat without having
Renee Good
somebody
was
in
already
the
an imminent
immediate
threat.
path of their vehicle.
No, 'cause you were comparing
and you
apples to
said,
oranges.
oh, well, if they hop in their
You
car
were
and they
comparing
plan to kill
apples to-
somebody later in the day, they're an imminent
That's
threat
why I'm
now.
giving you this-
But by just conceding
Because you were
that
comparing
a cop wouldn't be able to shoot and kill them now means they're not an imminent threat now. In all scenarios where somebody is an imminent
No,
threat
you
to
said in
cause
all
serious
cases.
bodily
You
damage
said in all
or
cases.
death, okay, they
I'm
are an
giving you
imminent threat
specific
and a
examples.
cop can kill them. Okay?
I'm giving you
And I
spec-
did say in all cases. And then I
You
asked
said
you to
all
name a case where this principle would fail and a car is an imminent threat now without having somebody in the immediate vehicle path of that car. And then you gave an example about somebody intending to use that car to kill somebody later in the day.
Yeah, I'm not an
okay?
imminent threat
So
now,
then we
but I will
tested that example.
But I will be. That's the point.
Okay.
Because Renee Good.
That's okay.
Renee
So
Good
okay.
already
So you
drove her
concede.
car
So
towards
you
a federal
so you
agent.
concede. Then you
Renee
concede that she was
Good
murdered
already
because
drove
then
her
the
car
moment
towards
he
a
shot and
federal
killed her,
agent.
she was
She's
not an
still
imminent
threat
threat.
because she's
You just
still
conceded. Thank you for the
No, I
concession, little
didn't.
bro.
No, I
Yes, you did
didn't.
because you just conceded
No,
that
I
she was
didn't.
not an imminent threat in the moment that she was shot and killed.
No,
That's
she was
illegal.
because she is still fleeing. What do you not get?
Tennessee v. Garner explicitly adjudicates that fleeing is not an imminent threat.
That doesn't apply because she's
It
still
does
a threat.
apply. The reason
She's
why
still
that.
a threat.
But that's
Her
not what the law
fleeing-
says.
her
You're just saying
fleeing
that
was
the
the
law
imminent
doesn't
threat.
apply.
Her
Yes, the
fleeing-
law does apply.
Her continuing to flee is part of the reason she's could be an imminent
Okay,
threat. Because
okay, we'll
she's-
just
why
we're,
she
we're,
flee?
we're just gonna run through this dialogue again. This is fine. We're just gonna run through this dialogue again. Do you agree that in order for somebody to be an imminent threat, somebody has to be at an imminent threat of dying?
Depends.
Bro.
Wait,
I'm
just
literally-
ask him, what is an imminent threat?
We've already went over
Yo,
this, Parker.
You can't even talk, bro. You can't even talk. You still haven't pulled
Parker,
up a source from 6 months ago.
Parker, feel free to hop in on this, but we've already gone over this.
No, he can't-
But
no, bro, he can't.
check out this question. Do you agree that in order for somebody to be at an imminent threat of killing, another person has to be at an imminent threat of dying?
It depends.
Are you saying that there are
So
cases?
just have them run through the definition of it again.
I
That's
literally
what I was
gave
kinda
you an
saying.
analogy.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so
quickly-
no, Sirik, what is your understanding of an imminent threat? What do you think that is? What do you think
Well,
that
I'll
needs to
give you-
be
I'll
in
give you
place
an
for it to
example.
qualify as an imminent threat?
Well, I'll give you an example. Renee Good drove her car towards a federal
We're not-
agent.
we're not
with his
asking
gun
you for an
pointed at her.
example, we're asking you
That's
for
an
an
Yeah, I
imminent
didn't ask
threat.
for an example.
Well, how would I know what an imminent threat is? How would I be able to give you an example if I didn't know what an imminent
Which means
threat
it
is?
should be really easy
What?
to tell us the definition of what an imminent threat is.
Exactly. So I gave you an
Wait,
example.
Sirik,
Renee
we
Good
asked you for the
driving a car.
definition, not an example.
I gave you an example, so you should know.
What?
I
I'm
already told
asking
him-
you
I
for a
already told him
definition,
too.
not an example, sir.
Being your life is in danger or seriously bodily harm in that moment.
So someone's life has to be in danger or at serious threat of bodily harm.
In that moment.
Okay. And let's just clarify. You think that was true for the officer in that scenario? You think when they took the third shot right there, that their life was
No, I'm saying
at
it's
serious
probable
risk and or in terms of their life or bodily harm?
Wait,
You think
is
at
it-
that moment
I'm
they
saying
are?
it-
Is it true or false?
Why are you asking me a question?
Is it true or false?
You're
that your
muting me while-
Is it true or false that your definition of an imminent threat applies to anybody in this photo?
Dude, you're muting me while you're asking
Is
me a
it true or
question.
false that your definition of what an imminent threat is applies to anybody in this photo?
Okay, so he asked.
Is it true or false that your definition of what an imminent threat is applies to
I'm
anybody in
saying-
this photo? Is it true or false that your definition of what an imminent threat is applies to anybody in this photo?
Yes.
Okay, so who in this moment is at risk of being killed?
She's probability of being an imminent threat.
No,
because
that's
she's
not,
still
that's not what I
playing.
asked you.
And when
A part of your definition of what an imminent threat is somebody in this moment being at risk of serious bodily damage or death. So who
Dean,
in
I
this moment...
actually think there's one person that is. And you know what their name is?
Who?
Renee Good.
Yeah, so true. No, you're actually right. That's the only response that one could give. Okay, so seriously,
Well,
your definition
she drove her
of
car.
what an imminent threat is in this moment, okay, you are at serious risk of serious bodily harm or death. And then I asked you, would your definition of an imminent threat apply in the moment of this photo? And you said yes. So per your definition, who in this photo is at a serious risk of serious bodily harm or death?
she's still a threat because
That's not an
she's
answer to
still
my question. Who in this photo
I'm
is at-
explaining to you.
who
bro.
in this photo in this moment is at serious risk of
I'm
serious
literally
bodily harm or
explaining
death?
to you.
I want an
I'm
answer of
literally
who.
explaining to you.
I just want an answer of who. Who?
Okay, I'm gonna say this again. Her continuing
Yeah.
to flee, she's still an imminent threat because
Yeah.
when she started fleeing, she was the imminent threat. She started the imminent
Okay.
imminent threat by fleeing.
Yeah.
And she's continuing to flee.
Yeah.
So,
so
they
then,
have probability to assume she's going to be an imminent threat, which
Okay.
is justified.
okay, so demonstrate to us who in this photo, okay, in this moment is at serious risk of serious bodily harm or death. The reason why
Anybody.
I'm asking you this question, okay, is because we asked you to define what an imminent threat was, and you said in the moment, being at risk of serious bodily harm or death. So in order
Okay.
for Renee Good to be an imminent threat in this photo, it would have to be true that she's at a serious risk of, in this moment, killing somebody. Do you agree or do you disagree?
I disagree because
Okay, then refine your definition of what an imminent threat is.
There's a guy down the street.
Refine your definition of what an imminent threat is, because that is literally your definition of an imminent threat.
There is
Right
a guy
now,
down
you
the
are
street.
disagreeing with your own definition of what an imminent threat
This
is.
guy, bro. This guy.
Refine your definition of what an imminent threat is.
I will. I'm going to define.
Okay, define imminent
There is
threat.
a guy.
No.
There is
Define
a
imminent
guy
threat.
down the street.
Define imminent
I've done
threat.
that. You want me to do that for the third time?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, there is a guy.
No.
There is a guy
Define
down
imminent
the street.
threat.
There is a guy down the
Define
street.
imminent threat. I'm being so fucking for real. I just had you define imminent threat, and then we tested to see if your definition of imminent threat would apply to Renee Good in the moment of this photo, and your definition of imminent threat would not apply to Renee Good at the moment of this photo. Because in this moment, nobody was at a serious risk of death. Okay?
Okay,
So
there is a
refine
guy.
your definition of imminent threat.
Are you gonna let me say the
Define
analogy?
imminent threat.
Are you gonna let me say the
Define
analogy?
imminent threat.
I've already defined it twice, dude.
But your
Let me
definition
give
of
you the
imminent
fun-
threat does not apply in this photo because you
Let me-
agreed that there's
bro,
nobody who is at an imminent threat of getting
You won't
killed
let
by
me give
Renee
this
Good.
analogy. You're running. You won't let me give this.
Hi, bro. Yeah, I gave you way too much time. What a loser. Parker, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty all right.
Yeah.
How about you, man? How are
No,
your
I'm doing
debates
all right,
been?
man.
They
I'm
sound
doing
like
all right.
they've been a little bit,
Man.
unhinged.
The debates have been really good, dude. The debates have been great. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. Only opposite side of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Dude, we're having some great debates today, everybody. We're really changing some minds. Super productive. We love this. Let's get a quick W debates. W debates in that comment section. We're really changing some minds today. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 26.
All right, cool, man. I have a couple donations to catch up on. I'm going to do that now, and I'm going to put you on mute in the meantime. Thomas, thank you so much for the $50 over on Super Chat. I really appreciate you so much, Thomas. Let's get 500 Thomas W's down below. Let's get 500 Thomas W's down below. Thomas with a $50 says, Ross created a threat by killing Renee Good and turned her car into a weapon. Ross could not have killed more people. Could even have killed more people by killing Renee. No, you're right, Thomas. Yeah, that last guy just doesn't really have a brain. It's fine. We ran through him. He's going to think about that debate until midnight tonight. He knows that he lost. That's why I'm not tripping about it. King, I appreciate you so much for the $5 who says, congratulations on getting that concession, Dean. Well earned. Yeah, really well earned. Rodney, thank you for the $10 who says, kid, this isn't a video game. As a retired officer with 25 years, Dean is right. The safety of the people is our main job. Thank you so much for telling me that I'm right, Rodney. Good to know that I'm on the right track, especially as an officer of 25 years. Like, you would know, right? Somebody stranger, I appreciate you for the $10 as well. King of the Golden State, thank you for the $10. Who says, if this caller was my defense lawyer, I'd be in prison or dead. On God, dude. Chaos Shadow, thank you for the $20. Who says, assume Officer Ross never pulled his gun and Renee Good continued to flee. A pursuit ensues. Renee Good doesn't hit a soul. The officer stops her with her vehicle safely. Do the officers have the right to shoot and kill? Nope. Thank you so much for the $20, Chaos. Ronnie, thank you for another $10 who just sent the same thing he did before because I didn't see it the first time. I'm sorry that I didn't see that the first time. And then Fam Cam, thank you so much for the $50 donation on Venmo. Thank you so much, Fam Cam. Let's get 500 Fam Cam W's in that chat. Thank you so much for that love and support, Fam Cam. Fam Cam with a 50 says, quote unquote, the party that told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final most essential command from George Orwell. And every time MAGA opens their mouth about Renee Good, Alex Preddy, and quite frankly, anything else that's evident. Oh, it is so fucking evident. Thank you so much for the $50, Fam Cam. King of the Debates with the $10 says, these MAGA mouth breathers, man, I swear. Geez, they're so insane. Rebecca, thank you for the $20 over on Super Chat. Rebecca didn't attach a donation message to there. Just sent that along. I appreciate you so much, Rebecca. Deasley, thank you for the $20 who says, I work in an internal medicine clinic and most of the doctors, and I'd say they are just as competent and sometimes better than our male doctors. This guy's just insecure with his masculinity. Oh yeah, that goes back around to the first debate I had with that guy when he was arguing that men are better at leading and better at performing surgery than women. Spence, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much, man. I do apologize. We do have quite a couple people to thank here. We just spent the last hour and a half drilling some idiot, so I haven't really been able to thank a couple people, but just know that I really appreciate you, Spence. That is above and beyond. That is very kind of you. Spence with the $50 says, do you watch some more news? I'm not familiar with it, so I don't think I do. Keep up the good work of dog walking the MAGA idiots. I try my best, Spence. Thank you for the $50. And then Gay Uncles, thank you so much for the $100 on Super Chat, who says, my other half wants to treat your girlfriend and you to a dinner. You need it after a week like this. And Gay Uncles sent that in an hour ago before that conversation, so I need it now more than ever. Thank you. Thank you so much. Huge shout out to you. Huge shout out to your partner. You guys are so kind and so awesome. Thank you so much for the love and support. I am so very grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then DMC, thank you for the $20 for the quote-unquote loudmouth who stole this from me. I appreciate you for the $20, DMCS. We are all cut up over on Super Chat. Please, folks, let's get 1,000 Gang Uncles W's down below in the comment section. I'm so very grateful for y'all. And then Rami with the $20 on Venmo says, the scariest thing about you is how patient you are. I never want to see you angry, LOL. P.S. Argentina is winning. Rami, I try my best to be patient. It is a daunting task. I appreciate you for the $20. Listen, folks, there's a couple other people that I do have to thank. I'm just going to go ahead and break it up and try to thank people in the middle of this next debate so we can start the debate. If you do want to support me, if you do want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message over on YouTube, and the handle's at the top of the phone screen as well. It's Dean Withers without the letter Ian Withers. Great way to help me pay for my fucking therapy after that last guess. Go ahead and take it away. Tell us why you support Trump Wolf.
Well, I don't know. I just support him, but I'm not really, I wouldn't say I support either Trump all the way, but I also don't support some of the other candidates either. But
if the election was held tomorrow between Trump and Harris, who'd you vote for?
I would definitely vote for Trump over Harris, but I don't think Trump's at all. Oh, because I like his I like his no tax on overtime. I like a lot of the different things he does. He's straightforward. But I will say I'm not as educated as other people. I will say that. So
I appreciate you for the
my
phone,
opinion isn't exact with everybody else's. But like I said, I'm not here to argue over who's better either. But I just wanted to kind of clarify on the Renee
You're
Good
not here.
part.
You're not here to argue over who's better. Well, that's kind of what the streams are about, my friend.
Well, yeah, but I'm not there to do that over presidency or whatever. But what I'm
Okay, how
trying
about
to
this?
explain about the Renee Good part, I was gonna continue on that and kind of put
How
some
about this,
key
my
pointers in it.
how about this, my friend? If you're not here to have a discussion about if Trump is good or bad, I am gonna go to move on to the next guest. But I think that these streams would be a great resource for you, especially to learn more about American politics. And I hope that you continue to watch them. And I appreciate you for tuning in. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Peace, brother.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get the next guest connected to the live stream. Holy fucking shit, dude. We got the next guest, David, connecting. Dan, thank you for the $1 in Venmo. Dan with the $1 says, when you get into this kind of tangle, I think it would help if every time the guest confirms agreeing to something specific, you put that specific thing they agreed to on the screen as a text. No, you're actually right, Dan. I actually do that every so often. It's called whipping the whiteboard out. It's when we just write down everything the guest says, so then they can't like act as if they didn't say it or pretend they meant something else. And I should have done that to the last guest. Welcome in, Brian. Do you support Trump?
Oh, hell no.
Super cool, Brian. Today we are just looking for some Trump supporters, so I'm going to go to move on. Ellie, thank you for the $10 over on Venmo. Says he should stop to pursue a fleeing vehicle. Lights on. Legally, the cop has to say who, what, when, and how. And they have to think that the risk to civilian life is higher than yours. Appreciate you for the $10, Ellie. Yeah, there's just clearly no imminent threat present. And I feel like I proved that pretty successfully to that last guess. Jason with a $5 says his guess is dinsed. Jason, the sky's blue. Peter, thank you for the $20 donation on Venmo. He says Jonathan Ross fled into hiding and the government blocked Minneapolis PD access to case evidence. And not that it should matter, but a different officer told Renee to leave. People defending Ross are pure evil. Yeah, they're idiots. They're really evil idiots. I couldn't agree with you more, Peter. Thank you for the $20. Show some love to the goat Pete down below in that
Hello?
chat. Welcome in, man. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, over Harris.
Okay, how old are you?
20.
What year were you born in?
2005.
Okay, I'm going to thank a couple people to get caught up, and then Mike, the floor yours. Sarah, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. I appreciate you, Sarah. Sarah says, kick this guy from the stream as a Minneapolis resident. I can't believe anybody who seriously claims Good's murder is justifiable. At this point, there's no reason to keep on arguing with him. Yeah, we got him off. They go on to say that you're making an argument based on entirely on logic and evidence, while this guy's arguing purely from emotion. This is painful. Kick him, please. Yeah, at the end there, he just started to bend back on the definition of imminent threat that he was giving. It was insanity. Ren, thank you for the $10. She says, guess has to be doing some sort of dare to see how many times he could say imminent threat and fleeing. I'm going to hear those words in my dreams. Adore you. I appreciate you for the $10 already. Oh, that guy's nutty. Brooke, thank you for the $2. Bridget, thank you for the $5. Marisol, thank you for the $5. Matthew, thank you so much for the $10. And Ellie, thank you so much for the $50. I appreciate you, Ellie. You are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Peter with the $30. Thank you so much, you two. That is beyond kind of you guys. Thank you so much for that love and support. Let's get 500 Ellie W's, 300 Peter W's. Ellie with the 50 says, I'm night shift travel nursing, so I become your #1 VOD watcher, yelling at my phone before work. I keep making a difference in this world, my friend Ellie. You know it. You're fucking awesome. I appreciate you for being here. It's so good to finally catch you live. And then Peter with the 30 says, watching you single-handedly thin out MAGA over the last year has been so rewarding. It's become apparently only the wackiest and most evil are left. Can't wait for the Surrounded. That drops tomorrow. I can't wait either. We are all caught up on Venmo, on PayPal. Thank you so much, Diane, for the $20. Thank you so much, Diane. Marius, I'm just gonna call you M. Thank you for the $50. Thank you so much, M. Let's get 500 MWs. Thank you, M. M with the 50 says, keep on fighting, young man. These maggots need to be stopped, educated, and rehabilitated. And thank you for your service in that regard. Hashtag fuck Trump. I agree with you, M. Listen, we try to do that education part on this stream. That's what we're gunning for. Thank you so much for the $50. Sophia with the $10 says, can't wait to see your new video tomorrow. Me either. Sorry, I can't wait to see that myself. Thank you for the $20, Sophia. SJ with the $15, sending some good energy your way and hoping that the stream goes well tonight. SJ sent that in like an hour ago. SJ, unfortunately, hasn't been going well so far, but we'll see. Thank you for the $15. And then Marianne, thank you so much for the $14 on PayPal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Paige with the $12 says, your lives have become a part of my daily routine. I just want to let you know that you're awesome. Well, thank you, Paige. I'm so happy that live streams are helping you out. And with all that said, we are finally caught up on Venmo, Super Chat, and PayPal. I appreciate you guys for the patience. We're going to go to pass the mics to the guests. Parker, we got Daniel up here?
Yeah, I think he's a Trump supporter.
Okay, Daniel, hi. Welcome in. Are you MAGA?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Daniel and Dylan. Oh, Dylan's a troll.
No, I'm not. What?
Yes, you have 0 followers. 0 followers.
Dylan is a troll.
Why does that make me a troll?
And then his name is Parker Gets Destroyed.
Yeah, they say unitary executive theory every time.
You mean that?
Oh, Parker, I shit on that guy.
Well, he's a troll, so.
Yeah.
Because he changed his mind. Like, he actually used to be a Trump supporter, and that's actually the original reason he came up on the live. And we convinced him to not be a Trump supporter, and now he just comes up as a troll just to say unitary executive theory, and then I kick him.
Oh, okay. Daniel, go ahead and take it away, man. Tell us why you support Trump without making me want to bang my head on the table like the last guest, preferably. It was really painful.
I support Trump for help getting all the illegal immigrants out of this country.
Okay, so why do you think that's been a benefit, like his immigration policy?
It's a benefit because they're in here illegal, working, taking jobs away from people that is legal.
So you think that we'd have more jobs if we did Trump's mass deportation policy, right?
If what?
So you think that we would have more jobs and more job growth if Trump did his mass deportation policy as opposed to what we had under the Biden administration, right?
Yes. Yep.
So then why was there more job growth under the Biden administration?
There wasn't.
There was. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, there was more job growth every single year under the Biden administration as compared to the Trump administration.
True. In 2024, we added 2.2 million jobs. In 2025, under Trump, we only added 181,000 jobs.
What?
You heard me.
I don't think there was that big a difference.
Yeah,
there was.
According
There
to
was
the Bureau
a big
of Labor
difference.
Statistics. Daniel, can I ask you a question?
Okay. What's that, buddy?
What's this?
That's my. It's my money gun.
I just got a feeling.
You got a money gun?
Pretty cool, wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay. All right, Daniel. So, what other reasons do you have to support Trump?
That's really about it. I mean,
okay. Well, then have we changed your mind? Because, like, clearly, if it's true that the jobs reports are like significantly worse today under Trump than they were under Biden, then your hypothesis fails, right?
Yeah, I guess it did. Yeah.
So, do you still support Trump?
Well, actually, I've been kind of upset with Trump here lately.
So, did we change your mind?
You did, yeah, you did.
Nice. Appreciate
Take care,
you.
Daniel.
All right.
Dude, honestly, the different types of people that we have joined this live stream.
I'm joining. Please. Yeah, I'm in. Yo, what's up, Dean?
You are in, Sexy Queen. What a name you
Yeah,
got
I am.
there. How old are you?
I know. I'm not. Oh, my friend is 18. He wants to debate you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. How old are you?
I'm 17, but my friend is 18. He wants to debate you.
Bruh, you lied about your age yesterday.
I did. It's okay. But wait, Alex, can you hear him or no? Oh, he has the stream pulled up.
I don't know, bruh. I don't know. You lied about your age yesterday.
Wait, can you let him in?
What's his name?
Wait, Alex, what's your name? Yeah, request. Bro, come on.
I gotta kick you off though, because you're 17. That violates TikTok TOS. We did change that guy's mind yesterday though. So he'll be walking into adult life not supporting Trump, but gotta be 18 to be on TikTok, folks. Autumn, do you support Trump?
I do.
Autumn, how old are you?
18.
Yeah. What year are you born in?
2008.
What month?
June 1st.
Okay, let me thank a couple people. Kevin, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you, Kevin. Joe with $8 says payment from the corrupt Dean and C. Thank you for all the corrupt Taylor Swift, Dean and C, George Soros monies. Thank you so much. Megan, thank you for the $1. Sarah, thank you so much for the $25 on Venmo, who says, seeing as Trump is not eligible for re-election, do you plan to pivot away from trying to lessen support for him to changing minds about the Republican Party in general? You can make a huge difference in midterm and the 2020 outcomes. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you for the $25, Sarah. Funny enough, I actually think that the debates that we're hosting here will make a difference in the midterms in the next general election. Chances are you're going to get Rubio or JD, and nobody's going to support them because, you know, they're all like loyalists to this crazy rapist, right? But we'll probably at some point pivot into more generalized right versus left debates. Joseph, thank you for the $24 dono. I appreciate you, man. Let's get 200 Joseph W's. That is very kind of you, and it's good to see you today as always. You're literally always hanging out with us. Thank you. I'll check that out. I'm going to keep that question to myself because of the nature of it, Joseph, but I will check that out. And then Angie, thank you for the $25 donation over on Venmo, quote unquote, for your patience. I am trying my best to be the most patient version of myself possible today. Hopefully I'm doing all right. Thank you so much. And then Thick Frog, thank you for the $10 over on Super Chat. Go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump.
I just support Trump because I think that he's a better president than Kamala would be.
Yeah, why?
Well, I disagree on his immigration process and the abortion policies.
Do you think that abortion should be banned in circumstances of rape?
I do. No, wait. No, I think that if you were raped, that you should be able to have an abortion.
Okay, why do you think that all other abortions should be banned?
Because I think that the baby should have a chance of life.
Why?
Well, I just think that it's a consequence that you should take upon yourself.
Yeah, consequence of me going live is having you on my stream, but that doesn't mean I can't just kick you off, right? Consequence of sexist pregnancy. Why does that mean that the woman can't just kick the fetus out? Maybe in fact I should kick the fetus out, which I think I will because I think that you're lying about your age.
Oh, why do you think that?
Quite frankly, we kick the fetus out, even though it's a consequence of my action of going live. Let's go to get the next guest connected. Only hop inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA. Oh man, I'm really dying today. What an unfortunate day for the debates. For those that have been here since the beginning, you know why. The people that we've just talked to today have been so bad. It's like you can't even foster dialogue with them. And like considering the fact that I opened up this stream by like saying like I'm like really tired today, I'm really disassociated today. We're not going to be live for today as long as we usually are. You know, and then to have those like super crazy, like super unfortunate convos, it's just a killer. I said at the start that we'd probably only be live for 3 hours. We're probably going to go over 3 hours. We'll probably be on live for like 3.5 or just 4. We'll see. Gus, do you support Trump? Gus going once. Gus going twice. Gus is banned. Once again, if you want to support me, if you want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube, and the handle's at the top of the phone screen on TikTok as well. Dean Withers without the letter E in my last name, Withers. Best way to support what we do, ask questions, get messages across, roast the guest on, and so forth. Keeps us going for 4 hours a day. Hey, listen, I know that there's a Republican in the chat who continues to say that they want to grape and murder me. I understand that you guys are very politically violent, but it's just like worth pointing out that when the right's saying that they want to grape and murder me just because I'm describing how Trump is a bad president, that makes less people support Trump. Welcome in. Do you support Trump? Deserving?
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
Do you also want to grape and murder me like other Trump supporters?
No, I actually didn't say that in chat.
Good. So go ahead and take it away and tell us why you support Trump.
I support Trump because he gets the illegals out of the country.
What year are you born in?
2005.
What month?
May.
You said that you were 20?
Yeah.
That would be 21, right?
Yeah, get out of here. We got a liar. We got a liar on our hands. We got a liar. You're a big liar. Rory, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Rory, how old are you?
I'm 19.
What time is it?
835.
What state are you in?
Earth.
You're in Earth? The state of Earth?
Yes.
Wow, dude, new state dropped everybody.
I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Follow the fucking rules, you guys. I'll only hop inside of that queue if you happen to be MAGA. Let's go to get that next guest connected. We got a couple people letting in. Hello, janitor. Do you support Trump?
Go Trump, baby.
Why is that, man? Can I get an...
Shit, what's he done wrong?
Well, he's tanked our economy, started a needless war of choice that he lost, raped women, refused to provide food stamps to starving children illegally, took healthcare away from 10 million low-income Americans, threatened to annex and invade our allies. Total over
With 10 million, I still got my healthcare.
Okay. Well, there are 340 million people that live in America, so when he takes healthcare away from 10 million people, it means he didn't take healthcare away from 330 million people. Fun fact. You're probably a part of that 330 million, my friend.
That sounds like a success, though.
A success to take healthcare away from
To
people?
cut people off their healthcare?
Oh, what if they could afford it?
But, so this is specifically people who can't. That's why they're on Medicaid. Do you know what Medicaid is?
Yeah.
So can you tell us what Medicaid is?
That's like what my grandma's on.
No, that's Medicare. Can you tell us what Medicaid is?
No, I don't know what Medicaid is, man.
Okay, that's probably the problem here.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Yeah,
so Medicare is for... Go ahead, Parker.
No, go ahead.
Medicare for old people, Medicaid for poor people.
That's it? Gotcha. Does this happen in like a certain state or what?
No, across the nation.
Oh.
Because Donald Trump is a federal
Did you just
legislator.
not know that Medicaid existed?
No, I've never really needed health insurance, honestly. I'm young.
You've never needed health insurance. Sir, every human needs health care, right?
Well, like, I don't have it right now. I didn't have to sign up for any, you know?
You don't have health insurance?
Nope.
Do you think you'll need that later in life?
Probably. You know, I'm only 33, so...
How much...
You still should do, like, screen... Do you ever go to the doctor?
Oh, hell no.
Do you have a job?
No, you don't?
Yeah, I work at Amazon, dude.
Amazon doesn't give you health insurance?
They let me waive it so I can get a bigger check.
Interesting.
Yeah, I can pay for it, and then it'd come out my check, or I could not.
How much bigger is your check?
Like, probably like $100.
$100 bi-weekly, weekly, monthly?
Bi-weekly.
So $200 a month.
I would probably...
So you'd rather have $200 a month than health insurance, bro?
Well, I mean, I could pay for it when I get sick or something, you know? Like right now.
Wait, so
My
but that's
grind,
that's like $2,400 a year. So you're betting on the off chance with $2,400 a year that you're not going to have any sort of medical problems, and if you do have medical problems, you'll take care of every single last bit of that shit, which means you'll probably end up with debt if something happens.
By the way, I just want to clarify that if you had like one medical problem in the next 50 years of your life, chances are it would cost more than the $200 a month that you're saving by waiving out.
Yeah, but if
it's like, do you expect to have a health problem in the next 50 years?
That's like a pretty low cost for health insurance. I just want to let you know that, right? Like average healthcare expenditure in the United States is like 14 grand a person, right?
A year?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. I only make like 40K a year, man. So like I couldn't survive if I had to pay that much.
Listen, bro.
Yeah, and that's the typical healthcare expenditure within this country. You know that, right?
No, that's way too much, man. There's the problem there.
Listen, bro,
Okay,
we're
so
just
maybe
saying,
we should
be
do
careful.
something to reduce it, like other countries around the world have.
Maybe, but it shouldn't be free either.
You wouldn't want it to be free at the point of service. You want to pay.
Why do you want
Well,
to
I
pay?
mean, if it's free, then we got to wait for, you know, a doctor and stuff. It'll be a huge line like Canada. Wait 5 years for a checkup, you know?
So you want it to be more expensive so that there are less people that can get healthcare, rather than putting more money into medical services and ensuring that more people are doctors and nurses and medical professionals so that you can have more care.
Well, no, that does make sense, but
Yeah, so why don't we reduce the cost of healthcare by providing a universal healthcare system like countries all around the world that spend nearly half as much per individual, and then take some of the intermediate funds that we would have already been spending anyway, and then spend that on making the process go quicker, right, for everyone, so that more people get access to care by giving more people access to medical school.
I mean, on paper, that sounds great. I mean,
in reality, it's great.
I mean, it's one of those things, man.
Did you
Would
know
it work?
130
Would it
million
not?
Americans are struggling with medical debt? Did you know the main cause of bankruptcy in this country is medical? The fact that people can't pay their medical bills?
That can't be true.
It is.
Oh, man.
So, do you know what Trump's plan is for healthcare?
Probably to cut it.
That and concepts of a plan. He's got concepts. 10 years into running for president of the United States, he's got concepts.
Well, that's the whole thing with our healthcare. It's like, why does every president got to try to tackle that issue, you know? I thought Obama did a decent job.
And Trump tried to pull back what Obama did, remember?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't understand. Seems like it would have been just fine if you left it alone.
So it seems like you have a lot of really good reasons to not support Trump as president. But then you're like, Trump rocks, bro.
Trump's awesome, dude. Like, I mean, in the aspect of, like, if you watch TV, he's funny. Can't argue that.
Is that where your political priorities lie?
I mean, a little bit. I like.
So you're
like
willing
the
to vote for a
entertainment.
guy that's a traitor to our country, that called for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders, was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, bragged about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, where two 18-year-olds came out, so there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms, said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers and called them patriots, and you're going to overlook all of those things because the guy's funny to you?
Yeah. Hey, man, listen.
He's good for the country, you know. That's old stuff, you know.
I don't think that you know what's good for
He's
the
like
country.
80.
I don't really have much more to say to you. I'll probably just want to move on to another guest, but just keep in mind you are one car accident away from bankrupting yourself and your next of kin, and you're one ambulance ride away from financial ruin. If I were
That's
you,
probably true.
I would really consider, opting into that health insurance. You take care. And you know what happens, dude? And it happens unexpectedly. Like, I was at a wedding last year, and we had to call an ambulance for some lady who had attended that wedding because she was drinking alcohol, but she didn't know that, like, this medication that she was on for private health concerns had a conflict with alcohol and, like, caused seizures and, like, really bad health conditions. So we had to call the ambulance on her. And then she was stuck with that bill. And if she didn't have health insurance, she would have been fucked. So please do keep that in mind. Let's go to get that next guest connected into the live stream right now, folks. Only hop inside of the box if you happen to be MAGA. Only hop inside of that box if you happen to be MAGA. Let's go to get the next guest connected right now. Only hop in that box if you're a Trump supporter, please and thank you. Hey, do you support Trump? Okay, they're not here. That's fine. Madison, thank you so much for the $25 donation on Venmo. Thanks for supporting what we do, Madison. You're pretty great. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Thank you, Madison. Madison with a $25 says, I just recently had to cut off my dad due to unsafe circumstances, but your lives have helped me so much during this, so thank you. Keep on doing what you're doing. Hashtag no kings. Well, thank you. I appreciate you so much, Madison, and I'm so sorry to hear they're going through family struggles. Those are always difficult and always very mentally taxing. I wish you the best of luck. Thank you, Madison. Hey, do you support Trump, Samson?
No, I do not, but I wanted to if I could help you.
Wonder what he was going to offer help with, but just know that I appreciate you. Parker. It didn't show that anybody was loaded up into the stream except for you. So when I heard that, I looked at the stream and I thought, I thought that was you.
I did that?
Dude, I didn't see anybody else connected. Like their profile picture was just
I did that while muted. You're right.
Yeah, it was transparent. It didn't show that like some other person was connected. It just showed you. That's funny. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Only op inside of the queue if you happen to be MAGA, please and thank you. Do follow the rules. I'd appreciate that. Let's go. Hello, Sandy. Do you support Trump?
I do, but I support him in a different kind of way. I mean, I understand. I've been listening to your conversations the past, I would say, 3 days? How long have you been doing this?
Years.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know you've been doing it for years, but I'm just talking about on TikTok. I haven't seen you live on TikTok, so this is the first time.
Yeah, years on TikTok. Well, Sandy, why do you support Trump? Oh, actually, Sandy, before you take it away, Nick, do you support Trump?
Yes, I do.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
What year were you born in?
2006.
Okay. Sandy, why are you MAGA?
Good question. I'm MAGA, I believe, for a different reason, because actually Trump is a reflection of what the planet and the people are, especially here in America. So it kind of makes us look at ourselves and to change in a better way. So because he is the president is because the energy is what he is. So he's a reflection of what's going on right now. So it kind of forces us to do all the things that you guys are talking about, like all the negative things that he's doing.
I have a question. Okay.
Right.
So let's assume that you're right. He's going to accelerate the process of progressive change.
Right.
Well, how could immigrants help us achieve that change when they're getting illegally arrested and deported and tortured in CCOT? Let's start there. Are like immigrants a part of like helping to facilitate the change? Because what you need to keep in mind here is a lot of the reasons why Donald Trump is so bad is because of his oppression and direct harm caused towards individuals in this nation. So when he's like detaining legal immigrants for 3 months in ICE camps because they were screaming and shouting about the change we need, free Palestine, Mahmoud Khalil. Okay, well, people like Mahmoud Khalil cannot help us facilitate social progressive change now because of people like Trump. Immigrants getting rounded up, thrown in detention centers and deported to CCOT. Okay, they can't help us facilitate positive change. The average American or low-income Americans who now have to work like 3 jobs just to make ends meet because of Donald Trump's illegal tariffs, massive hikes on the price of gas, massive hikes on the cost of living, and even taking their healthcare away. Many of them can't help us to facilitate that change because they need to focus on making enough money to live. Right? Like, who exactly is going to facilitate this change?
Well, that would be you for putting this a platform and bringing all this attention of all the negativity that Trump's doing. It's forcing people like you to talk about it, and then someone out there is going to facilitate. And I just
think that free speech is too on the line in the midterms. I don't think that we could say, let's support Trump, let's vote red in the midterms to make things worse off because of how consequential their policy is on the free speech of people.
Hey, if it wasn't for Trump,
who's to say that if the Republicans win the midterms, I'll still even be here? They've already kicked Jimmy Kimmel off. They've already kicked other individuals off air. They've already launched an assault on the media saying that it's illegal to criticize Trump. Like, who's to say that if the Republicans continue to win, that we won't just have further suppression of the speech of we the people? Who's to say?
I mean, that's not entirely true if you think about it.
Who's to say they won't?
Yeah, who's to say they won't either? Because if you really think about that, like, how would that work?
I'm confused on the question being asked. I don't know. Are you maybe asking who's to say that this will happen? Well, I mean, I think that past actions are predictive of future ones. I think that the Trump administration has been incredibly consequential with their attack on the state of law, the Constitution, individuals' rights, liberties, and freedoms, citizenship, freedom of speech, so on and so forth.
But the state of law
so
still
let's
exists.
do the same thing about Biden.
Can I ask a
The state
question?
of law still exists.
Sandy,
state of
Sandy,
law-
Sandy, are you left wing?
Yo,
what?
Are you left wing
No.
ideologically?
No.
No? Okay, so you're not trying to accelerate change in a positive manner that's progressive.
It's not what that's not what that means.
Well, then can you explain to us what you're arguing?
Well, I just told you, the state of law still exists.
Exactly.
Well,
What?
I think
It
more
seems like
so the
we're
question
unclear
that,
with what your position is.
yeah, more so the question that Parker's asking you is, well, you said that Trump's a reflection of the American people. It's good that we see this reflection so then we could change. Okay, well, like, what direction are we going to change? What specific ways do you want us to change? Where do you want America to be at in 10, 20, or 30 years from now?
It hasn't been consequential to eliminate our freedoms. That's why.
Okay, so you support Trump because he hasn't consequentially eliminated freedoms of Americans. That's not true. Executive Order number 14160
That is
attempted
true,
to
actually.
unconstitutionally take citizenship away from citizens. Would you argue that citizenship is a freedom of citizens? If so, then Donald Trump has illegally limited the freedoms of citizens by trying to unconstitutionally take citizenship away from citizens.
Every president has immigration policies.
No president has attempted to illegally take citizenship away from people until Trump, as it relates to birthright
You're
citizenship.
using
Biden did
illegal. You're using illegal in a subjective way.
Biden did too.
Biden? Okay, well, I'm going to respond to both of you guys. Sandy, you said that I'm using illegal in a subjective way. No, I'm not. I'm using illegal in an objective way.
Are
I'm
you a
saying that it's-
Gemini? Hold on, wait a minute. Are you a Gemini?
Sandy?
Why are you asking?
Astrology
why?
has nothing to do with this.
No, just answer the question. Are you a Gemini? Are you
No.
are you born? What are you? Are you a Capricorn?
No.
What are you? I want to know what you are.
Keep guessing.
Why?
Keep guessing.
Yeah, keep guessing.
Why? Because it has a lot to do with how you see the world, how you
Astrology
react
isn't
to the
real.
world, how you
Okay.
observe the
If
world.
it had a lot to do with the way in which I react from the world and act, then you'd be able to know
Hey, believe me,
which I am
you have
based
a lot.
upon
and
the
let
way
me
that
tell
I
you.
act.
Let me tell you.
What's your sun, moon, and rising?
No, listen,
Hey,
listen.
Sandy, Sandy, what's your
What?
sun, moon, and rising?
My sun, moon, and right. I'm a Taurus.
Ew.
That's your sun.
Taurus.
What's your moon and rising?
What do you mean, ew, Taurus?
What-
Taurus
what's
is
your
all
moon and
about
rising?
Venus. What the-
Sandy,
What?
Sandy, what's your moon and rising?
My moon is oh shit. Hold on, I should know. Hold on, my moon.
Wow, you don't
dang it,
know
why
your
I know it?
moon?
Wow.
You don't know your wow. Wow,
Hold on,
Sandy.
hold
you don't know your
on,
moon?
hold
This is really
on,
wow.
hold
geez.
on.
Wow,
Where's
am
the-
I out astrologing you right now?
Hold on. What the fuck?
I'm an Aries sun, Aquarius moon, and Scorpio
Aries.
rising.
Aries, Scorpio rising. Okay, that's understandable. So is this one a
Astrology's
Scorpio
fake.
too?
You can't figure out. He'll
You have
never
to continue
tell
to
you,
guess what I
actually.
am.
Okay, well hold on. Well, what month were you born?
I was born in
Oh
September.
no. Hold on. Huh, okay.
Oh,
okay,
now
hold
that-
on. You're a Sagittarius. You're a philosopher, huh?
A Tarius?
A Sagittarius, not a
No.
Tarius, a Sagittarius.
We're getting off topic here.
No, listen. It
I
has
feel
a
bad
lot
for this
to
Nick
do
guy.
with it has a lot to do with how he sees the world. That's all I'm saying.
So I'm a
That's-
Virgo.
you know-
I'm a Virgo.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
honest. It has
Virgo.
nothing to
Fuck.
do with how he views the
Never
world.
mind. Virgo. Fuck it. Virgo. You can't argue a Virgo because
What?
they're you can't argue with
Actually,
a
you can.
Virgo.
Well, what is that even supposed to mean? That's
Well,
nonsense.
we are-
I'm
we-
sorry. I'm
we-
sorry. That is such nonsense.
No, we are in the
Yeah,
age
Parker.
of Aquarius. He's a Virgo. Come on, you can't budge a
Yeah,
Virgo.
what about him being a Virgo means that you can't argue with him? I want to hear the argument.
You can't talk.
I just want to clarify. Are you saying that because of the alignment of the constellations, the Earth and the Sun, on the day I was born, you can't have a debate with me?
Right.
Yes.
That is true. That is true.
That is true.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why you think you're.
Then have a debate with Parker. The alignment of the stars, the Earth, and the Sun were different when he was born.
Oh my God. Are you okay?
Why not the alignment of the continents? Like, why the alignment of the constellations?
The day he was born. What number are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, because the constellation is like the constellation. There's a constellation called Virgo. There's a constellation called fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever the hell the other ones are. There's a constellation called Gemini. Okay.
I could debate.
They all
but
are
no,
like
listen.
in like this like almost like sphere around the solar. I don't know. From the perspective of the Earth, it almost looks like they're whatever.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Listen, I can't debate, but I could debate, but your views are unmovable.
I have a question.
Unmovable.
Would you still support Trump if he was a Virgo?
Sandy, I know that's wrong because I've literally changed Dean's mind before. You just said his opinions are immovable. If that's true, how come I've changed his mind in conversation?
Yeah.
Well, because you're his buddy, bro. What the hell?
What?
Okay, so are you saying that like Virgos have like a natural immunity to friends?
Yes.
Okay, I feel like we're like making
Oh
fucking
my God,
like.
they're so.
I feel like
Dean, has a rando ever changed your mind on TikTok?
Yeah, well, on abortion, big one.
Yeah, so apparently that never happened, Dean.
We're like making like Pokemon like spell cards right now, dude. Virgo. Cons, natural immunity to friend. Bro.
Hey, listen. You want to know what? Hey.
What is
hey,
this
I think
bullshit, dude?
No, the reason why I kind of have this kind of connection with Trump is because he has a nakshatra alignment in Indian astrology. What the fuck are you laughing at?
I'm sorry. What the fuck are you yapping about?
No,
This is
sorry.
crazy,
Sorry. Nick interrupted you. Parker
I'm not
interrupted you. I interrupted you. Sit down, Nick. The real Trump supporters give it an argument. Wait your turn.
All right,
okay?
no, yeah, go ahead. You know what, go ahead.
So, Sandy, could you
Let's
start
hear
from
it.
the top? Tell us about the chakras. Why are you a Trump supporter?
Okay, okay. Trump is a Gemini. Okay, the guy is a talker. He could talk his shit. He could talk shit out of his ass. He could talk circles around everything. That's all he does. He talk. Listen to him. He just talks and talks and talks and talks around shit. He talks nonsense. It's
I
fucking
think
ridiculous.
I'm not elevated
but
enough
listen,
for this, Dean.
But listen. He forces the world to get their shit together.
I don't
because
think
they
that
can't
Trump is
fucking
a.
stand him.
I don't think that Trump is a Gemini. I think he's a Cancer.
He's
on
not
America.
a Cancer.
No, he is. He's certainly a Cancer.
Are you the comedian now?
Yeah, Sandy, I'm gonna kick you.
Okay. Oh, you're such a Virgo. Oh my God.
Just fucking stop. Okay, Nick.
Or you're actually kind of like a Virgo now.
Take it away, bro. Tell us why you're MAGA.
He's just really good, and he just knows how to run the country better than Biden or Kamala ever would.
Kamala, yeah. What's the argument for that?
That he's just the lesser of two evils, basically.
Yeah, what's the argument for that?
That he's just better.
I know, but what's the argument for that?
That he has better rules than Kamala does.
Okay. When you say rules, do you mean policy?
Yes.
Okay. So what's an example of a Trump policy that you agree with over Harris's?
Probably just the abortion stuff.
Okay. Do you think that abortion should be banned?
No, I don't think it should be banned completely, but there's a lot of circumstances where I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, so there are some circumstances where abortion should be illegal, right?
Yes.
Such as?
So, if you were to ever play Fortnite, you would have to go to the chest over to Chick-fil-A, and if you were to go to Chick-fil-A, you would have to go to Salty Springs over to get the chick sauce. So if you were to get the chest, you would have to go over to Cumberland to get to Vicksburg. So if you were to do that, you would have to go play the Pirates game all over that. And then if you did that, you could go to the beach, but I wouldn't recommend it because there's always a bunch of dinosaurs over there. So I wouldn't.
You know what? I think I've never heard a better Trump argument. You know what? That might be the best argument I've ever heard a Trump supporter make on the stream.
Dude, Nick's just bored as fuck. that guy's so fucking bored, dude. He sat up on.
Bro's name was Nick Shirley. Okay.
He sat up, dude. He sat up here silent for like 30 minutes while some crazy person was yapping about fucking constellations and why chakras are why they support Trump, just to make a joke
Bro is
about
trying
Florida.
not to study for his classes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's so fucking bored. Oh my. Hey man, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Hi, Dean. I do support him.
Oh, okay. How old are you?
I'm 19. I was born in February of 2007.
Take PNW out of your bio. You cannot celebrate the Pacific Northwest as a Trump supporter. What are you doing? He tried to force the sale of millions of acres of public lands, defunded the National Park Service, defunded the National Forest Service, defunded forest firefighting, wants to sell that land to private companies to be drilled on. No, dude, no PNW for you.
Anyways, I'm going to talk to you about why I love him. Okay, let me start. So, first of all, I think that his abortion policy.
You're just going to completely, you're just going to completely ignore everything I just said?
No, because it's not relevant. Because, like, okay, stop talking, Madison Madrid. No, it's nothing to do with you. It's everything to. I'm sorry. I'll walk in. No, okay, wait. What were you saying about the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, that you need to get that shit out your bio. You can't rep the PNW while supporting a president who wants to force the sale of millions of acres of public land, wants to defund the National Park Services, the National Forest Services, and National Forest Fighting.
Well, yeah, because Kotek's a dumbass, and she's like being rude to the federal government, and he said he's gonna take away federal funding because of her. So
because of who?
Because of the governor of Oregon, Tina Kotek.
Bro, we got federal funding taken away from our National Park Services and National Forest Services, and we got federal land selling out here in Colorado. This is not a one-state issue.
It isn't? Oh.
Hey, yo, Dean, can you hear me real quick?
Anyway, can I tell you why I like him or not?
Yeah, bro, just give me a moment. Elijah, do you support Trump?
You could say I'm totally on a neutral level. It's more like picking the lesser of both evils.
So you think that he was the lesser of two evils?
I would say that in a sense.
Okay, let me thank a couple of people, then I'll pass the mic off to you guys. Thick Frog, thank you for the $10. Who says you gotta get a Virgo necklace or tattoo down, Dean? It will balance your chakras. Yeah, man, gotta balance my chakras. Lord T, thank you so much for the $20 over on Super Chat. Let's get to it, Lord TWs. Thank you. Lord T with the 20 says Trump is America personified, the worst of America and all of its dark evil past within Trump. He only cares about himself and doesn't give a fuck about anyone. That's America on a global stage, entitlement on steroids. Yeah, that is true. I don't know. I think that Trump is just the embodiment of all of the issues of this country that have existed historically and today. Lord T, thank you for the $20 on Super Chat. Who says, here's $20 for a fellow Virgo. Dude, let's fucking go. The constellations are getting me money. We love that. Let's get 200 TWs down below. Caitlin, thank you for the $10. She says, you absolutely can argue Virgo. Lady guess a Sagittarius for September. She doesn't know shit. Yeah, bro. She doesn't know the lore, dude. She hasn't read the manga, bro. Hannah, thank you for the $5 on Super Chat. Morgan, thank you for the $5 as well. Robin, thank you for the $3. Winnie, thank you for the 5. Thomas, thank you for the 5 cents. Ashley, thank you for the $5. I appreciate you. And then Joe, thank you for the $8. Over on PayPal, thank you so much, Akira, with the $3. Thank you so much, Joy, for the $10. And shout out to your friend Rob. Hey, shout out Rob. I appreciate you so much, Joy. And it's so cool that you put Rob onto the show. Shout out to you, Rob. We are all caught up. If you do want to support me, if you do want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube, and the handle's at the top of the phone screen on TikTok as well. Just Dean Withers without the letter E in my last name, Withers. Best way to support what we do. All right, go ahead and take it away, Michelle.
All right. So first of all, I think that his abortion policy is really good.
So you think that states should have the ability to ban rape victims' access to abortion?
Yes, of course. Because
do you think that it should be banned?
Do I think abortion should be banned? Yes.
In circumstances of rape?
No, because...
Okay, so then you think his abortion policy is bad because it gives states the ability to ban abortions in circumstances of rape.
Well, I guess, but I think that he said out loud, he said it personally, that he thinks that abortion should not be banned in cases of rape. So,
Okay, but the fact of the matter is that he is giving the ability to the states for those abortions to be banned. And they already have. I mean, there's been 10 states that have completely banned all rape victims' access to abortion because of that.
First of all,
Because of that, we have
it
60
does
pregnant
not
rape victims per
Trump
day that are denied access
Trump-
to abortion in 10 over 50
I
states.
think that we're talking about Trump's abortion policy, not the Supreme Court's decision on Roe versus Wade. So I think
That is his
He
abortion
follows the
policy.
Kamala HQ account.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is
well,
probably a troll.
I can follow.
Elijah, why do you support Trump? Elijah, why are you MAGA? Did he just like fucking disappear?
He got yaptured.
I think he got yaptured. Okay, it's fine. Oh, it's fine, dude. Whatever, man. Goodbye, Elijah. Who's next? Bro, look at this person's profile picture, Parker.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, bro, some people make the craziest PFPs.
Bro, on God, dude. On God. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump? Hello? Hello? Okay, they're not here either. Let's go to get the next guest connected to the live stream. Folks, please do follow the rules. I'd really appreciate that. Please do follow the rules. I'd really appreciate that. This person's name is Debate Me Dean. Okay, let's see if they could give a debate. Hello, do you support Trump?
Computer, activate ball torture sequencing.
Okay. Wow, dude! MAGA's so violent! Look at me, just a liberal, trying to debate Trump supporters on why they're MAGA. Next thing we know, they want to torture my balls. Wow, dude. Wow. Jesus Christ. Real Scarface, do you support Trump?
Not necessarily support Trump, but I do support some of his policies.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Would you take Trump over Harris?
I would say yes.
Okay. Why is that?
I think that Trump's liberation of Venezuela, honestly, that for me is what opened my eyes.
Okay.
I've been on Parker's stream and we tried to talk, but I fumbled on my age because I was nervous.
Okay,
But-
listen. I just have two simple
Yeah.
questions for you. Do you agree
Yeah.
that to be liberated means to be free?
Yes.
Do you agree that you can't be free while living under a dictatorship?
Yes.
So if you live under a dictatorship, you're not free.
Exactly.
Okay. Then Trump did not liberate the Venezuelan people because they still live under a dictatorship, but instead of that dictator being Maduro, now it's just Maduro's VP.
But what about
Did they cut out for just me?
They cut out for me too. I mean that's a wraps for the argument, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a wraps for the argument.
Like that logically entails that they're not free.
Yeah,
If you agree that people cannot be free under dictatorship.
You like that? It's a good one, huh?
You know, some people might argue, yes, you can be free under dictatorship.
Yeah,
You'll
I've
get
had
some really authoritarian people that will argue that.
Yeah, but the really authoritarian people that would argue that probably wouldn't come up here and give an argument that they support Trump because he liberated Venezuela.
That's also true.
Let's go to get that next guest connected, folks. On the opposite side of that box, if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president, I'd really appreciate that. On the opposite side of the queue, if you happen to be MAGA, thank you guys so much. Let's go to get that next guest connected right now. Bionic Commando, do you support Trump?
Yep.
Okay, how old are you?
27. You know actually who I am. Parker definitely knows who I am.
I do not know who you are.
You will.
Is this Beta Brad?
You will.
I think it's Beta Brad.
Parker. $1,000, buddy.
I'm pretty sure you
But don't
owe
worry.
me
But
the
don't worry. You
$1,000.
can have Dean. You can have Dean
I'm
to
pretty
set
sure
the record
Beta
straight.
Brad owes me $1,000, and he still hasn't paid up. And now he's trying to pivot it onto me.
And here's the best part: Dean can vouch for you on the bet.
Okay, you want me to set the record straight? Okay, I can help do that. What's going on?
In the case of Renee Good, what's more important when we look at that scenario, when we're judging things? Would it be miles per hour or RPMs, i.e., the rate at which she accelerated to those miles per hour?
Well, ultimately, what's going to matter would be the acceleration rate. But
That'll be $1,000, Parker. I'll take that however you wish to send it to me.
But the acceleration rate is only going to matter insofar as at what force would have been applied on the officer's body. So ultimately, it would be miles per hour.
Wrong. And the way you just lied,
By the way,
wrong.
The whole argument was literally just that. Me being like, the exact same response that you just had is what I had too. I was like, I don't know why we would just look at one. I think that we would look at both. We're not just going to look at one, but given that we're trying to take one over the other, it probably would make most sense to look at miles per hour, because that would be point of impact in terms of the level of force proportional to the person, or what would be at risk to the person, especially if we're talking about like 1 to 4 miles per hour.
Yes,
we're talking
impact,
about the range
but not reaction.
of how fast they went, which would include the level of acceleration.
Parker, miles per hour is for impact. Exactly how Dean just said it. It is for impact. However, when it comes to your reaction to a situation, that's why Dean had to say acceleration. Yes, if we were talking about the amount of damage done, then you would have been right. But sadly, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about in the case there would be acceleration.
Hey,
for reaction
do you want to know something funny?
How do you want to send me my money?
RPM stands for.
What does RPM stand for, Beta Brad?
Rotations per minute. No, dude.
Wrong. Revolutions.
I didn't want you to pivot
You're
away
wrong.
from the.
You're wrong. It's not rotations per minute.
That through
He's
what
wrong.
we brought up.
He's wrong. It's not.
He
it's not,
didn't even learn it. The last time when he kept doing this, I asked him the same question and he didn't know the answer.
You still
and he got
lost
it wrong
the,
again.
But you still lost the bet. That's
wait,
the important part.
Brad, you're wrong. It's not rotations per minute.
What is it again?
Revolutions per minute.
Whatever. The important thing is he got it wrong. He thought miles per hour was more important. You just proved to him, nope, it was the acceleration.
I'm also curious, how are you going to tell what the RPM is from an external perspective?
Easy. By the sound of the fucking engine, dipshit.
What?
So the average...
I'm sorry, Dean. Are you telling me the sound a car makes in park?
Wait. I'm sorry.
Wait,
no, this is... Listen.
What argument are you even trying to
listen,
make?
I'm as like a entry level, I'm a white belt car guy. Okay, I'm not claiming to know everything here. But I am a car guy. I'm just a white belt. As a white belt car guy, you are absolutely fucking wrong. You take a Honda Accord from the factory.
You're
One
telling
moment.
me you put
One moment.
gas,
Let me speak.
The car's not making different noises.
Let me speak.
Is that your claim right now?
My claim. Listen. Let me speak.
Go ahead.
Let me
hear this claim.
Let me speak. You take a Honda Civic from factory, okay, and then you take a Honda Civic owned by some fucking 22-year-old chiller that riced the hell out of it, cut that muffler off, said goodbye to the catalytic converter, and put them both at 1,000 RPM. One, you won't be able to hear. The other is going to sound like a fucking spaceship. So the sound of a vehicle does not necessarily equate and or equal to the RPM at which that vehicle is revving.
Am I to understand that your claim is take out the two different cars?
Catalytic.
Because
catalytic. My bad. That's why I said I was white belt. That's why I said I was white. For everybody want catalytic converter.
The fact
That's why I said I was white belt.
that obvious distinction, first of all, nobody would what is this point of this argument? Nobody disagrees with you, Dean. What's the point of this argument?
Are
you telling me a car in parked?
Listen. His argument is that the sound isn't going to be determining of whether or not someone is going to be going at a certain speed. It's going to be harder for someone to determine that. Then listen, it's going to be harder for someone to determine it based upon that sound than it is
I
for
can
them
do
to
it to
determine
any
it in a
fucking
quick
vehicle.
scenario.
I can do it to a moped.
Hey,
if
dude,
you put down the gas, are you trying to make the implication?
Can you listen to
vehicle?
it's going to be harder to determine that than it will be to determine like the change of speed that they're going based upon visual. So someone's
Aside
going to
from the
rely on
fact none of
visual
this has anything
before.
to do with the fact that you lost the bet to me.
No, it's going to be visual is going to make more sense in this scenario. And also, like, again, you're just mad that you've lost the bet, that you're so angry.
Well, wait,
that you keep
you're
bringing this
claiming
up,
then.
but you'll
Wait,
never
you're making
pay
the
up
claim
because
you
you
were right
actually
about the bet.
lost the bet. You know, actually, there's a Venmo, PayPal in my link tree in my bio. You owe me $1,000, buddy.
Let me
You owe
make
me
sure
a
I got this straight
grand,
then.
bro.
You
owe me
think
a
that
grand.
again, to make it clear, I want to make sure everybody's listening to you two right now. In the case of Renee Good, in terms of how much time that officer had to react, your claim now is that Dean just supported your argument with, well, miles per hour is a more important indicator than the rate at which she excelled at to flee from the scene. That is your claim.
Yeah, every person that
to
we've
get your
asked on the stream,
$1,000.
including you, has answered and agreed with me.
Well, congratulations, and you're all not only wrong, I've actually looked into it just because I was just dying to know, how do they break it down? And guess what's at the third of that list? Acceleration. And guess what's not above it? The rate of speed they were going at when the impact occurred, or would have occurred at. So guess what?
Wait. Do you agree RPM and acceleration aren't necessarily the same thing?
No, they're not the same thing. However, the fact that I mentioned RPM implies acceleration. Unless, did you think something else when I was saying she was going more RPMs than usual? Do you think that you do the same or less RPMs when you give it more gas?
I think that when you're considering acceleration, you are considering the miles per hour. So miles per hour would be more relevant to look at than RPM, because in order to consider acceleration from the first place, you would have to consider the miles per hour.
That's great, and you're wrong. And now Dean will be able to explain it to you. Since you clearly don't understand it.
How do you calculate acceleration?
Acceleration? I don't know how you calculate it. I assume you go basically from 1 mile per hour to the next mile per hour. The rate at miles per hour.
This is embarrassing. You can't tell us what acceleration is?
I just said going from a certain mile per hour to a higher mile per hour. You're literally how swift the mathematics for it must be something as simple as the amount of time it takes to get from one speed to another speed. It must be something as simple as that.
Yeah, you have to consider a distance traveled. You have to consider the level of change of speed.
Right,
you have
and
to
the rate you
consider
do
the
it
time,
at.
right? And that would include looking at miles per hour, right? Right, the change of miles per hour over a time period.
Yes. Correct.
So,
the change
then
is what's
inevitably,
important, not the
what's
actual
more
miles per
important?
hour you
So
were
what's more
at.
important, looking at RPM or looking at miles per hour? When you just said what was
RPMs to
relevant
see
to look at was
acceleration.
acceleration. Acceleration is defined by a certain amount of change in speed over time. Okay,
right.
So that's specifically going to be, again, looking at miles per hour.
So let me
not
ask you this
RPM.
then, Dean. So let me ask you this then, Parker. If I don't change
you're mad that you have to concede
If I'm
here because
going-
you just cited something that proves me right again.
No, you're not only you're wrong, this is great. And I'm glad that you're actually going to debate it, because plus you have Dean, who clearly at least understands how when it comes to you need to react
Everyone
to
in the
something.
chat knows, Beta Brad, that you owe me $1,000 and you're scared to admit it. And by the way, are you going to admit your beta again?
No, I never denied I was beta. But are
Yeah.
you ever going to admit that
Wait.
you're? Are you ever
do
going to
wanna
admit
tell
that
the
you're more
class
beta
how you
than?
got your name?
Are
wanna
you
tell the
ever
class how
going
you got-
to
how
admit
you
though
got your
that
name?
you're more beta than Dean?
Wait,
Are
no,
you
no,
ever going to admit
wait,
that?
can you answer the question? Do you want to tell the class
Sure. As
how
soon as you
got-
answer that, because I've
Do
already
you wanna-
answered.
Actually,
I
you
already
know
answered
what?
your question.
You know what? I'll just say it for the class. How did he get his name? He called himself Beta after trying to harp on me and try to call me Beta for a really long time. He admitted himself to being Beta under his own definition. So that's why we call him Beta Brad. Just letting everyone know.
Yeah, but the irony is, of course, that you're more beta than I am.
What is that even supposed to mean? How do you measure
Well,
that?
like I said, why don't you ask your opposition, who do you think is more beta? You or
Well,
Dean?
can you answer the question? How do you measure the level of Beta?
Actually, funny enough, I think it depends on how many women issues you fight for. As a non-woman, that'd be one test.
So if you fight for women's issues to a greater extent, that means you're more Beta?
Correct, in most cases.
What?
I think you.
Dude, that is
I
the most
think
ridiculous
you,
thing. Wait, so wait, you think that the least Beta people are Nazis?
The least beta people are Nazis.
Yeah, because they don't advocate for women's issues at all, and they advocate against women.
I think so, yes. the
So you
more
think the most alpha
anti
people and the least beta people are Nazis? Wait, so do you think that's a good, reliable standard of what you want to be? You want to be the least beta person, which means you're associated with the Nazis?
it would be a sad situation, but when your choice in battle is I'm gonna pick Dean or Parker, I think a lot of people might go with Dean.
Why are
Even
we
though he's more
considering in
masculine,
battle?
and even though
What are you,
according
a
to you,
caveman?
and
What are
according
a
to you,
caveman? This
because
isn't
Dean's more
injustice. You're not
masculine,
selecting. Sir, this is not
Wait,
injustice.
so
You're
per
not
your
selecting your
hypothetical,
fighter. You're
so
not
per your
playing Mortal Kombat, sir.
So per your hypothetical, because I find Dean to be more alpha than you, Dean's a Nazi. Per your hypothetical.
No, that's your own argument, dumbass. Like, are you
does
listening
that,
to your own
not,
argument?
Did that not
listen,
coincide
that was a
with
criticism of
the
your own
argument
argument. You were
I
the
thought
one.
your argument was the less beta
bud.
you are,
Listen,
the more
bud.
likely you'll be a Nazi because Nazis were anti-women haters.
Hey, bud, listen.
Am I not mapping correctly?
You were the one that argued this.
Yes.
And I was simply criticizing your own argument internally from your own perspective. I was not making that claim myself.
I mapped
never
it
made
onto
a
you and
claim.
Dean.
Oh, wait, by the way, I
mapped it onto you and Dean because I consider Dean more alpha than.
I never made a claim on what I consider to be beta or what I consider to be alpha. That was you, sir. You're the only one that actually literally was using that fucking terminology. Okay? Like, let's just be real here. You owe me $1,000. You are insanely insecure. And you continue to come up on the stream to say this shit over and over again and to repeat random bullshit no one cares about.
Are you still making that argument then?
Why are you so obsessed?
So when you bring up Renee Good, do you still make that argument? Oh, he was only going 5 miles per hour. Do you still make the argument, or do you think about me and that $1,000 before that comes out of your mouth? Do you fundamentally believe that the rate of speed he was going at is the more important factor still compared to the acceleration? You truly believe that? I mean, you have to believe it to get the $1,000, right? And then you have to have your echo chamber repeated too. I love it too that all the information coming is, just to fill your echo chamber. But even better, how Dean knew the right answer was acceleration. But if I simply swap over from reaction time to collision damage.
Sir, we already explained why acceleration is defined by miles per hour anyway.
And
so
my
I don't
group
know
is
why
so
you keep
slow,
repeating this.
they can't comprehend the difference. Your people, as smart as they are, can't grasp something as basic as acceleration versus miles per hour.
Again, miles per hour would consider what the acceleration is because miles per hour is the only way to calculate acceleration.
It wouldn't be. No, it'd be a factor.
From a visual standpoint. But again, I don't know why you keep making this argument. You've already lost it. The only reason you're doing this is because you're unwilling to admit that you owe me $1,000.
Oh, what I like to do is I like to hold you people to task when you gish gallop all this data.
You owe me $1,000 and you're just
as you gish. Oh, so again, to be clear, then you're standing on the premise based on your feedback. Yeah, miles per hour meant more in that case than acceleration, right? I just need to hear you say that's what I stand on.
I never said more than acceleration. I said more than RPM.
Right, but I made the qualifier during the bet RPMs, i.e., acceleration. So you wouldn't do something Weasley like this.
And by the way, that's actually not true.
Literally, it's in the video.
No,
you do
it's
record
not.
your videos, right? You record your videos.
And you can go
just
find it.
go back. Just go back. Listen to the qualifier I give eventually, because you never accepted the bet either. Remember that? Remember how you're like, you send me my 1,000. I'm like,
oh wait,
sure.
so I never accepted that. So I don't owe you 1,000 from your own perspective.
Well, what does that matter? Oh wait. Look, are you literally about to say you're gonna give me an out right now?
No, you owe me $1,000, and now you're trying to say, oh, you actually never even took the bet in the first place.
Right. Remember how you said you never accepted the bet. So I told you just
Dean,
accept the bet so you can
this
get
guy's
your
obsessed.
1,000.
I've already proved to him multiple times how he's wrong, and he's just coping at this point. Because I told him to define acceleration.
Well, there's no reason to put this on any longer, but I just want to make sure. Dean, to make sure we got this clarified.
Pause for a second.
Yes.
Brad, is that okay if I put the debate on pause real quick? I had to leave the studio there for a second, everybody, because I just got swatted. Don't know by who. Don't know what for. But I guess I got swatted, everyone. So that's It's really unfortunate. And we could hop back into the debates. Go ahead, Brad.
Well, that's exciting. I do hope they show up in the background. It'll be good for your career.
That's such a sick thing to say. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Thanks, Brad.
Such is life. What do you guys think you're doing on here if not making yourself do you not realize that's your whole ideology? What can I do to make myself more the victim and put more of a target on my back?
No, that's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to change people's
I understand
minds,
you don't
educate people,
understand
and get people more politically involved.
I understand you
What?
don't understand that, but that's as far as what grown-ups, men of experience see. We see young, smart boys who basically do anything that they can to basically make us vulnerable, i.e., let's let in as many people in from out of the country, and fingers crossed not 1 or 2% of them is fucking seriously vindictive against us, especially with the crazy shit our dictator president's doing right now. Let's go ahead and push these ideologies that make men think they can just be as sassy as they want, and we'll see how that plays out for a society. Let's tell women live their best lives during the peak of their best lives.
I just want to
but
clarify.
not to
Is it
fucking
like
do
your
anything
belief
for
that
society?
I
Bro.
wanted to get swatted?
Bro, it's not that you wanted it, but it is that you deserved it.
Why?
I don't know, dude. Let me ask you this. After Charlie passed away, did you still call people fascists? Did you still call people fascists even though you know?
I want an
right
actual
on
explanation
right on the
of
casing.
Why you think I would deserve to get swatted.
Have you ever thrown the term fascist out again after Charlie?
Yes.
Yeah. And do you think that
So
when
if I-
people hear
so I
that,
just- I
do you
wanna
think when the
clarify.
public hear that, they think, oh, fascist, but not
it's-
Schmittler?
So I want to clarify. It's your position that if I call a fascist, I deserve to get a gun pointed at my head.
I'm saying when you overhype it to the point that it gets
I
you this much fucking attention.
I just want to clarify.
Yeah.
That it's your position that because of what I do, I deserve to get a gun pointed at my head.
Dean, I'm saying it's worse than that at this point. You too, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know how much you're going to push people and think nothing's going to happen, but I have a sad reality for you, dude. People have their limits. Everybody has their fucking limits.
So this is just you threatening us.
No,
because we politically disagree with you. Like we're engaging in political discourse on the internet, and you think that then justifies violence.
The fact that you guys looked at things like
I want to clarify.
The fact that you guys looked at things like January.
I want to
6th.
clarify.
Yes. What would you like clarity on?
If that officer killed me, would I have deserved it?
No, dipshit. Okay. No.
So,
however,
I don't deserve.
I would have laughed my ass off.
So I just want to clarify.
I would have laughed my ass off. Like the irony.
Yeah.
I love it. I would have loved it.
So you would.
That's fucking disgusting.
So you'd love it if I got murdered.
I mean,
you'd love it.
Do you fucking realize how sick of a human you are to have to say that? Like, seriously, think about what you're saying right now. Like, if your family members, if people you know in your life heard you say this on the internet right now, would they be totally okay with it?
So you'd love
it. Would they think that you're safe to be around?
If my girlfriend had to watch me.
Wait, where are the swatters?
Get a bullet in my brain. Is that what you're saying?
I'm sorry, where are the swatters, by the way?
Gone.
I've never seen... Wait, did they even come into your place?
No, they're at the door.
You didn't get... Dude, you had police come to your damn door. You weren't swatted.
So what do you think it means to get swatted? And what do you think happened?
I think what most people think is they're going to come rummage through my place because we just heard that somebody possibly got murked. So we need to freaking case the joint.
Well, luckily, I've been swatted before.
Oh.
So after you've been swatted once, they'll hesitate before taking your door down, running inside with the ARs. Luckily. And in fact, one of the people who swatted me this time was one of the people who swatted me before. So, for that reason, they thought it might have been fake. But how am I supposed to be okay with conversing with people who think I deserve to die?
Oh, you'll live. I imagine you have more of that than you realize.
So you think there's
But if
more
you want to
people-
find out for sure, next time you piss somebody off, why don't you test them? Why don't you ask them, hey, now that I've been an arrogant little prick, how do you feel if somebody swatted me and took me out? Why don't you ask that question and see if you do get more and more people.
So you just think that you're like one person of a larger movement that thinks I deserve to die?
You're just an angry person. You're just an angry person. Like, how angry do you have to be in order to be able to say that about someone just because you dislike them and they politically disagree with you? You're such an angry person, and you sit in your anger and hate, and you take it out on everyone else around you. What a sick fucking thing to do.
Well, listen.
I think it's a little bit sicker to do the same thing, but to profit off it, but each his own.
I hope you know that. Listen, Brad. I hope you know that for the future.
Oh.
I don't think.
And to be clear,
that you deserve to die. I think that you deserve to have access to universal health care. I think that you deserve to have access to livable wages at the job that you work. I think that you deserve to have access to ample and well-funded social infrastructure and safety nets to prevent you from starving, to prevent you from suffering from poverty, and to help you live the happiest, most flourished life you can. And you think
my
that I
dude,
deserve to
if
die.
all you're doing is profiting off these good vibes, no offense, fuck off.
I think that that's a really
That's
good
all you do.
representation.
Listen, spare me.
I think that
Spare me.
that's a
I
really
want
good
all good things for a world.
I think that's a really good representation of the state of politics in America. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only opposite side of that queue if you happen to be an American adult that supports Donald J. Trump as president. We got Christian loading up in that box. Only opposite side of that queue if you're MAGA. Max, I appreciate you for the $25 on Venmo. I appreciate you so much, Max. Let's get 250 Max W's who says, Dean, I'm so sorry. I don't have much money, but you deserve a safe place. Also, this dude's not okay. I appreciate you so much for the $25, Max, and that's very kind of you. Listen, man. Said you don't have much money. I'm gonna send that one back to you, dude. But just know that I really appreciate you so much for your very kind words, Max. And it's a very kind gesture. I just sent that one back to you, Max. Seriously, though. I do really appreciate you so much for your kindness. Let's go to get that next guest connected up into the live stream right now. Welcome in. Do you support Trump, Christian?
I did.
You done anymore?
I'm like 50-50 still.
If the election was held tomorrow between Trump and Harris, who'd you vote for?
I would vote for Trump based on when the initial thing happened. Because, again, you could say, like, yeah, Harris had, like, things on her website. But when she actually had to talk, she actually said nothing publicly. When she was asked, would you change anything else that, like, Biden did? No, she wouldn't. But, by the way, when you said riced, I think that's the part that, like, kind of got you, like, pushed to the side when it came to vehicles. Because, like, rice runners, riced, I think that's kind of what did that thing to you, because again, that's like racially not right.
Oh, is there like racial like underpins to like riced out vehicles?
So when you say riced, so you said riced.
Yeah, like a riced out car.
Right. What does that mean?
I take a riced out car to be a vehicle that
riced
you
is
spend
actually
very
not a
little
word
money
for
on.
riced out car. That's actually not a word.
Okay. I mean, you could educate
like
me.
Usually people say rice runners, and that's usually like imperative of like other things. Like
you could.
Why would you say riced out car?
Because every time throughout my life that I've heard somebody refer to a vehicle that has its catalytic
you're
converter
progressive.
cut out.
Don't dodge it. Don't dodge it.
Well, I'm
dude.
trying
You're
to. I'm
progressive.
trying to
Don't
give you a
dodge
direct
it.
answer to your question.
All right, you both are progressive, and I
Okay,
listen.
yeah,
I listen
I'm
to both you both,
I'm
and I
trying
respect you both.
to give
so.
you a direct answer to your question. Can I answer your question? So I use the phrase "riced out car" to refer to vehicles that money has been spent on to make louder, but not necessarily faster. Like take like an old Honda Civic that somebody wants to put a little bit of money into. I'm going to mute you now because I'm in the middle of an explanation. And a little bit of money into, so it could go to the car meets, but it's not necessarily like anything too nice. It's basically if you're trying to make a really shitty car, right? Nice, or take it to the car meets because you're on a budget. You'd call that a riced out vehicle. It's riced out. So that's the way throughout my life that I've heard that phrase used. Apparently somebody in the comment section is saying that stands for race inspired cosmetic enhancement.
Yeah, it does. It's
okay.
It's
I'm not sure that's
a
racially
racist
motivated at all.
term, dude.
I
It literally is.
If it stands for race inspired cosmetic enhancement, I don't think so.
It doesn't. Rice runners are used like a negative term towards Asian people because
so
of
like
how they trick out like basic cars, and most times you'll hear like a rice runner is like a Asian car. Like you have a Honda Civic that's like tricked out like for nothing.
Couldn't we acknowledge here that obviously Dean didn't have that understanding, and he could be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to use that here in the future." Like I didn't know that was
admit it though. So regardless if you won't admit it in the future,
can you please let me speak?
Can
you please let me speak, sir?
But again, that's what you do on Jubilee.
Can I please speak,
Parker?
I've let you speak, sir.
No, you haven't.
Have I not?
No, not at all.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. Speak what you'd like.
So what I'll say is that's a term that's used for cars most times that are like Honda Civics and a lot of Asian cars. They're called rice runners, and people use that term, whether it's riced out, rice runner, whatever it is, and they usually call it because it's like usually like a Honda Civic, Honda Accord. It's the Asian cars that are tricked out, and it's a derogatory term. And for the fact that you say like, I'm progressive all the time. And now, by the way, hold on a second though. Before I say that though, listen, Parker, Dean, I listen to y'all. I don't agree with everything y'all say, but I still listen to y'all streams. I watch y'all on Jubilee. I watch y'all everywhere. So, by the way, I'm just saying though, to correct for the other guy though, that the only thing the other guy should have said was like, hey, he should have corrected you on that one point when you got pulled out, is that for that term. Because again, that term is a very derogatory term because again, it's used normally towards Asian people and the vehicles they drive.
The same thing. Can I respond now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, yeah, Parker, the mic and the floor are yours to respond. I have never heard it used as like an anti-racial like epithet.
You've never heard
like
rice runner?
Or like a term specifically against like Asian people driving cars. I've never heard rice runner that way. I've never heard rice runner. No. But go ahead.
Dude, how long you got? Dude, I'm 46. I've been alive I'm 46 years old. I've heard that term.
But anyways, I do appreciate you so much for the input. I mean, I'll research like the history behind it, and if you're right, I'll
no, I'm just saying though, it's like that's the only thing I'm saying. Like I'm not like trying to like fucking like I'm just throwing a little shade on that part of it, but that's it. So I'm saying I listen to you both. I respect y'all's opinions. I hate the people that fucking hop on here and they're just like freaking trolls. Hate those people because it like annoys the hell out of me. But I'm saying though.
Yeah, well, listen, I appreciate you for your input on that. Do you want to tell us why you support Trump?
That's the only thing. The rice thing is the only thing I'm saying. That's it, and I'll get out.
Okay, that's all that you had. Okay. Yeah, I mean, some people in the chat are saying it stands for like race-inspired cosmetic enhancement. That could be a backronym, right? Just like starting with something like racially motivated, or with some other meaning, and then like trying to like regenerate its meaning by coming up for an acronym that would fit the word. It could be. I don't know. I'll have to do research on that. I guess I appreciate you for letting me know, Mom. Welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Yeah, you know who I am.
Oh, dude. Why do you continue to join this live?
I don't. It's been like 4 days.
It's been like 4 days? I don't know. Every so often you just join the live and get cooked. I don't know. Parker, do you really want to talk to this guy for like
You've
the
never cooked me. And Parker has never cooked me either.
No.
Parker? Okay. Bailey, thank you for the 50 cents on Venmo. Says, hey, Dean, I'm sending this to say I'm very sorry for what just happened to you. You should take a break and be with your girlfriend. We love you. Well, I appreciate you so much for that love, Bailey. That's very, very kind of you. I won't take a break. That's what they want, and that's what I won't give them. Brianna, thank you for the $2 on Venmo. I really appreciate you. Brittany, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then Joseph for the $10. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I'll keep the message to myself. Just know that I appreciate you. Sarah with the $10, who says, I don't know how you do what you do every day and how you continued after being swatted. Take care. Love your girlfriend. Take care of yourself, your girlfriend, and Momo. All the love in the world. Well, I appreciate you so much, Sarah. Thank you so much for the $10 and for the very kind words. Yeah, man, it is what it is. Only thing that we could do is continue on. Nate, thank you for the $50. Oh my God. I really appreciate you so much, Nate. That is very, very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that love and support. You are awesome, Nate. Let's get 500 Nate W's down below in that chat. Thank you so very much for that love and support. Genuinely, Nate. You are awesome. Thank you so very much. Nate with the $50 says, I'm sorry it's been so long. Many good vibes from the pharmacist. Mr. Pharmacist Nate, hope you're doing all right, man. It has been a while. Life gets busy. I get it. Just know that I appreciate you. Suzanne with the 10 says, take some days off. This is so hard. This isn't right. Swatting, I'm so sorry. I will not be taking a minute off, Susan, but know that I appreciate you for the $10. And then same thing to Jay with the $10 who says, I feel so bad that you got swatted. I hope that you're doing okay. Love you, Dean. Well, I appreciate you, Jay. Jenny with the $10 says, that last guy was despicable. Are your girlfriend and Momo all right? Yeah, they're all right. Carla, thank you for the $20, who says, my daughter Mila listens to you and Parker daily. She has learned a lot and has grown as a person from the knowledge she has gained. This guest is one of the many disgusting excuses for a human being that you guys unfortunately have to deal with, but I appreciate you and what you do. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for that love, Carla. Let's get to it at Carla W's. And then same thing to you, Joseph. Thank you so much for the $50 on Venmo. Thank you. Oh my goodness. He says, technically, Ryder was right. Actually, no, he was wrong when he said rotations per minute. Revolutions and rotations are nowhere near the same thing. So it says every applied physics books in the world. Also the claim, but how did you see how quickly they accelerated to 5 miles an hour is crazy, right? Thank you so much for that love and support, Joseph. Chloe, thank you for the $10 calling Brad loud and wrong. And Hannah, I appreciate you for the 5. Hey, Noah, do you support Trump?
I do.
How old are you?
18.
All right, sounds good, man. Couple more people to thank. Hussein, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo. Kiara and Donna, I appreciate you guys for the $1. Samantha, thank you for the $1. Sonny, thank you so much for the $14, who says, I'm sorry that you got swatted, praying for you, and this guy's a fucking clown. Yeah, wow. You know, Brad really did astound me there. Lucille and I appreciate you for the Seaside Romance. Thank you. I just really wasn't expecting that, you know? Walk back into the studio after getting swatted, and then the first thing I hear from the Trump supporter on the live is that, you know, he and many others wishes that, you know, they'd killed me. It's very surreal. It's a very surreal experience, you know? Nicholas, thank you for the $10 over on PayPal. I appreciate you so much, man. You know, I hope that kind of helps to refute the performative grifter allegations. You know, if I was a performative grifter, I don't think I would continue on after that. I don't think I would. Yeah, that's really scary. Juan, thank you so much for the 65 cents, who says, Dean, you're such a Virgo. I appreciate you. Cameron, thank you for the $30, who says, so grateful to be educated before talks with my MAGA family. Well, I'm so grateful for you, and thank you so much for the $30. That is very kind of you. Thank you so much for that love and support. That is awesome. That is very, very kind of you. Thank you so much for that love and support. You are awesome. Over on Super Chat, T, thank you for the $20. I appreciate you so much, T. Queen, I appreciate you for the $10. Who says, the term is ice burner, not runner. It was used as an anti-Asian derogatory term. Okay, so maybe they're making an association between ice burner and then like a riced out vehicle. That's possible that there could be that association. And then High Life, I appreciate you for the $20 over on Super Chat as well. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then Lex, thank you for the Galaxy. If you do want to support me, if you do want to support the live stream, you can find my Venmo, my PayPal, in the link tree in my bio on TikTok, pin message on YouTube. And the handle's also at the top of the phone screen. It's just my name, Dean Withers, without the lettering Withers. Really good way to get a message across. Go ahead and take it away. No, I appreciate you for your patience. Tell us why you support Trump.
I just wanted to ask if Bam Adebayo is the GOAT.
It's crazy. I don't even know who that is. Let's go to get that next guest connected to the live stream. Only hop inside of the queue. If you happen to be MAGA, I'd appreciate it if you guys would follow the rules. Let's go to get that next guest connected. Hey, welcome in. Do you support Trump?
Thank you. I do now, yeah. How are you doing?
Doing all right. How old are you?
28.
What year are you born in?
1998.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
Oh, I don't know, my thing's resetting. Oh, whatever. All right, I have 5 reasons. Do you want to know the categories, or do you want me to just do them however I want?
Just however you want, man.
All right, let's start with the one you like to talk about. Do you think that wind turbines give you cancer?
I don't think that windmills cause cancer, no.
Do you think that plastic gives you cancer?
I mean, do you think that I don't know. Is there any like any smart people that study the relevant fields that are watching? I'd argue maybe like BPAs. I don't know. Can BPAs cause cancer? I don't know.
Those are a type of PFAS. There's PFAS, there's plastics.
I feel like I maybe heard that at like some point in my life.
Cancer. They all cause cancer. Plastic and you could just Google it. Google will even tell you. Like,
yeah, I'll just
not even
just believe you. I mean that seems reasonable. That like microplastics.
Right. Well, the reason like the wind turbine. Sorry, the reason the wind turbine blades can't be recycled is because they're all made of plastic, and that gets sheared off in the wind and blows onto people and causes pollution and gives you lung cancer, just like a tire would. Tires are made of plastic as well. That's why it's more dangerous to live next to the freeway.
So off of the turbines, are you sure they're made of plastic?
The blades are.
I don't know about that.
It's a polymer.
Yeah, and also, like, can you just give us a source that windmill plastic exposure is giving people cancer?
Well,
and then also, like, I don't know why you'd bring this up. Isn't the whole point that Trump is making is that windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before, which is very false?
Well, the thing that you were all saying is that you don't like that he says they give you cancer. You laugh at it and say
No, we laugh at him. No. I was saying that we laugh at him saying windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before.
That I had never heard you say. I'm sorry. I haven't been watching you lately.
That's what we always say.
I've only ever heard you say that you think it's funny that they give you cancer, but they do because they're made of plastic. Plastic gives you cancer. You can just look at there's not a single type of plastic that doesn't give you cancer. Makes us seem fertile.
Actually, there's been studies done on this. Funny enough.
I know. And do they include the plastic?
Yeah, one moment.
Yeah, the Democrats, the Republicans, the Green Party, none of them talk about plastic except for
Wow, actually, they actually reduce cancer. I'm not even trolling.
Cancer?
I'll give you a study. This is from Cancer Health. And this study states that windmills actually reduce cancer by replacing, other means of more exhaustive energy production, such as coal-fired electrical generating plants.
So compared to having coal, then there's less cancer than coal, which has lead and mercury in it.
Yeah, Dean, it's kind of like how people will be like, vaccines cause these problems. And like, although there are some side effects associated with vaccines, they're significantly less than what would exist if there weren't the vaccines in the first place. So yeah, I think that the argument they're probably making is relative risk. So like it reduces the likelihood of people getting it.
Yeah, also,
do you boys remember when Putin got the red carpet rolled out for him?
Wait, you also...
It sounds like this person's trolling.
So you
that
got...
was the day that he canceled the World Plastic Treaty that Biden and
This
Harris
is published in Wind Energy, Volume
passed.
28, Issue 12, Maintenance of Wind Turbine Blades and Microplastic Emission, How to Mitigate Environmental Risks. That's DY 10.1002/WE.70072. And this study finds that actually... any small amounts of erosion of the plastics of wind turbine blades are A, restricted to the immediate vicinity of the turbine structure, and B, because they only lose around 40 to 160 grams of the material annually, this amount is just too insignificant and small to pose a cancer risk to humans. But in order to be at any cancer risk, you'd have to be standing within the immediate vicinity of the turbine structure for like an extended period of time.
Which is if you would live downstream of it.
No, not if you live downstream of it, because that's not.
The question though is, does the plastic give you cancer, and does it come off of the wind turbines?
Yeah,
and you just answer that question. Yes,
the amount of plastic that comes off of wind turbines is not significant enough to pose a cancer risk to humans. That's what the studies say.
But you agree that the plastic gives you cancer?
I'm not agreeing. I'm agreeing that the studies say that the amount
don't
of
agree that
plastic in
plastic
which
is
is shed is far too minimal
Why do you
and
drink
to
out of a
pose
glass
cancer
cup?
risk to humans.
I thought you were on our side.
I drink out of
I don't know.
both plastic and glass.
Well, you should not touch plastic. But anyway,
Are you just like really like anti-plastic?
Plastic is making us infertile. It's also stopping photosynthesis.
Okay, so you just like
But we
fucking
can move
hate
on if you
everything
don't
made
want.
with plastic ever.
What?
So you're just like, oh, I don't know. Maybe this guy isn't trolling, Parker. Maybe
This
we
is
just
serious.
found
The World
like
Plastic
plastic's
Treaty.
biggest hater ever.
No.
those
He's
two
taking it
wars
to
were
like
about.
an absurd extent where it's like the reason why I think it's trolling is because no one uses this as a reason to support Trump. Like, I'm sorry, if you have issues with ecological concerns, hey bud, listen, listen. If you have issues with ecological concerns, why would you support the person that literally thinks the climate's going to start cooling and science just doesn't know it yet? This
Well, I
guy
have 4 more
doesn't
points,
believe
and I
in
think you'll
science, and you're going to vote for him?
I think you'll understand once I finish my 4 points. That point was for you two to stop saying that.
Okay, well, I mean, the studies
This guy's
demonstrate.
defunded cancer research. This guy has defunded the board of there's the board of science specifically that establishes policy nationwide within the country relating to like international U.S. research relating to a bunch of different scientific fields. Donald Trump has defunded that. He's defunded the Earth sciences associated with NASA, which also negatively impacts research and development. Talk to someone who works in research and development in the sciences. They'll tell you right now they literally can't find like any jobs comparative to what they could find under the Biden administration because they actually prioritized that and funded it because they believe in science.
This was just about, do wind turbines have plastic, and does plastic give you cancer?
Wait, but you're not answering. You do care about the environment.
Well, I have 4 of the points, and they're not environmental points. None of these points are
what?
environmental points about Donald Trump.
Your argument is environmental here.
No,
You
I'm
don't
saying
care
that
about the
you all call him
environment,
a
so make a
liar, and
point
I'm
you
calling
care
you all
about.
liar.
How about you
I'm
make a
saying that
point
you all
you care
support
about?
plastic, which means that you're on the side of Russia and OPEC, who started the war in Ukraine and in Palestine to get us to hate Biden because he was going to sign the World Plastic Treaty. And it worked. And none of you even know what the World Plastic Treaty is. It's so embarrassing. The whole world knows about it, except for you all. My goodness. They had to start entire new political organizations in some countries to get people to support being against the World Plastic Treaty. And we had Joe and Kamala, and we kicked them out. And the Democrats are just the same with OPEC and Russia. But like I said, that was one.
So are you saying the Democrats were better for preventing this bad stuff from happening?
No, Kamala and Joe were. The Democrats are a threat, just like the Republicans are.
Okay, by doing what?
By not getting rid of the plastic. The plastic is making us infertile. It's giving us brain diseases.
Okay, so you're saying both sides are bad.
I'm saying there's
So why
one
is this a
side
reason to
that
support
works
Trump?
for OPEC and Russia.
So why is this a reason to support Trump?
I told you this has nothing to do with what I want to talk about wind turbine. That was my point, and you decided to bring
They're
up other
trolling. They're not
I
a
said I
serious
have 4
person.
other points. The wind turbines was the point was that you two are liars, and now I have 4 points about Donald Trump that I can explain.
I don't think he is. I'm pretty like strong in my conviction here that this guy's not trolling.
Plastic is growing into the apples inside of them.
I think he's serious.
This is all serious. It's the #1 health threat on the earth. Yes, every heart disease, cancer,
so
all plastic.
We debunked.
It causes cellular apoptosis. It kills you one cell.
I think he's serious, guys. So I think that we debunked your first point. I gave you a study to demonstrate that windmills do not cause cancer. What's next?
Well, the plastic does, but
yeah, but there's not enough plastic that is eroded from the windmills to cause any significant risk of cancer to humans. Therefore, windmills
eventually
do
it's
not
going to
cause
rain
cancer.
on them, and it'll go into the groundwater and poison the ocean. But I'll submit to your study.
Okay, what's next?
Donald Trump has provided a serious needed exposure of our prison industry right now. So let me finish this really quick. I live in San Bernardino, and my local ICE facility is Adelanto. That facility is now under investigation by the nation of Mexico for human rights violations. All right.
Mexico concludes that they're guilty of them.
That facility
Then
5 years ago
happens?
was a prison run by the same people doing the same things to Americans, but no one cared about it because they said they were criminals and they deserved it.
I
Four
have a
people
question.
have been found unalived.
I have a
And that
question.
was happening while I was in prison.
I have
and
a
no
question.
one cared.
Mexico determines that they're guilty of human rights violations. Then what?
Then maybe maybe some of you people will give a crap because you didn't give a crap when they were doing it to Americans and they were criminals.
Wait,
It took
trust me.
Donald Trump getting other countries to get involved.
I spend like I spend a lot of my time talking about all of the human rights violations
Prison
unfolding
reform?
across this nation as it relates to
Because of
prisons,
Donald Trump.
the ICE camps, so on and so forth. We spend a good amount of our time doing that. But if you think that an action of the Trump administration being declared as a violation of international law will stop Trump, then you are very unfortunately mistaken.
No, I'm saying that it will make you look at the prisons that you've been ignoring.
Why do you have this like holier than thou, like no one cares about the problems I care about, right? Sort of like mantra.
Because where were you all talking about the prison reform before Donald Trump got involved?
We've been talking about that.
Prison reform, really?
I have, yes. I've been talking about that for a very long time. I've had views on that specifically that I've been talking about for literally 5 fucking years on this app. You don't know that because you're just making generalized claims about people that you don't know about. You're literally making a generalized claim about me just because I'm existing here. I've been talking about that on this fucking platform for half a decade. Where the fuck have you been? Where have you? Where?
I've been inside the prison from protests, and do you know what they have in Los Angeles, the most democratic city in this nation?
So wait, hold up, pause. So then you're going to say because your work was different than mine and you just didn't see my work, that then makes
they
that
drug
not
you,
relevant?
they strip you naked, and they feed you to rats in the democratic city of Los Angeles. In their prison system, that's the rooms they've built.
Right?
We
argue against that. So can I ask you a question? What effective policies are you advocating for to change these conditions? Who are you going to vote for
Tear down
that will
every
change this from happening?
Prison that has been built to start.
So who are you going to vote for to inspire that accountability?
What?
Who are you going to vote for to inspire that accountability within government?
I'm starting 3 political parties, buddy.
You yourself? What political parties? Why have I not heard about them?
Well, I just started 2 of them not long ago.
How is that going to work? Get a fucking grip, dude.
You know what Beaver Party is.
Okay, this person's got to be a troll. I don't believe.
Beaverparty.us. Google it. You just look it up on your website.
I don't think he's trolling, Parker. I don't think he's trolling, man.
Fucking website.
I don't think he's trolling.
Dude, I'm sorry. Do you think that you're going to get elected under that party?
Well, I'm starting 3 political parties. And maybe I'll get elected at some point, but I don't really care about getting elected now. I was just running for governor.
Wait. Explain why you want
just like the regular
3
media
different...
did.
Wait, why 3 different political parties?
Because we need more political parties. Like I said, the Green
But
Party,
why 3
the Democrats,
different ones?
the Republicans
Isn't that going to be
are all
harder to make
working
3
for
prominent
OPEC.
than like 1?
What?
Shouldn't you start with 1?
No, because do you want me to explain what they are, or do you want me to continue my points?
Dude, I just think this is all bullshit.
Oh my God! It's not bullshit! It's not bullshit, Parker! It's not, dude! It's not bullshit! It's not, let me fucking show this to you. It's not bullshit. Welcome to Beaver Party, the Mammalian Liberation Party. Builders of tomorrow, the Liberation Party is committed to constructive, localized solutions from ecological stewardship to economic reform. We believe in building our future one sustainable step at a time.
Dude, this looks like a fucking website template, man. Like, dude, this guy literally just did this before he came on the stream. Like, this is a website template you just found right off the internet. Like, I can literally see how it's templated.
I stopped making fancy websites because they take too long.
Did you just AI generate that, bro?
No, I typed that on Google Sites because it automatically puts it on the Google search results when you use Google Sites.
So. Bro, you had a windmill picture on there.
I know how it can be very challenging to get.
You're causing cancer, dude. You're a windmill
was made
picture.
of metal, and it was on a person's
you're right.
house.
It was.
Wait, I have a question. Can you name a single Can you name a single representative?
Wind power.
Can you name it?
Can
I ask you a question? Can you name a single representative that's been elected under that party?
A Beaver Party?
Yes.
Bro, I just started a year ago, and I was running for office, and now I'm starting 2 more.
Wait. Did you win your?
I told you I was running for governor, and you all ignored me like the media did, and now we're screwed. Do you know if we don't get 2 million people to move to California?
Wait, you lost because I and Dean ignored you?
All of you people did. You're just like the regular media. You're no better than they are. And you know what? We're gonna lose 5 seats to the south, and they're gonna have
or maybe you just suck at fucking marketing, or maybe you're just dog shit at marketing.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the case. Maybe you should have marketed for me. You should go read my website.
I'm not marketing for shit, bro. What are you doing, bro? This is not gonna. I do not think this is gonna work. I don't believe in it. I'm not a believer, bro.
Party for vegans.
I'm sorry, bro. Where do you think you're going with this party, bro?
Well, vegan party is what I'm actually going to be focusing on the most because the vegans already exist. I just have to put them into a party. There's 2 million vegans. Takes 80,000 to have a party.
And you think vegans are going to vote for that party over voting for Harris or voting for the Democrat? That's clearly harm reduction.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You've kind of already killed your political prospects with the vegans, dude. You're up here defending Trump. I don't think the vegans are going to fuck with that one, man.
The vegans love me, and I've.
Are you vegan?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're not vegan, then your brain is not working.
Do you smoke the M drug?
The what?
The M drug?
What? Like the green broccoli?
Yeah.
Or like drink alcohol?
I'm actually just became sober because Tom Holland made this beer called B-Row, and my middle name's Roland.
So you see, this person has got to be trolling Dean.
They're not trolling! There was a website for the Beaver Party!
Dean, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it, bro.
A non-alcoholic. Do you want my points, or do you want to keep going on tangents? Do you want my other points?
And I would rather cry myself to sleep.
Do you agree that he exposed the prison system that now international communities are investigating?
Just listen. What's your next point, bro? What's your next point, dog?
My next point is
I'm actually crying. I have tears in my fucking eyes. This is hilarious. What's next?
This one is just an opinion, but I appreciated it when he kidnapped that leader instead of starting an actual war. And when everyone complained about it, and then he went over and then he started an actual war. And I just feel like kidnapping leaders and talking to a leader is better than blowing them up, and for any reason.
Okay. Well, I think that it's like probably bad to kidnap leaders when you're just going to leave them with another dictator.
But is it better to go and to unalive their citizens who have nothing to do with it?
Listen, it's better to kidnap a leader than to start a war. Okay, but this is like saying it's better to kill one person than 5. So if Donald Trump killed one person,
but he didn't have
and
to
then he
unalive
went
any-
on to kill 5 people, would you say I support Trump because at one point in time he killed one person that was better than the time he killed 5? Because that's basically what we're saying. It's bad to kidnap leaders just to leave them with other dictators to steal their resources, and it's bad to start war. It's bad. Those were bad decisions when Donald Trump had made both of them.
Unalive their citizens.
Like I already told you, it's better to kill one person than 5. But this wouldn't mean that it would follow. Listen, this wouldn't mean that it would follow that I support Trump because one time he killed one person and then he went on to kill 5 people, and killing one was better than 5. Oh, this one time Donald Trump kidnapped a dictator, left them with another dictator, started stealing their resources, and this was better than when he killed a dictator, started a war that he then lost and cost us billions of dollars. Therefore, I'm going to support Trump because it was preferable the first time when he did it by just kidnapping the dictator and stealing their resources. Right? I don't think that argument follows.
Fine. That's fine. And so I'll move on to my next point. As you've experienced on here, well, I'll move on to the last point. I'll come back to this one because this one's the craziest one. So I was a supporter of the World Plastic Treaty, but if that World Plastic Treaty had been signed, this isn't my actual point. It probably would have, like, he did save the global economy. Like all of the things that you enjoy, your consumerism, your abundance, that all.
All right, Dean, I can't do this person anymore. I'm gonna go start my own life. I've at this point, my brain has rotted into oblivion, and it's not even functioning at this point.
Yeah, go start your life, Parker. I appreciate you for coming up.
Appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Hopefully it's better, bro. I'm glad you hear you're safe, bro.
I appreciate you, Parker. You're awesome.
All right, peace, bro.
Peace, dude. You know what? Honestly, I'm not even mad at that. I needed that laugh. After today, I needed that laugh. You know, Beaver Party's peak. WP. Okay, well, yeah, when he said that, I was like, there's no way that this guy is not trolling. And I was just so convinced that he had to be lying about this goddamn Beaver Party website that I decided to take the risk of looking it up, knowing that I could have been met with porn or an IP tracker, and I clicked on it anyways, and it was a genuine party website. Wow. Honestly, I'm just wow. Let me thank a couple people here. Anthony, thank you so much for the $100 over on Super Chat. Dude, that is so fucking kind of you. Thank you so much, my friend. Show some love to Anthony down below in that comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Holy fuck. Anthony with $100 says, Dean, what's up? I support your daily grind against MAGA. No days off? Yeah, man, no days off. For the grift and for the patience, bro. Appreciate you, dude. It's always good to see you, Anthony. Thank you so much for the $100. Please show some love to Anthony down below in that chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. And then, Anthony, I just saw that you sent another $20 on Super Chat asking me to kick him. We got him out, man. Thank you so much for that love and support. Same thing to you, Twinkie. Thank you for the $10. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. On Venmo, thank you, Clayton, for the $5, who says, I try to make a believer pun. Think believer out of beaver, but it just goes back to the original word. That's funny, Clayton. Noel, thank you for the $5. And Rami, thank you for the $10, who says, vegan, documented immigrant, and fucking liberal. Fuck Trump. On God, we love you, Rami. Brianna, thank you for the $20, who says, I can't believe what Brad said to you. My jaw literally hit the floor, unwarranted and unnecessary. No one deserves to have that happen to them, no matter what side you're on. Well, just know that I really appreciate you for the $20, Brianna. Yeah, what Brad said was fucked up, man. Lindsay, I appreciate you for the $10, who says, I love you, dude. I'm so sorry that happened. Guess what's beyond disgusting for saying that. Sending lots of love and peace. Well, I appreciate you so much, Lindsay. Thank you so much, you guys. I'm so fucking grateful to have y'all. Francesca, thank you so much for the $20 on PayPal, who says, hey, Dean, I'm so sorry that happened to you. This upsets me as much as you are my daughter's age. We got you, nephew. We ride so hard to protect our Dean. Hey, listen, Francesca, thank you so much for the $20. And like I said, the incredibly kind words. You guys are so cool. I mean, I want to know what I'd do without you guys. Genuinely. Like, I don't know what I'd do without, support from the awesome community that we've cultivated here. I wouldn't be able to continue to do it. Yvonne, thank you so fucking much for the $100 donation on PayPal. That is YVONNE. Please show some massive love to Yvonne in that comment section. Thank you so much for that support. Yvonne with $100 says, thank you for what you do. I started watching you and Parker recently, and y'all are amazing. I'm so sorry you got swatted. It's astonishing how people can be so hateful and disgusting. Hope you, your girlfriend, and all of your loved ones stay safe. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. That was crazy. Getting swatted, then coming back up here, and then the Trump supporter that just happened to be on the live stream saying that I deserve to get shot by them. Man, the pressure from the right is bad, dude. Kinder, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate you. Hussein, thank you for the $10. Donna, thank you for the $1. And Sonny, thank you so much for the 15. You guys are awesome. All right, everyone. That's it. That's it for me for the day. I'm going to go and hop off, spend some time with a girlfriend. Right always goes too far. That's in the nature of it. Folks, if you are still in the mood for some continued debates, head over to @ParkerGetAJob on TikTok, @ParkerGetAJob on YouTube. Go rate a stream, show them some love. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace, love, good night, and goodbye. The people that are still watching on YouTube, man, today was crazy. Had somebody say that they wanted to rape and kill me. Somebody say that they were going to rape my dead grandma. She died 2 weeks ago. Somebody say that they think I deserve to die, and that many others think I also deserve to die. That they wish the swatters who swatted me today would have killed me. Yeah. Peace, love, good night, and goodbye.